6 a.m. An out-of-control satellite radio show is being broadcasted to millions of Americans.
Here we go. Here's the bit.
At the controls, Greg Hughes, a father.
I would love to say we have the best job in America.
Anthony Cumia, an alcoholic.
It could be the best thing ever.
And Jim Norton, a comedian.
Out loud laughs.
How do we explain the show? We should start there.
Oh, here it is.
The three men make up the Opie and Anthony Show, a popular radio program known for its cringe style of entertainment and having very few limits.
Oh, shit. This is a freak show.
Why would anybody want to come on this show as a guest?
Under the right circumstances, something weird could happen.
I don't give a fuck.
Laugh out loud funny.
Which I love. That's what I love.
In the past, they have been accused of multiple FCC violations and have even gotten their show suspended from satellite radio.
When you listen to our show, you know what you get. You know what we are.
Everything has to do with cock or balls. No, the jokes all end up talking about cock and balls. You're a waste of life.
Fucking listeners, go fucking die. Excuse me.
Everything you are about to hear is real. Real people, real excitement.
Wow.
Get ready to experience the thrill of a lifetime. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
And we're off. Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
A brand new week
Oh, my God.
for all of us.
You
Brand
had
new.
You had to remind me.
Starting right up.
You had to remind me.
Yeah.
It's Monday, right?
Monday.
What excuse can we come up with this week to work 4 days?
More snow.
More snow tomorrow.
Snow day. I don't know.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up for snow.
What time is that supposed to start?
Tomorrow morning, I think. Now they're saying tonight. They moved it to tonight. All right. And then it's
Maybe
going
I'll
to
stay
snow
in.
until like Wednesday or something like that.
Should I stay in?
Yeah, you don't want to deal with that.
You might as well.
The bad thing about me staying in, although it is Monday, and believe it or not, I do kind of have a gauge. The bad thing about staying in, though, is I stay in and think, okay, now I don't have to drive in, so I could stay up and out later. So I wound up staying up. And it's the city, so, you know, there's plenty to do. And then I wound up fucking... It would have been better if I had to drive in on Tuesday morning. But I might stay in. We'll see.
You might have to stay in tomorrow night. I think that's when it gets really bad. Yeah.
Is that it? It's the morning commute that's the bitch. Afternoon, not so bad, even if it is snowing. Like, there's not that many people. But mornings are just... I got in a fucking yelling match this morning. I was pulling up 47th right before Park Avenue, and that's a light you got to make. If you don't make that light, you tack another 5 minutes onto your ride in. Doesn't sound like much, but we work by the minute here. And there's a cab, and he ain't moving. And there's a truck in front of him, and there's a fuckload of space between the cab and the truck. And the truck's got his hazard lights on.
And the cab can't figure it out. He can't squeeze through.
Well, I fucking zip around the cab like,
Of course.
fuck you.
I'll squeeze through.
I've been driving in the city long enough to know cabs stink when it comes to driving, and they're paying attention. Their paperwork, their dome lights on, they're fucking stopped at green lights. So I go around them, and now I'm waiting for the truck to do something. I'm waiting for the light to turn or something. Now the guy in the truck gets out, and he comes over to my vehicle. He goes, "You don't think the cab was smart enough to know what was going on?" I was just like, "What?" He goes, "I'm parking. This tractor trailer is now going to parallel park on 47th.
Holy shit.
So he must have let the cab know before I got there
Right.
that he was going to do that, so the cab was way backed off. I see a cab backed off or something, I don't think that the cab is being courteous to anybody. I think he's fucking up.
But the tractor trailer, it's going to take him 30 seconds to parallel park.
Oh, yeah, it's just a tractor trailer in the snow.
Why,
So
why
he goes-
wouldn't the tractor trailer do the right thing and let you pass?
Just let me go.
Where are you going? I got somewhere to go.
And there's no one else. It's me and the cab and the tractor trailer. So,
Right.
yeah, let me by.
Common courtesy, let the guy by.
But when he asked me, he goes, you don't think the cab knew what was going on when he was behind me and backed off? I go, no, I didn't think the cab knew what was going on. And I go, if you drive in the city enough, you know the cabs don't know shit. I'm supposed to base what I do on what cabs are doing? Fuck that. And then he walked back to his truck, and right when he shut the door, I blurted out the appropriate racial epithet for him and had to sit there and wait for him to parallel park.
You had to wait.
That's why I got in fucking,
that
5 to 8 minutes late.
That fucking
Important
sucks.
8 minutes.
Why couldn't he? You couldn't get by him.
No, I couldn't get by him.
You try though. What about the sidewalk? The snow.
I mentioned
snow in
it.
the garbage.
There was enough sidewalk and just low enough snow for me to get on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But the truck was blocking my view as to if I could have gotten off the sidewalk.
Gotcha.
So I couldn't make that move. But because I went, if there was an opening in front of him on the sidewalk,
right.
I wouldn't have had a conversation with the guy.
And the garbage piles don't help.
Yeah, the garbage is piling up now.
Let me tell you how fucked up this city is. First of all, we have, 36 inches more snow than we usually have for an entire winter.
Yeah.
Already. And it's not even February. And New York gets snow into March. Sometimes early April, you get that one last blast, right?
Yep.
So what happens, every time it snows, they blow off garbage pickup. I didn't know this. Because it's the same guys.
Can't pick it up.
We pay our taxes out the fucking ass, and they're on a shoestring budget. It's like, okay, if it snows, blow off the garbage. Okay, it's not snowing, pick up the garbage. Oh, it's snowing again, blow off the garbage. There is so much garbage out there right now. Have you seen the piles?
Oh, yeah.
And if this snowstorm hits tonight before they can pick up this garbage, it's going to get insane later on this week.
Yeah. They can't do anything with it.
That's bullshit. We pay our shit.
Yeah.
Why can't they figure out where the money goes and make sure the garbage is off the street? Sam said on the way into work today he saw rats actually climbing over piles of snow.
That's adorable.
And the weird thing is, like I think you said a couple weeks ago, I said, with the garbage, you're going to see rats, and you're like, it's too cold. It's too tempting for the rats. There is so much fucking garbage out there. If you're a rat, you're like, you know what? I know it's cold, but I'm going to go take a peek.
It's like a buffet. It's a little chilly out, but it's like, this is the best buffet
Right. It's
ever.
like, fuck it, let's go for it. So Sam saw 2 rats today just climbing over piles.
Oh, we're looking at fucking 1 inch.
Maybe they adjusted it. I don't know. Like my old neck of the woods, Buffalo and Rochester is going to get 2 feet of snow.
Oh, no. Yeah. Places just even north and west of us are going to get blasted.
They were saying another 5 to 8 for us.
I just saw a dusting to 1 inch.
Really? Then maybe they
shit.
adjusted it. So maybe they could pick up our fucking garbage.
They love talking like it's going to be big right up until 0 hour.
You know what they were doing? I don't think they wanted to panic anybody on the news because they weren't calling it a storm this morning. They were calling it a snow event.
Event, right. They would call it a storm
really?
if it was going to be a storm. They would call it a fucking storm.
Oh, really?
So it's a snow event.
If you want to talk
good.
about an event, let's talk about Egypt, you assholes.
Now that's an event.
I actually was watching the coverage yesterday, and they said from just complete chaos, the country is like completely not falling apart. It's changing.
Pandemonium.
We'll see what it changes into. It's not falling apart, that's for sure. But it's chaos.
I'm voting for Muslim Brotherhood.
Yeah.
I want Muslim Brotherhood in there.
Where do we get our Muslim Brotherhood T-shirts?
Muslim Brotherhood.
I want to be the first one in New York that has a Muslim Brotherhood
That
T-shirt.
sounds badass.
I want Team Muslim Brotherhood.
How do I make a gang sign? MB.
Fuck, that's
yeah, yo.
But I tweeted this too. I was watching MSNBC's coverage, and there's a bubble-headed bleach blonde that obviously had very curly hair, like Farrah Fawcett hair. So she was using a curling iron before she went to work to talk about what's going on in Egypt.
She's all gussied up?
She's all gussied up, and I'm like, I can't watch some woman that's all gussied up talking about what's happening in Egypt. So
you need a man.
Then I moved over to CNN. You need a man.
You need a man.
You need a man that's not quaffing too much.
I was watching Fox News' coverage. Because they blame it all on Obama.
Of course.
And I could sit there and go, yes!
How did they turn it into Obama's problem?
It was very hard to do. It went through somewhere in Indonesia.
But they were able to do it?
It was something about a second cousin that knew a friend in the Sudan.
They made the connection?
They made the connection somehow. Glenn Beck used his chalkboard and made that connection.
Glenn Beck. That's one guy. Fuck him.
He's a fucking mental patient.
He sure is. Anyway, so they go from the Egypt thing to this storm that's going to hit the Northeast. And it said it's going to be testing our nerves, another snowstorm in the Northeast.
Oh, really?
And I'm thinking, how could you seg from Egypt to another snowstorm in the Northeast, testing our nerves?
Our nerves. I think we could take a little snowfall. How about Molotov cocktails raining down on you?
I'd rather take
it's a little different.
I'd rather take snowflakes than rocks being thrown at my head.
Rocks.
Fucking assholes.
They love their rocks over there.
Fuck,
They love throwing their rocks at armored vehicles.
How do we get in on that fucking IPO?
It's crazy.
The rock IPO.
They just fucking pick up rocks and throw it at people that are shooting real guns at them.
With what? The rubber? They went rubber bullets for
They
now?
went rubber bullets.
And some asshole on MSNBC goes, Can you die from a rubber bullet? Of course you can. It's not easy.
It's called less lethal, not non-lethal.
Oh, that's what they call it?
Yeah, they call it less lethal.
Well, why would they ask that question? Of course. Yeah. A real gun will get the job done faster.
Some chick died from a beanbag gun in Boston after
that's right.
World
I forgot
Series
about that.
Yeah, one year. Remember that? Yeah, she got shot in the side of the head with a fucking beanbag fired out of a shotgun and dead.
This Egypt thing is the best TV series going, though.
It is a good one. I love watching I
love when the news just blows off all the dumb shit and goes up with one thing.
One story.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
Continuous coverage, day and night, fires.
I get mad because when you wake up on the weekend, they're in the middle of the night. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
I want to see primetime Egypt.
You got to time it when they're really out there because it's the other part of the world.
When's primetime Egypt? I think it's right now, right?
I think
they're 7 hours ahead of us.
7 hours?
Because I figured it out finally, so I could do my coverage. So it's like 1:30 in the afternoon right now.
Yeah, they're.
Could we go to like a CNN or something?
They've been going. Yeah, we got to go to. We got local.
Yeah,
Channel
fuck the
5.
local assholes.
Local people don't know shit. Well, Fox News is on the bottom. They got space shuttle preps.
No, we got to go. We got to go CNN. The CNN is safe.
CNN's going to do it.
We got some Fox fans in studio, MSNBC fans in studio. We got to go CNN. Actually, I'm not an MSNBC fan.
They're all terrible.
And then
I only watch it at night when they have those cool shows like Lock Up.
Well, that was the problem. I had a mellow weekend. I'm like, I want to watch the coverage, so I go back to MSNBC. They're doing the Lock Up show.
Yeah, I love that
CNN's doing. I forgot what they weren't even. They didn't have coverage either. They had their Saturday night programming or something.
They had to have all their peeps maybe take a little nap ski.
You think?
Before
Wolf Blitzer.
Wolf Blitzer.
Wolf Blitzer's getting a lot of props for his coverage.
Was he in the Situation Room or just like...
Oh, boy, was he in the Situation Room. We got a situation.
And Fox has Geraldo going to town on the whole thing.
Why isn't he in Egypt? Is he getting lazy?
Dude, they shut Al Jazeera down in Egypt. Fox News is not going to do well.
Yeah, Al Jazeera got shut down, the internet, phone service.
Well, the interesting thing about the internet, they shut down the internet. Everyone knows that by now. But did you see the graph where stuff was still trickling in?
Yeah.
And that was the stuff that we're all watching.
Yep.
So some bright motherfuckers figured out how to get stuff out anyway. And they said it was what, like old school dial-up modems and stuff they were using?
It was it was pretty interesting because you saw like the web traffic was huge. And then there was a massive drop-off to barely anything. And I actually thought it was Foundry Music after Steve left here. But you know, folks, let me tell you.
But then there was just a little little blips on the old internet.
There were a couple
graph.
of people somehow working it, getting it through.
Fuck.
I've seen some YouTube videos that people were taking with their phones, and they were able to get that out. Satellite phones.
How great is it that a revolution is now just broadcast?
Yeah. The revolution will be televised.
That's what they've been saying for years, right?
You could kind of see it now.
Because the old days, you had to have a brave camera crew to go, all right, I'll hang around and see what I could fucking film.
Now it's the people.
Now it's people running around with their cell phones, getting what they can.
So far, favorite shot of the revolution, the big truck backing up right into the guy's face and him falling down on his head. It looked like something out of Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Did that guy take a hit?
He sure did.
And the other guy falling off the armored personnel carrier.
Right.
Was good. He's just there on the floor.
What about parading the dead guy around?
Yeah, that's another good one.
He's like a float in a parade or something.
He's like the martyr. You got to hey, this is what it's for, dead guy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of tweets going on. Andy Levy.
Andy Levy is the
brilliant
man when it comes to news. Andy Levy on Twitter, you really should follow him.
He's fucking brilliant. He's from Red Eye on Fox, and you should follow him. He's very
What was one
funny.
of his good tweets?
There were so many of them.
A lot of them?
They're just like, they're kind of snarky and concise.
Well, that's what it has to be.
He knows everything that's going on. He knows all the players. He sees through the bullshit before the news even gets to it.
Right.
Really, just smart fucking guy, man.
So
really entertaining.
Why is he staying? This guy, we'll call him this guy.
Hosni Mubarak.
Yeah, Mubarak has to go.
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
What a dumb move. He goes, all right, I'm going to just recreate the government in front of your eyes, but I'm staying.
I've heard you.
My people, I have heard you. You are upset with me. I understand. I will solve the problem. I am firing everyone that works for me.
Right.
That working for you? and then I will personally hire new people.
Right.
No?
Right.
You're not going home yet?
Right. That's so stupid.
That is the dumbest idea ever. It sounds like something management would do here.
Right. And he just kind of threw it out there. He threw it out there thinking it was going to fly. I'm going to blue sky this one.
This is great. They're going to love me. I'm going to be able to walk the streets. Right. I'm going to be fucking riding the mosh pit.
It made it so much worse.
It really did.
Mubarak.
No one was buying into that load of horse shit. He wants, he's been ruling for 30 years.
There's no elections or anything there, right?
Not really.
No,
well, they've had a couple elections over his run, but very suspicious.
Yeah, it's
very corrupt.
It's constantly this way in those countries.
And one of his fellow candidates, bitched and complained, and they threw him in jail for 5 years of hard labor.
Threw him in jail.
So it's
they
sort of have elections.
If you've ever heard about how I used to play that game Tropico.
Right.
Where you are the leader of a kind of banana republic nation, and how I used to play any dissent, anybody that was upset with me, I threw in jail.
Right.
And before you knew it, there was a revolution.
Of course.
It was fantastic. And I tried to quell the revolution by killing or putting more people in jail, and it never worked.
Why don't we break out Tropico and see how this works out for Egypt?
See how it pans out.
It's not a bad idea.
You can do things like that.
But going back to Mubarak and how he fires everyone and keeps himself in place, I was telling that before the show. A lot of people not fans of Obama in this country. And imagine it comes down to where Obama goes, all right, and changes the government around him.
I'll fire everybody.
But Obama stays as the president?
Yeah,
How would that work out for the people that don't like Obama?
Still not happy.
You got to get rid of the figurehead.
Still not happy. Well, this guy's hoping to hold the office as long as he can, and then having his boys
and his boys are out already.
There. His boys skip town.
His boys are in London. I think.
Yeah, they
right?
skip town. But that's what he's hoping for. You never give up. It's almost like a royalty. They
said it was like a mob family,
like the mob, or a combination of mob and
royalty. A lot of these
royalty.
countries in the Middle East, they call them like mob families because when the one guy's done, then he wants to keep it in the family.
Yep. So the son will take over and pretty much continue doing what the family's been doing for years.
That's not going to work in this situation.
No.
Anybody connected with Mubarak has got to go. And my favorite part, you said your favorite part, and I'm sure we'll talk about it. The guy's just ripping the heads off the mummies. That's got to be my highlight so far.
Apparently some
that's some anger.
Rambunctious.
That's some anger because you don't fuck with mummies. You never know what the fuck is coming back to get you.
Went into some museums in Egypt and Cairo and tore the heads off of a few mummies. And these things, they have been there for 2,000 years. Undisturbed, except
Even
for some
longer, right?
study and things like about 2,000 years. Probably, could be some of them longer, sure. And then, now, 2011, some fucking guy is upset and rips your head off.
Right.
You're like, oh, God, he's ripping my head off. I'm a mummy.
Being a piggish American, that's what made me sad.
They're like, oh, the mummies.
They're like, oh, no, they're going into the museums. That's what got my heartstrings. I'm like, don't do the museums, please.
And Egypt's museums have some real cool shit.
They blow the museums away in America.
Everything there is... They have shit just laying around on the ground that should be in museums.
Yeah, they don't even know what to do with it. They have so much good shit. I'm like, oh, no, not the museums. Leave the museums alone.
People stood around the museums and locked arms so that no one else could get it and steal shit.
Yeah, they said a lot of people started when the police left, because the police were there at first.
Well, they bailed.
And they decided, fuck this, they're leaving.
Well, the police are kind of with the people, right?
Yeah.
And the army is like kind of with the people, but
the army's not going crazy.
But they're not officially with the people.
They're trying to keep order
because they don't know what to do.
Yeah, very difficult trying to keep order, but they
which makes me think the army and Mubarak are talking, meaning the army's like, dude, you got to get the fuck out of here. We're going to give you a chance to get the fuck out of here, or we're taking you out. That's my thought.
There's the trouble they have over there also is there's no real guy to step in. There's a few of these guys that have come forward, but this whole thing started over social networking for the most part.
Right.
So it was a collective of unhappy people saying, this motherfucker's been in here this long. I'm impoverished. They're rich. There's this going on. I don't like this. I don't agree with this.
Right.
Let's meet and have a demonstration against this. But it wasn't like a revolutionary, like fucking Castro was a leader. There isn't a singular voice. It's the voice of Twitter, of Facebook, and of all this shit.
The key to social network is you get real info. Not the info the government throws.
You're getting
at you.
info from the people, but there's no singular replacement for Mubarak now.
Right.
So it's all these people that are dissatisfied with Mubarak and no one to fill the void.
I think they should get Ashton Kutcher because he's one of the big Twitter guys.
Is he?
Yeah.
So you're thinking a Twitter personality?
Yeah, it's got to be one of the top 10 Twitter guys has to go in there and be the leader of Egypt now.
My favorite
Maybe
Twitter
Lady Gaga.
She
fits in with all those mummies and shit.
I'm thinking better more than quality.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like Louis C.K.
Or Louis C.K.
Andy Levy.
Andy Levy, you're going to be...
Andy Levy. I'm sure they love
Andy Levy's going to be
Levy.
the president of Egypt.
I don't think Levy's a good last name for an Egyptian president.
Andy Levy always looks like he's just gotten over almost dying of an illness. He always looks he was just very sick.
He should be on a Sarah McLachlan commercial with those sad puppy eyes.
With runny eyes and in slow motion sniffing at a cage door.
Fucking...
There's a guy, though, who might take over. This guy, he's an opposition leader, Mohammed
he's the front runner. He's the guy that's pretty much
right there.
forward.
He was kind of hanging out with the protesters yesterday. He's trying.
But again, he's not the guy that orchestrated this and started it.
Who started it?
So he, like I said, social networking, disenfranchised people.
But didn't it start with Tunisia? They watched Tunisia?
They started seeing, like, Tunisia,
And why didn't
Algeria?
Tunisia get the fucking coverage that Egypt's getting?
Because Tunisia's Tunisia and Egypt's Egypt.
Got it.
Egypt is big. We don't get a lot of oil from Egypt, believe it or not, but that fucking canal, that Suez Canal, very important.
Right.
Anything goes a little funky with that, and the gas prices go crazy. And then we usually have to get involved in some way, militarily, with a blockade or something.
Right, just to keep that canal
open.
Clear, yeah.
Yeah. If that ever fell into radical Islam's hands.
This is a good enough excuse to get the gas up to $5 a gallon, right?
Nothing's been blocked. Nothing's happened yet. Yet you see those savages at the gas stations with their big stick with the hook on the end, getting the 5 out for the fucking first number, you pricks.
And you ask them, they go, Egypt.
Egypt.
No, nothing's happening yet.
Oil price very high.
No, nothing's happening.
Nothing
the
happened
canal's
yet.
Still clear, asshole.
So when it clears up, the next day you're going to lower the prices. Well, it takes a while to trickle down to us here.
Right, Egypt.
Oh, but the price going up is instant.
Fucking
but
assholes.
going down, it takes a while to trickle down.
Fucking assholes.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So the Muslim Brotherhood, huh?
Muslim Brotherhood started getting involved, yo.
Well, that's the scary part about this thing. If you get, you could get a nice radical group controlling Egypt now.
Yeah,
and that means Israel's kind of fucked.
Oh, Israel is looking. Are
they a little
looking
nervous?
At the map, going like, oh boy.
How do we know all this shit?
Oh boy.
God, one weekend watching CNN, and I feel like I could fucking be a poli-sci major.
Yeah, just slow down. You just see what the fuck the savages are doing over there. It's amazing. Yeah, Israel is looking very, very closely at the situation.
Wow.
I guess the Muslim
here's
Brotherhood.
David. I was going to ask for David in Israel.
Oh, Muslim Brotherhood is like 15% of the crowd. So it's not a big showing, but it's like the biggest singular united showing of one thing.
Right.
And they have a plan. Obviously, they would love a fundamentalist Islamic government in there like Iran had during the revolution
that's not
in the
going to
70s.
happen, right?
Anything could happen.
I know anything
can happen over there, and we don't have the power to prop up fucking a government in Egypt to thwart a Muslim government getting in there. And we just don't.
And we give Egypt $1.5 billion a year, huh?
Yeah,
For what? Why do we give them
for
anything?
being our pals?
Because they're our pals.
Yeah, for being our pals.
They get $1.5 billion. So a lot of people going, "What the fuck, Obama? Stop the fucking
cut that off.
Cut that off immediately.
Stop giving them money just to not be fucked
money.
up."
Yeah.
David in Israel, you want to gas? Did you look at the screen? Don't look.
Yeah.
We bitch about gas prices here, right?
Uh-huh.
What is it a gallon right now?
$3, something like that.
Three something, 320, 330. Push it 350.
Yeah.
All right, and we're bitching because it might push to $4 for a little while, right?
Oh yeah.
Here's David in Israel. David, how much you pay for a gallon of gas in Israel?
Between $7.25 and $7.50 a gallon.
What is that? Israeli shekels?
No, that's actually about 7 or 8 shekels per liter, and the dollar took a big shit. It's worthless these days, so it's about between 7. If you do the money conversion, it's between $7.25 and $7.50 a gallon.
You're right there.
I know.
Why? You're fucking 30 feet from the oil.
I know. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You can actually take a bucket and get your own gas.
Yeah,
it's so goddamn close.
You can drive just back your car up to the well.
Right.
Say, fill it up if you're not going to decapitate me.
How the fuck they figure that shit out?
Yeah, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, we pay a lot because it goes a long way to get to us.
Tanker fucking ship. It's got to come over
down a canal.
It's crazy.
And yeah.
You got a garden hose.
European prices. I know in Europe it's also very expensive. Well, it goes on European markets. That's all I know.
Yeah, but for us Americans, they try to keep that gas nice and cheap.
Yeah.
We pay cheap prices.
And we got a giant
relatively
country.
speaking, as far as the rest of the world goes, right?
We have a giant country. It's very expensive to drive anywhere, you know, of distance. Israel's kind of tiny. How much gas are you really using?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I drive like an asshole, so I burn about a quarter of a tank of gas.
You don't drive like an asshole. You're just weaving around fucking
roadside bombs and
trouble
buses.
spots.
I would pass buses at 90 miles an hour.
I wouldn't obey one traffic law if I was in Israel. Fuck that.
What's the
how paranoid? How paranoid do you get when you get to a red light and there's a bus right next to you?
Oh God.
Not at all. Like I said before in the past, there hasn't been a bombing in a couple of years.
Just go
jinx it. Go ahead.
Yeah, could you just go with our dumb bit?
Yeah, Hamas has been pretty quiet.
We're convinced that you guys are on high alert every single minute of the day.
Oh, see, it's beautiful. Oh, yeah. Never mind. I'm going to punch out now.
No. Hold on. I want to know what the mood is there as far as paying attention to what's going on in Egypt. Are other Israelis talking amongst each other? And what's the general consensus of what's going to happen there?
And now I know Opie's going to go ahead and just hang up on me once.
No, actually, you're the only Israeli caller we have.
Oh, my God. If we had another guy that calls us regularly from Israel, then maybe we would do that.
Yeah, I actually want to know.
Yeah, what's the question, Ed?
I just want to know what the feeling is, because the news isn't reporting on anything that Israel is saying, because they're pretty much keeping a lid on things, but the people have to be talking. What are your buddies saying and shit?
Everybody.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That is so fucking bad. Shalom. He's right now just, you motherfucker.
I know. He's going to have to get some kugel.
Some kugel to calm down.
By the way, kugel is a dessert treat.
Yeah.
Is that the flaky one with the
hard noodles?
Kind of like honey syrupy thing?
It's terrible.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I tried to enjoy kugel. Ava from the Comedy Cellar gave it to me, and I love Ava. It's terrible.
It's awful. Jewish food is not generally good.
Well,
they're not known for their good food.
Honestly, there's a Jewish restaurant in the hood that's in the hood. In the neighborhood, not bad. Not
well, maybe a restaurant
you gotta know what to order.
knows it, but Jewish food is all based around suffering and not enjoying anything, thus you'd feel guilty. So it's like just this bland or has bitter things in it or just sucks.
Israel, Jewish food, not the worst dessert, though.
Yeah, what is?
Well, obviously, it would have to go like Asian. Asian restaurants have the worst desserts.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, deep frying their stupid ice cream and all that crap.
Fortune cookie.
And then I would go Greek. Greek has very weird, bad desserts too.
Greek diners have like those cases of fucking cakes and shit. You ever been
but
there?
I don't know if those are
amazing.
Like, are those Greeks shit?
Nah, that's just diner.
They're not like it's not Greek
stuff,
food, but
right?
Greeks own all the diners. What, you don't like a fucking souvlaki? You don't like a good souvlaki?
Is not a dessert.
How about baklava?
Baklava
How
is
about
a
some
dessert.
baklava?
No, baklava sucks. So you think this internet thing makes the United States a little nervous? You think the stupid FCC will get their grimy hands involved and get bills out there to shut down the internet and do other things? But they can't. They'll do it in such a way that it's because of terrorism or something. But you got to think. The world is scared of the people at this point, and the control they got with this social networking. What do you think? What happens in the United States?
I would like to see
some laws are passed.
If it's possible to completely shut down the internet from coast to coast in the United States. I really would like to know if that is possible.
Too many phone companies involved,
I know
right?
it's possible, but I want to know if it's feasible. Now, I guess Vodafone is the big company in Egypt, and when they were told to shut the shit off.
They shut the
shit off. And that pretty much shut down the internet. But we have so many different carriers and everything. And would they all comply? Would the law be able to make them comply? I have no fucking clue. It just seems to me like it would be a lot tougher to do in a free and open society.
And to see that little trickle after they shut down the internet, I loved that. I loved that.
It's like, what was that?
I love that people were able to get info out, even though the government said, "Fuck you, we're shutting this shit down."
You know what? You'd love to think it's some guy going, "Yeah, let me get these pictures out," and so people get. It was probably some fat Egyptian sitting there jerking off to porno.
Right.
Like, oh, finally, I'm able to get some fucking nudity on my computer.
Yeah. All of a sudden, his dial-up is really fast because no one else is on the network.
You're thinking, look, the revolutionaries still have the internet, man. They're spreading the word. There's some jacking Arab fucking
old school
doggy porn,
old school fucking dial-up guys jerking off, and you're one of the revolutionary guys. Like, we get the fuck off the computer. I got to send this video out.
I cannot get through.
Right.
He's on a message board or leaving YouTube comments. It's not even real information.
Shit.
Oh,
that's
man.
that's what they call a situation going on over there.
Fucking love it though, man. I'm watching all day long.
I like world events, huge world events, revolutions like that. When
as long as they don't start hinting that they got some nukes.
As long as it doesn't affect me personally and my lifestyle that I enjoy, then I'm fine with it.
Well, the fucking gas prices. So
you know what? Like I said, I've been blessed with a lifestyle that I can enjoy certain pleasures in life.
You don't give a shit what gas costs.
And, I put the nozzle in the Escalade, I squeeze the handle, I pay the man. Mm-hmm. That's how I roll.
So when does Mubarak step down, you think?
I say...
He's got to step down at this point, right?
If the protests keep up and these people don't get
lazy...
Well,
the only reason... I was thinking, how do they stop the protests? I mean, the army's got to get crazy... But then what does that really accomplish in the end, except calms it down for a little while?
Well, look at what happened in Iran when they had their little... It wasn't like this, but they had a flare-up.
And they bailed on the whole thing, right?
And, they started... but they're a lot more heavy-handed.
Right.
And the military would never go against Ahmadinejad.
Right.
So... But the way they handled it was kind of a little heavier-handed, and they cut people's communications off. Like, if you can't communicate with each other as to when you're meeting, what you're doing, it does whittle down on the numbers. They said the numbers were dropping. So if the numbers continue to drop, he'll stay in. If they could keep up this looting, revolutions, fires, attacking government buildings, then he's going to have to leave within, I'd say, the week.
I just saw, it looks like it was live footage, and it looked like there was a lot of fucking people out there.
Still some pandemonium going on?
And they got the internet back up, so.
They did.
I don't know why they would do that. What do you think the reasoning is?
Maybe they think it's a good way to get their side out to the people.
Or maybe the company's like, fuck you, man, we're losing money.
Yeah, hey.
No, maybe whoever killed it is sympathetic to the cause. Like, the army hasn't done anything.
That could be, too.
It's hard when you're right there when 100,000 people are screaming to not just scream with them because you don't want to get your fucking head ripped off.
Right, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I think that's it. I think we fucking did the Egypt thing, kind of.
But it's spreading out, too, and it's given more publicity to Tunisia, Algeria.
Now, did Tunisia overthrow the government? I don't even know the situation there.
They had their little riot.
Egypt is based on Tunisia.
They got a guy thrown out.
They did?
Yeah. And then there's...
and they had a guy come right in?
What else is going on?
There's rumblings in Yemen and Jordan and
Jordan,
where else?
Right, Jordan, because that's been another one where the same family has just been running things.
The mob family.
Too long.
I loved how they explained it that way. That was pretty good.
Mobsters, mob
family.
We're taking over. See.
What do you think? What do you think Mubarak's doing right now? What is he doing? You think he's had a good night's sleep? He's 82 years old. He needs his sleep.
He's probably sitting back and just like reading, having his people bring him positive feedback and stuff.
Oh, you think it's that bad over there?
Fucking haters.
That would be.
I don't like the haters.
That would be North Korea.
Yeah, you think
there's a far cry from North Korea.
But he's just sitting in his palace, and it's like, no, we're getting this very good. A lot of people saying, you stand by, we love you. And then meanwhile, everybody is just, don't hate.
You think he got? You think he got sad when they like ripped down his poster?
Oh, I think they did. They ripped down my poster. Oh, fuck you! You are blocked. I block you. I block you. Oh, look at this one, Hasni. You are great. I love you. Not. Oh, block you.
You think he's blocked a couple million on Twitter?
He's blocking so many people on Twitter. unfriending people on his Facebook.
Right.
They're putting bad things on his wall. Well, whatever. I think if
what does that
keep
say?
Up,
Of course, I'm worried. What does that say on CNN?
Blair on Egypt crisis and Mideast peace.
Oh, Blair?
What are they still talking to him for?
Exactly. The fucking facts of life ended years ago. Who cares what she says? Of course, I know my cousin licks pussy.
Tony Blair. He looks more distinguished than he did when he was in.
Yeah, he looks younger, right?
Yeah.
Something happens when you leave office. You gain a few years back.
Yeah.
Right? Just a few years
somehow.
Back. You go backwards a little bit. All right, so we're only going to get 1 to 3 inches.
No, they say 1 to 3. But they love saying we're looking at 6 inches in our area because their area covers the north and west.
They're calling that part 1 of the snow event.
Oh,
Here's
one.
part 2.
And then we have a low building off the Virginia coast, which could work its way, blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. The Mexicans come, they shovel my driveway.
That's all good.
That's all I care about.
All right.
I love it. I pay them.
Should we take our first break?
I give them some chips, salsa.
That's all they need to do.
That's all they need.
Yes.
Keep shoveling. Chip, what?
Why don't we break?
What's that? Yes, of course. I see grub.
Yeah, we got grub. We have Poundstone Power. The power
What the
lifter.
hell is this?
He bends things. He rips things. He's very strong.
He bends things and rips things.
Yes.
He's very strong.
He's like Kenny, but on purpose.
If he does the frying pan thing, I'm gonna fucking puke.
Why?
What
hard
is
to
it,
do?
rolling up the frying pan?
Yeah, because it's
That's kind of hard, though.
It's hard, but it's not.
Yeah.
We should have brought in. I'll bring in a frying pan to see if you could actually fucking.
Well,
bend
they do an aluminum one.
Yeah,
They do the aluminum
not
one.
not the fucking light.
But it's still hard, and they use their leg.
Of course, it's still hard.
They bash down.
But it makes it. But then you sitting at home go, wow, man, fuck, holy shit, he just like fucking rolled up a frying pan like the one I got under my stove.
Oh, you
Holy
want to
shit.
do it like one of those cast iron ones you cook breakfast in?
Then I'll be
An
impressed.
entire family's breakfast. Sausages.
Sam, what's Poundstone Power, the power lifter?
Poundstone Power.
He's the real deal. And I just read that he's going to be in the polar plunge during the Special Olympics this Saturday. I guess that's where you swim in the ocean, even though it's cold.
There's a polar plunge in the Special Olympics?
But get this.
Oh, you'd have to be a retard to go in the water. It's that cold.
It's very cold, yes.
Yes, it is.
Before,
That's a good one.
before jumping in the ocean, he's going to pull a fire engine across a hotel parking lot.
Does this guy think it's like Wide World of Sports 1975?
The fuck, dude?
I got the internet now. I'm
Exactly.
amazed by shit I see on YouTube. I don't need fucking guys doing carny acts.
Speaking of which, HBO has a whole show on Jim McKay and his career.
Jim McKay?
Fucking worth
like,
checking out if you're an
that's
old
probably
school
cool to
sports
watch,
guy.
yeah.
Hell fucking yeah. What else is this dope gonna do?
He can break a baseball bat.
Over your head? I hope. That would be interesting.
Really?
He could break a baseball bat. Don't
right.
baseball players do that many times a season? And then I was a broken bat and easily picked off to end the inning.
Only very strong baseball players can do that.
He could do that.
How does he break it?
With his hands. He just snaps them.
He snaps it?
Yeah, because he's so strong.
Why isn't this guy, like, using his powers to help? Like,
He is.
strong people we could use. Like, he should be on call to lift cars off of people.
He's a cop.
What?
That's
I'm
right.
a cop, you idiot.
Why did we book this guy?
Because he can bend things and break things, and he said he wanted to lift E-Rock up.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Wow, okay.
Now, fuck the pot and pan. Fuck the newspaper or the phone book ripping. He wants to lift E-Rock?
He said he could lift E-Rock.
All right. Oh, damn.
So what is he gonna do?
Lift up E-Rock, and then
we
you could
booked
ask...
the guy to lift E-Rock today.
Well, listen to this.
How about lifting him up mentally? That's what he needs.
Could we book God?
Hold on.
Our guest today is the very obese and clumsy Eric Nagel. Eric, please tell the audience what you did wrong now.
Clumsy.
You know now. Whenever there's anything wrong with this channel or the show, they fucking use that Nagel word now.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
It's been the
Even
replay
though-
was nagled. I went back to last week.
Right. Oh, it's
What
fucking
happened there? Because I
hilarious.
heard that
Eric
something
doesn't like
happened.
that, by the way.
Eric doesn't like
Was it nagled though?
It
Are you sure it was? Danny's saying yes. It was nagled.
might have been Rost.
Well, it was nagled. It was nailed by me.
Oh, Ross nailed it.
See, Ross nailed it. Yeah.
What'd you do?
It still fucks with.
Well, you know how sometimes you think it's Thursday when it's Wednesday?
Yeah, sure. It happens at Carvel all the time. I was so sick this weekend.
Sunday.
I was nagling and vomiting at the same time. I'm sorry, Eric. I don't mean that. It's just fun to say.
It is fun.
He doesn't like it when you guys use his name like that, and he doesn't even understand how it started. I don't either.
Surname?
I think he loves
I'm sure
it.
you don't know how it started, Sam.
No.
I think he loves it. So, what else is this power lifter going to do?
Well, wait till you hear this. Every day, he makes a shake with 2 pounds of unseasoned chicken and 40 ounces of water. Because it's good for protein.
And he drinks it?
And he drinks that.
Sounds disgusting.
Dude, he's going to have fucking diverticulitis. He probably doesn't eat any vegetables. I'm going to scold him for not eating his veggies.
Diverticulitis.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's when you get like little pockets.
And he sent me...
Ferments.
Fluid.
He sent rundowns on how he could help everybody on the show's nutrition, because I guess him or the guy he works with is a big fan of the show.
Oh, really?
He said that your man boobs he could get rid of. He said he could help...
Who's that? You better specify, because now everybody's going.
Yeah, really.
Jim,
You're pointing at Jim.
Jim, he said
I've been eating much better.
You tell that to Poundstone Power.
I've
the
lost
power
a little bit
lifter.
of weight.
I think you look great, but tell that to Poundstone. He said, Anthony, that he could help you
No
make
one can help me.
your alcohol more of something that a power lifter would drink, more bodybuilding.
Oh, really? Like throw
really?
some
Some
nutrition
chicken
in there?
Maybe
Can I
some
throw
of that-
some chicken in my wine and mix it up and drink it? That sounds great.
Opie, he brought up that you maybe start rollerblading to work again.
I haven't rollerbladed in a few years now.
Although he did said you're probably getting enough exercise ripping up those Islanders tickets. Show
God.
reference.
Oh, show reference.
What an asshole.
Opie's
right.
a dad. He can't risk his fucking life on the streets on rollerblades anymore.
I miss
Jesus
those
Christ.
days. Holding on to the trucks.
Yep.
That was fun.
Yeah, he's skitching
I used
like
to-
McFly.
When Jimmy used to live down in, I forget,
43rd Street.
43rd Street, I was up in the 70s. I'm like, you know what? The easiest way to get to Jimmy is right down 8th Avenue on my rollerblades. Not 8th. 9th Avenue. It would be 9th Avenue to be local for everyone. And I would just fucking do 9th Avenue on my rollerblades and go see Jimmy for a little while.
I've never rollerbladed in my life.
No.
I'm scared of hurting
Looks
myself.
dangerous.
It's kind of stupid.
I have a canker sore
Oh, no. Oh, shit.
in my
You're
mouth.
sure it's a canker sore?
Yeah.
You should just say you got a blister.
Got the herp in
So
your
you just
mouth.
say canker or...
No, it would hurt more if it was
You got a
hurting.
shanker sore. I get it, because that's from VD.
Oh, is it?
A shanker.
If it
But
was
they're
a
on your
herpes
dick.
sore in the mouth, I think it would hurt more than this one does. This one's just annoying.
You should drink some orange juice.
Dude, I ate fucking 4 organic oranges yesterday. Yay.
Organic fruit sucks.
No,
Did it
these are the best
sting
oranges I ever had.
Fuck.
Didn't sting your canker?
Yes, it did. But
In most cases, organic vegetables and fruits suck.
Organic everything
They look
stinks.
sickly in the supermarket.
Yeah.
I want it pumped up
No
with some
taste
shit.
to them.
I love these oranges. Were amazing.
Then
though.
you lucked out, man, because in most cases, it just is a very sad display, that organic section.
I sent them into Orange Monthly to try to get them to centerfolds.
Nice.
I took photos of them.
Orange Monthly.
Oh,
That was a magazine.
Yes.
that one.
Speaking of food, Sam, you got anything else for us today before we take a break?
Oh!
I have a surprise.
You have a surprise for everybody?
Oh, cool.
Are you ready for it now or when we get back?
I hope it rhymes with muicide.
it doesn't.
Kill himself.
What would your surprise be?
Oh.
Maybe.
Let me guess. Not guess, but let me just get a hint. Is the surprise something that would be considered tasty?
The surprise is very sweet.
Okay. Is the surprise... Very good. The DNA test came back.
No.
And
Yes.
you're now going to make less money.
Yes.
But you can sleep in later.
Yes. And he brought in some collard greens for himself for lunch. Couldn't think of another soul food. Suck.
That's a good one.
No, it's not the DNA test.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Does it have something to do with your wonderful mommy?
Yes, it does.
Bobby.
Yes, it does.
Bobby. What did
All
Bobby
right.
do?
All right.
Did you do what she was supposed to do?
It's a surprise.
She did.
to.
Sam wouldn't be here. There'd be a curly-headed lump in a dumpster.
That's nice.
That's not nice, but it's funny and true.
Yes.
First feeling so.
Nah, you're a good guy. Although an abortion would have been perfect for you.
You already said
I'm scratchy.
You are scratchy. It's scratchy, Jimmy.
Go ahead, sweetie.
Why don't we eat?
You ready?
I'm already eating.
Oh, we'll do it after the break then.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the break.
After the break,
that
the
way
big
I'll
reveal.
be ready for you know, the big
surprise.
reveal. I'll be ready for the surprise.
The big reveal, and we'll have Bobby on the phone.
Oh, good.
Because I want to make sure she stayed up all night to do this. Because she doesn't like when her stuff isn't fresh.
She doesn't.
And is there whipped cream to go with any treats that there might be?
Maybe there will be after break.
Oh, they're calling you Jim Klugman. Old half a larynx.
I can't talk, Sam. I was very sick this weekend, but I'm better.
All right, we'll break and we'll have the big reveal from Sam's mom, Bobby, and we'll have Bobby on the phone once again after the break, right?
Yeah, she pretends she doesn't like it.
Hey, this is Billy Cornley. Hey, this is Frank Vincent.
Hey, this is Quentin Tarantino. Hey, this is Richard Dreyfuss.
Hey, this is John C. Reilly.
Hey, this is Kevin Smith. You're listening to Opie and Anthony. Two dudes I could sit around and talk to for hours and have sat around and talked to for hours.
I want to say good morning to Rich Voss. We weren't sure if Jimmy was going to make it in today. He was a little under the weather over the weekend, so we said, Rich, why don't you come in and do some radio with us? So we got Rich today, and Jimmy, which is good.
I haven't done the show with Rich in a while.
Seriously?
Yeah, man.
Oh, usually we have him in when you're not here.
Out.
Oh, that makes
Patrice,
sense.
the guys I like doing radio with, I very rarely get to see.
Yeah, then we should just get those guys in while you're here as well.
You just said you like doing it with Patrice?
And Rich is in a high chair today because he can't figure out how to get his seat down.
No, I can't figure out how to get it. It's broken.
You sure it's broken?
Like everybody in here.
You're way...
We're all broken. Don't rub it in.
Thanks for repeating my joke.
Shut up.
My bandwagon this early. Jesus Christ.
You're pretty high up in the air there, Rich.
I know. I feel like...
I think we're going to force
like
you
a
to just...
ruler.
You don't want to be a ruler these days.
I bring you news from the north.
Take him down.
Hey, Rich, what do you think of the situation in Egypt?
You know,
what's your thoughts? Everyone's talking about it. We got the coverage in front of us here.
What does it have to do with bananas in Poughkeepsie?
Well, how do you know I was there this weekend?
I know, this weekend.
What I was, you know...
What's your 2 cents on this? Here's the deal, yes.
What's the lesser of two evils? You know, you get rid of this guy who's been ruling the country for 30 years, but... He's an ally to America and, you know, Israel, semi at least, more than most of the other countries. Or you overthrow him and you bring in some, dictator that, well, you know, one of the biggest countries in the Middle East or the biggest country, and now they're enemies of America and Israel. So what do? You're caught between a rock and a hard place.
I don't know what we can do.
But that was pretty good, wasn't it?
It is pretty good. We can't really do anything.
No, you just basically admitted you didn't know what to
right.
do.
We're just
I did.
We're just hoping they got somebody in there we could deal with, and you know, is more toward our liking.
They're monitoring. Look, White House monitoring Uprising. Egypt must plan a way forward. That's saying we can't do shit. We know it. We're just hedging our bet, and whatever side wins, we want to be able to talk to them.
And I love the fact the U.S. keep our fucking nosy faces out of it. It's none of our fucking business.
Yes.
None of our business what they do in Egypt.
Well, you don't think it's anybody?
None of our fucking business.
Okay.
You want
going none?
Honestly, dude, I'm sick of us meddling and giving them money just to do what we want.
Benefit. We're looking out for ourselves, so it is our fucking business.
It's not our business, dude. It's their country.
But if you're trying to keep somebody from being your enemy, who's a superpower or
they're
a
not a
superpower.
They have a fucking less than 500,000 people in the army. Would fucking massacre Egypt if we had to.
But when you get enough of those countries that are semi-super armies collaborating together against us, you got to keep as many allies as you possibly can. Obviously, you never played Risk before, okay?
Please, I never want a condom ever. But dude, Rich, they can't unite to fucking. They hate Israel more than they'll ever hate us, and they can't unite to fucking crush Israel. They're not. That's what we tell ourselves. It's not our fucking business. And then if they do something that is a violation to us, our response should be fucking harsh and barbaric.
I think because we depend on the oil in that area so much that the Suez Canal has a huge meaning to the United States. That's the only thing. Fuck everything else in Egypt. The Suez Canal, though, is huge. If that got taken over, access to that got taken over by extremist Islamic government, we would have to do something.
We'll go to fucking Alaska, get the oil there. Enough with these fucking people. Enough with this whole shitty...
Oh, believe me, I would love to.
...fucking area of the world. I'm sick of our troops being over there and our fucking noses being... It's none of our business.
Yeah, it would be great if we didn't have to get any oil from them. Fuck them. Let them sell it to China and fucking India. Let them be their slaves.
But I don't. It is. That's like saying it's none of our business what goes on anywhere else, and it's none of our fucking business. And it is our business because it's like none of our business if Iran comes up with a nuclear weapon. Of course, it's our business because it fucking affects us if they decide to use it. So anytime there's a possible enemy towards this country, not even getting involved with Israel because of them being an ally in the Middle East towards us, anything that affects us is our fucking business.
That's not true. I mean, I know what you're saying. Emotionally, I agree with you. I hate these countries. Hate them. I don't think Iran should have nukes. But you know what? Let Israel deal with Iran. Israel is perfectly capable of dealing with Iran. It's not our fucking business. They're not going to nuke us. They're going to nuke Israel. So let Israel, who has the balls to actually do what they need to do, first, let Israel knock out their reactors. They don't go through that diplomatic shit. Israel will take out their reactors because they know they have to. We won't.
If Israel goes to war against the Middle East, like the 6-Day War where they fought 5 or 6 countries, okay, the last thing they fucking need is Egypt against them. That's the last thing. When you're surrounded by every other fucking enemy and you get one more bigger enemy, it's going to make... But they had a tough time against Lebanon the last time they fought, like 3 or 4 years ago. Israel had a tough enough time. So if they got to fight fucking Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, and Syria, and now fucking Egypt, it's,
But U.S. policy cannot be... And I actually like Israel a lot as an ally. But our whole policy cannot be based on what might possibly happen with Israel. We can't continue... to fucking meddle because of other nations' interests.
No, but Israel, we did meddle after the 6-Day War when Israel took land from Egypt and decided, hey, we'll give it back for this fucking peace treaty, which America set up. And America said, okay, you signed a peace treaty with these fucking, what do you call it, clowns, and we'll support your military, we'll give you extra funding. And Israel said, okay, because that land is fucking power, and Israel gave it back. So we fucking meddled with them, and Israel goes, all right, well,
I mean, really, what does Israel have that we really need?
Huh?
What does Israel have that we really need that we're such staunch allies with them?
The area, that's all.
The area?
Yeah.
The area's fucked anyway.
And the money over here, the lobby over here, the fucking, even though there's only 3% Jews, the fucking lobby they have over here.
What do they give us? What's their major export?
I don't know,
Jews.
probably this area of this building.
Yeah, the media, exactly.
They export the media,
of course.
Bosses and banks.
Yeah, there you go.
But look, and we fund them. They get their planes from us and a lot of their military. Yeah. I'm not saying, I think they're good allies. I'm just tired of I don't want our entire Middle East foreign policy to be based around that. And I'm just sick of us meddling everywhere. I don't want our troops in Germany. I don't want them. And I'm fucking sick of it.
Korea. Pull them out of Korea.
Pull them out of Korea. I don't give a fuck if they kill each other.
Over there. Fuck the Koreans.
Enough. The whole world hates us because we stick our fucking ant United States nose in. We're fucking the ant of the world.
I think really why they hate it.
I think in the end we don't trust the rest of the world, so we kind of have to be in everyone's business.
We're probably
is probably the biggest problem. We just don't trust that they'll do the right thing if we leave them alone.
Yeah, if we aren't the cop for the world. Right?
I got a quick question. At $1.5 billion a year to Egypt, right? Do we get that money back? You know what I mean?
Probably in favors.
Well, how do we get the money back?
I don't know.
Or is that money
secret deal set up for fucking years?
Is that money we just threw out the window? Because it sounds like holy shit, $1.5 billion a year to Egypt. But do we get that back somehow?
Why do we give it to him?
But how do we get it back?
I don't know.
Do we get it back in oil somehow?
I have no idea. Egypt isn't really a large oil-producing country, believe it or not.
Right.
How much do we give?
True. They have the canal that we all worry about.
How do you know we give $1.5 billion? Do we
I watched the TV.
No, I'm asking. Do we give more to Egypt than we do Israel?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know how
Probably
much we give Israel.
But I don't know why we're giving any to Egypt.
Or to any country.
Well, I'm just wondering if it's an investment. Is what we need someone that knows more than just watching the news.
It's a bribe. It's an investment in keep cool. Keep cool with everything. Here's some money. Keep cool.
So in that way,
don't get uppity.
Maybe it is a good investment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if this money is just thrown out the window, a waste, or actually is worth doing as far as like an investment goes.
Is that true? Israel gets $7 billion?
$7 billion a year.
Yeah.
Who
what do
wrote
we
that?
get in
Which one of
in
your
return for
Nazi
that?
listeners wrote that?
Hump X.
Yeah.
The fucking
Führer.
Yeah.
We got a guy who's going to tell you why Israel.
Major. Hump X.
This guy's going to tell us why Israel is important. Akiva,
of course.
Akiva.
How's it going, guys?
What's up, man?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Jerry.
Jerry, hello.
So why are they important?
So one of the major reasons why this is important, besides for having like an island of democracy in the Middle East, for America to stage any kind of action against other surrounding countries. Another reason why Israel is very important is because a lot of technological and medical and scientific breakthroughs come from people in Israel. Like even the fact that we IM each other, like instant messaging, that came from a company called ICQ in Israel.
ICQ!
Yes, you can make that sound Jewish too. ICQ!
Whoa, how about that, huh?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different reasons why Israel's important and relevant, and why America has a vested interest in their survival.
So you didn't explain anything. You just reiterated that it's important.
It's important. He gave us some examples. He gave us some examples.
Do you have any more examples? Are you a Jew?
I am a Jew, yes.
Give us a couple more examples. You're making me look bad, but what the hell?
Well, if you think about it, if Israel is toppled, by, God forbid, by one of the surrounding countries, then really America has nothing. Turkey is turning into a problem, and that entire area becomes a hostile environment.
Yeah, that's what aircraft carriers are for.
Exactly. When you look at it, and I don't want to see Israel fall at all. But why do we, who gives a fuck about that area? I'm tired of us being obsessed with, did these two fucking guys shake hands? Is there going to be peace? The Oslo? I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of it.
But there's never going to be peace. There's
Good, so
2,000
fuck
years
all of them.
Those presidents are doing
Although
it.
I like Israel.
Those presidents are doing it just as fucking showcases. So
leave Jimmy Carter alone.
He
was a great president.
Yeah.
Can't we just give a piece of Wyoming to all the Jews and call that Israel?
I was thinking that build a wall.
Come on in.
We can sacrifice a
we'll
state.
We'll make like a state. We'll give it a small state because Israel's small.
Yeah, then all of a sudden Idaho and everybody else starts to hate Wyoming.
That goddamn fucking Wyoming people.
Jesus
they control
Christ.
the media, the Wyomingings.
Well, how big is Israel? Is it a Rhode Island?
It's like New Jersey. Yeah.
It's like a Jersey?
Yeah.
So why don't we give them like West Virginia?
Yeah,
what are we doing with West Virginia?
And then
Wyoming's a nice ski area.
They could leave that whole area alone, and we'll never have to fucking deal with that area.
You know what?
That's not a bad idea. We sacrifice
you
the
know
state.
why? Because it becomes a religious thing.
Yeah.
It's all about the religious significance of Jerusalem and shit. It has nothing to do with just where the land is.
Yeah, you're going to attack
they feel
them
they're
over
entitled
religion?
to it, and the Palestinians feel they're entitled to the Holy Land part of Israel.
Isn't it all just dirt and rocks?
Oh, it's old.
It's just a shitty area, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been there.
Does anything grow there?
What's that?
Does anything grow in Israel?
Trees, lots of trees.
More
they plant
Jews.
trees for everything.
Yeah, I know. We had kids and they planted fucking trees. Give me cash. My kids aren't fucking squirrels. What do I need a tree for?
What, people give you trees to
Yeah, they plant a tree in your name.
Plant a tree.
It's like giving somebody a star. Really? I want something I can hold in my fucking hand that I can return. You know what I mean?
Give them one
and get the
toothpick.
money.
Yeah. Israel's just in a weird fucking...
Yeah, but you can't go over the religion because everything's fought in this world over religion. The fucking Catholic Church owns more property in Manhattan than anybody else.
Yeah, but we're not fucking, blasting them out of fucking Manhattan. We're not fighting...
Who, the Catholic Church?
Yeah.
Really? They're not doing anything negative?
No, I mean, we're not... We as people, as a society, aren't rushing the churches with fucking firebombs and shit like they do in Israel. And
yeah, well then whose fault is that? That's the fucking enemies. That's these other guys.
Crazy people in the Middle East. They're crazy.
Why are we talking about this when we got Sam's mom's
treats? My
treats?
God. That is what we need for peace.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Middle East peace could be achieved through Sam's mother's wonderfulness and baking.
And Sam's mom is sleeping. We got to wake her up. We got to thank her.
Wake her up.
We got to wake your mom up and thank her, Sam.
Okay.
Where is that bitch?
Why, she brought the coffee cakes?
No, not coffee cakes.
That's cute. That's cute.
hack right there.
That is hack.
Although they're delicious.
We
Love Drake's
we
coffee.
demanded. We didn't ask. We demanded that Sam's mom, Bobby, make us some treats.
What the hell is that?
Somebody said they liked carrot cake.
She made a carrot cake. It's got wonderful
Wow, it
vanilla
smells really
frosting
good.
on it and little carrot. What are they made out of?
Little carrots on top.
Carrots?
Yeah. She makes everything by scratch.
You would eat something like that came from somebody's house? You don't
Somebody,
know.
it's Sam's mom.
Sam's mom.
But still, you don't know what happened
It's
on
like
the
Leave It to Beaver.
transport.
It's like Leave It to Beaver's
What
house.
could have happened in transport?
Crazy.
What's wrong with you? She stayed up all night, I think.
Oh my
To
God,
make a
it's
carrot
mine.
cake?
Yeah, because she didn't.
Oh
she
my
didn't-
God.
Dude,
Oh
I've
my
been eating
God.
good for a long time.
Oh.
Oh, if you drop that, nothing would make my cock harder than to see that on the
Oh
floor.
my God.
And an apple pie.
She molded little leaves and a little apple in the middle out of the cakey crust.
Fuck Martha Stewart.
This is the
Bobby,
great-
that's what I say.
Your mommy
Get
rules.
Bobby on the phone. Bobby.
Get me a knife and plate and a fork stat.
Bobby.
Yes.
Bobby.
Fuck Martha Stewart is what
Oh
I
my
say
God.
today.
Oh my God, Bobby.
Holy crap, look at these pies.
You even
They're
brought
perfect.
You even brought little forks and plates. Sam's
brought
a
little utensils.
When you saw the pies, you said, get Bobby on the phone. I thought you were talking about Bobby Kelly.
no, Sam's mom.
She made them. No, we're not talking about who would eat them.
Madam, I've been eating very healthy, but I'm going to eat a small sliver of your pie because I'm greedy.
Bobby, walk us through the pie thing. What happened after we demanded our pies on Friday?
I had a very, very busy weekend, but I managed to fit in the baking for you guys.
Thank you.
What, you had a busy weekend. What was going on, Bobby?
Well, you know, Sam's sister had her birthday.
Oh, you don't really care about that, though.
Yeah, that.
She's not Sam.
So I was baking, like, you know, a cake for them for Sunday, for dinner, and then I also had to bake extra cupcakes because Sam likes, you know, the chocolate cupcakes.
Right.
So I had those two things to bake. But I said the most important thing is that I get this.
Oh, my God.
And the pie done for
Oh, my dear
Opie
sweet
and
Jesus.
Anthony and Jimmy.
Oh, my dear sweet Jesus Christ on a cross.
Is it good?
I saved it. No, don't do
break
anything
it.
to that.
Don't.
He tried to push my cake over, and I saved it.
It's really, really good.
Thank God, too.
Oh, look at the leaves. They're so
This
pretty.
apple pie is so good. Oh, my God. It is the best apple pie I've ever had in my life.
Yes!
Swear.
Just like that, Bobby.
Uh-huh.
When did you start baking the pies? If you had to do the cupcakes and the cake for your daughter?
You want some apple pie?
I did them yesterday afternoon.
Great.
Yesterday afternoon?
Yeah, so they're not absolutely like fresh right out of the oven, but you know, we packed them all up. Sam carried them in this morning. He left here last night. He had like this cardboard box that had like carrot cake in it.
It was annoying.
Why was it annoying? Sam?
Because I had to walk 3 blocks at 4:30 in the morning with arms full of cakes and pies.
I wish you would have gotten mugged.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
This is good.
They just see his bloodied pie laying there. Now it's evidence.
Yeah.
First 48.
Hugged, and he wouldn't have his hands free to defend himself.
Because if my hands were free, I'd be able to defend myself so well.
You certainly would.
At least you would have a chance.
Oh, my God.
Yes, at least you'd have your mouth and buttocks.
You know what? This is going to be the hardest part. Is not going to be just grabbing more of this and eating it. I will eat the whole fucking
You might as
thing.
well. Just keep. I need a piece too. If
I have to say
if someone could bring that pie
It
over, I
is
would
so
appreciate
fucking
it.
good. This apple pie is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Did the crust stay kind of good enough, even though it's...
Yes, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
Whipped
Sam
cream would
did.
be nice.
Sam did a great job transporting the pies into work, Bobby.
Well, he's a good boy.
He sure is. Holy shit! look at
Bobby
this
would have
thing.
been a great mommy to have.
Yeah.
My mommy never baked pies like this.
Fuck no.
She never baked.
No, she got me Coke.
She probably did other stuff that you liked, though.
No.
Rich, did your mom bake?
Oh, God.
Yeah, really. She baked. Here's 50 cents. Go get a
Voss,
sub for dinner.
Voss wishes she did back in the 30s.
Oh, my God.
In the 30s.
Jesus. Wow.
What the fuck? Sorry, Bobby. Sorry for the language. I apologize.
Awful joke.
That was kind of a good one. Even though it was my mom.
I
Sometimes
know.
you got to go, that was a good one.
Yeah, you have to. Thank you, Rich.
Man.
By the way,
Just don't say that at a Christmas party.
No.
Hey, Bobby, what are you baking tomorrow?
This cake is...
If we're going to take out Martha Stewart, we got to get you baking every day, man.
I don't want to have to carry things.
Well, maybe we go with chocolate chip cookies tomorrow.
Bring it over.
What's that?
I gotta have more.
Can we have some chocolate chip cookies?
Oatmeal raisin.
Oatmeal raisins,
With
nice.
chocolate chips in it.
And what kind of peanut butter cookie do you make there, Bobby?
There you go, Sam.
I do peanut butter cookies sometimes.
I love peanut butter
I
cookies.
hate peanut butter. Don't make any for me.
You don't like the peanut butter cookies?
Nah, I'm not a big fan of the peanut butter at all.
No. Obviously, you never had a dog.
I do chocolate chip cookies most of the time.
What's that?
Chocolate chip cookies. All right. Well, we have any other questions for Bobby?
I can't talk. I'm eating.
I'll say for the record, the Jim was just giving me dirty looks because my mom didn't give any homemade whipped cream with the pie.
He did under his breath go, whipped cream would have been nice. like it's guy that can't fucking just be nice.
I'm loving these pies. I'm enjoying the carrot cake as much.
Hey, Bobby, how'd you make the little leaves on the apple pie?
You know what? For Christmas a couple of years ago, Jess gave me these little cutout things for the dough that make those little leaves.
That's right. Jess gave them to her.
Yeah, very neat, huh?
Jess is a horrible gift giver.
Did you give you those plastic things that go in on the end of the corn cobs, too? Horrible gifts.
It really is.
That's what I wanted. I said I'd like to have those. She just gave me those as an extra.
What a lonely life if that's what you want. You really need to get out.
She was really excited because this year for Christmas, Jess and me combined our money to get her a brand new non-stick baking brownie pan.
Wow.
Wow, that's really nice of you.
Yeah, the brownies don't stick to the pan.
So where are the brownies?
Well, there are no brownies. There's pie and cake.
They don't get up this early.
Could you take this, Sam? I'll eat the entire carrot cake. It's so good.
Yeah, give it to some of the people around here.
Oh, my God.
I want a piece of the carrot cake.
It's amazing.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Show the cake to everybody and then cut off a piece.
It's so good, man. Thank you very much. This is
We're
very good.
bigger than U.S. Steel.
You guys think? Wow. You guys think the crust is undercooked a little bit?
It's not. There's no
You
way.
sure?
I'm positive.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
just asking.
Oh, my God. Opie's saying he thinks the crust might be a little undercooked.
I didn't want to bring that up.
on the apple pie.
I'm just throwing the question out there.
I want to bring it up.
Danny, do you want a piece of apple cake or pie?
You know what? If it even is, which I don't know, I just thought that was the best apple pie I've ever had.
No,
it
Bobby,
could
it's
be
amazing, Bobby.
That Bobby thought that if you want to cut a piece off and put it in the oven and heat it up a little bit,
I know.
Yeah.
it'll compensate for that so it won't burn or anything. You know. But it's right in the zone.
It'll compensate for
Correct.
the mushy crust.
Was
It's
that
not-
Anthony who just said that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, Anthony. That's great.
Yeah, see? That's exactly what I knew you were doing there.
But Bobby.
I ate so much cake. I mean pie. I'm so full.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I eat any more pie, they're going to have to change my name to Pie Chippison or something.
What?
Well, that's really good for you. And I was sorry to hear Jimmy hadn't felt well over the weekend, but I think carrot cake cures everything.
Not what he has. Unless you're making AZT cake. See, there's the cough.
Shit.
Bobby.
When you least expect it, there will be a key lime pie.
Yeah, she was explaining to me that you can't make key lime pie right now because key lime is completely out of season, and you can't just get the artificial stuff.
Wouldn't that be like when he's making love to his wife and you knock on the door and bring it? It's like, it is when I least expected it.
Yes, I can't believe it.
This is the absolute least time I'd expect getting a key lime pie.
Why doesn't she take a trip to the Keys and get some fucking key lime?
Because she had to stay home and make apple pie.
Oh.
She had parties and stuff to
Exactly.
host.
Is that where they come from?
Lunch dates.
Well,
Yes, key lime pie, you need key limes. Can't just get a lime from wherever else they come from.
Are you for real? They got to come from Florida?
That's what Bobby says.
Yes. Bobby,
she knows everything.
Bobby, I'm going to have one of the listeners send us some key lime, and then I'll send him home with Sam.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, because that's not asking to be poisoned. That's good.
Really? Fucking little injection marks on the limes.
Yeah.
The limes have track marks.
I'll show them as he's crying.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Owen. He blocked me on Twitter. I'm going to poison his fucking key lime. Get a life. Fucking assholes.
Sam's mom is so nice. I feel like it's like
She
you're
is.
talking to Kathleen Bates from Misery. When
It's
it's very neat.
To who?
yeah.
Oh, no.
Kathleen Bates. Kathleen, what's her name?
Kathleen Bates?
Or Kathy Bates, whatever.
It's
Her
not
real name is
Kathleen Bates.
Her real name is Kathleen. If you
No one has
IMD
ever called
So
her
what?
Kathleen.
No one calls. It doesn't matter what the real name is.
Yeah.
No one calls her? Yeah, I do, and her dad.
I think John Wayne's real name was Marion something. No one calls him that. They call him John Wayne.
The Duke. Kathleen Bates.
Well, stop acting like you were trying to use her proper name. Stupid.
I wasn't. All right.
Hey, Bobby, did we wake you up?
Yeah.
Oh, Bobby, you didn't have to wake up.
Don't you have someone to get off to school or something? Oh, they've all grown now and they're out of the nest, right?
The empty nest syndrome.
Is that sad for you?
Oh, no, not at all.
Know why it's not at all? Because she sees Sam pretty much every day still.
Because you keep sending me over to pick up baked goods.
I'm sure you had to
Damn
pick
right.
up your laundry anyway, Sam.
I couldn't pick up my laundry because my hands were full of pies
Mommy
and
still
cake.
does his laundry.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
When did Mommy stop doing your laundry, Rich?
Huh? When did she start?
There you go.
Okay.
Bobby, we have another person in studio that has a broken mom.
It's
That's
this
why
is
we
a perfect mom.
Yeah, that's why we love the Bobby.
She is the perfect mom.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, she overlooked the hair conditioner thing with him, but she's a perfect
she
mom.
loves his hair. She saved it.
Yeah.
She's got some saved in a Tupperware
Yeah, so
container.
do I.
Yeah.
The first from my kids.
No,
The first-
not first haircut.
The whole afro when Sam was 19.
She saved the whole
19.
afro.
The whole afro.
When I was 19 years old.
It's one thing to save
The
a little
whole
clipping from the kid's first
afro.
haircut. It's another when he's 19 to save the entire hair that was cut off his head.
It's a giant Tupperware.
Why?
In Tupperware.
I have my long ponytail framed when I had a ponytail throughout life.
You
Then I
nice.
finally cut it off.
It's awful.
You framed it?
I don't have it hung up, but I have it.
Throw it out.
Well, then it's not framed.
It's in a frame. It's in a
Oh,
frame.
you actually have it framed, but
yeah,
it's like
a piece of hair. I
like
go-
it's in a
and I
closet
wrote
or something.
The end of an era.
Oh, that's
An era.
wonderful. That's
Yeah.
just like a
Yeah.
mummy
Yeah,
in an
an error.
Egyptian museum. Amazing.
You wrote the end of era?
Yeah. ERA.
No, what word did you use before era?
What word? The end of an era. Oh, instead of an era? The end of an era.
Yeah.
There might be an end there. I haven't looked at it in a while.
You always want to look. You don't want an end there when you don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Right. Can we let Bobby go back to bed? I can't believe we had to wake her up
we'll
for this.
do
This
that.
is just horrible.
It was your idea.
What?
It's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we wanted to show our appreciation over the pies.
Thank you very much. It was very,
Oh
very
my
tasty.
God, Bobby! I can't. That was better than I ever expected.
It's just amazing.
Well, thank you. I'm really, really glad that you guys like them. And, I don't mind getting up early in the morning.
She's magical.
Yeah, she
She's
is magical.
magical.
You have a magical mom.
I guess so.
This is not like
What do you bake
real
next?
moms.
Are we going to go brownies? Because the key lime pie might take a while. What do we got on?
I did recently find a really good brownie recipe.
All right. When do we get brownies?
She searched for recipes and
They,
stuff.
they were good. I tried them already.
Bobby, the weather's going to be a little rough in New York the next couple of days. No, what would help that? A nice warm brownie.
I'll work on it.
You're going to work on warm brownies?
Okay, I'll go make the brownies right away for you, Opie. No problem.
Rich, what would your mom say if you said, can you make me some brownies?
Well, first, after the drool.
Oh, she's at that. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. Yeah, she's pretty fucked up, but
She's not making brownies anytime soon. She's making brownies in her pants.
Oh. Oh.
I wish they were that
Jesus.
solid.
That's brutal.
Oh, really?
No.
All right, let's say thank you and goodbye to this magical mom that is Bobby.
Go back to doing whatever wonderful wifely from the 50s duties you do.
What kind of dreams do you have, Bobby? What do you dream about?
Murderous.
Yeah, it's probably just horrific shit.
The perfect pie crust. My son Sam actually doing something in life.
I'm doing something.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. He's
All
on.
right.
He's got 3 radio shows.
I got my own show.
Yeah.
He's got 3.
Please.
Part of 3.
Yeah.
It's paid for half.
Gets paid for half a show?
No shit.
Yeah. Thanks, Sirius XM.
All right, Bobby.
Sick your mom on him.
Yeah, I know.
Mom should negogiate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
We're good?
Bobby.
All right, Bobby.
Okay, catch you later.
Yep.
There she goes.
Brownies by Wednesday.
Brownies by
I
Wednesday.
don't think that was
She
agreed
is
upon.
the mom that
Of the
everyone
century.
wants.
The mom of the century.
That's the kind of mom that you want. She's baking. She's doing things for parties, for your sister's birthday.
She pretends that she doesn't hate things.
Is that it? Is it like buried real deep?
Oh, you think she's crying over the stove?
Her anger.
As she's mixing the batter.
Her anger, what, Sam?
It comes out in other ways. Like, she has it was very funny that one of our guests that was in here the other day, for years, she's had a random and inexplicable hatred for Brooke Shields.
Wow. Why are you telling us that? Call her back.
That's great.
We have to ask her why she hates Brooke
random
Shields.
and inexplicable hatred.
I mean, Brooke Shields was in Friday, and it was great.
I told her she couldn't have been nicer.
It's probably because she caught your dad masturbating to Pretty Baby.
We got to call her back. Why didn't you bring this up?
Well, I don't know. We were talking about baked goods.
Yeah, not to rage.
She really doesn't like Brooke Shields.
And she
hates
never
Brooke
said
Shields.
why?
No, she just...
How do you know she hates Brooke Shields?
Because she says it. She's very public about it.
No.
She can't stand Brooke Shields.
Maybe she paid for that movie when... Oh, fuck. If I would have known.
Well, it was good, though.
Well, yeah, we have to.
Yeah, that's good.
I want to know why she hates Brooke
Oh,
Shields,
we're
though.
getting her
Because
back.
Brooke Shields isn't someone you hate.
No.
You cannot like her.
Brooke Shields was
to have a
awesome.
hatred
She was
towards
very
her.
nice, yeah.
She hasn't done anything hateable.
No.
Line 12. Now, Bobby, I'm sorry we had to call you back.
Sorry, Bobby.
Sam was telling us as soon as we hung up with you that you hate. Is the word hate, Sam?
Yeah, it's hate.
Hate. You hate Brooke Shields. We knew there was some meanness in you. Why do you hate Brooke Shields?
I only hate her privately. I don't really.
Well, now it's public.
I'm saying bad things about her. I just don't like her.
No,
It's not
Out of
like,
nowhere.
I knew this.
I know.
it's not like it's Oprah or someone big. It's,
Yeah, Brooke Shields. Now, why and when
Did you start hating
did you
Brooke
start
Shields?
hating Brooke Shields?
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like I've always not liked her. I feel like, she has no talent.
Wow.
What, you like
can't
Norton?
bake. Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
Oh, Rich.
Well, I'll
And
slip
then
that
she
one in.
was sort of promoted. She was put out there, sort of for the public. And she doesn't have any talent. I don't find her entertaining, and I don't find her...
She's been in Hollywood since she was, what,
I know, she
10?
really has,
But
and
that's
She worked with Bob Hope.
That's what Bobby's saying, though. She was kind of forced on us, and just because she's still around and grew up, she's still famous? Is that what you're saying, Bobby?
she has some obviously very good, business people around her.
You put pie in my mouth, I'll put words in yours, okay? Works out. Good deal.
What?
Nothing, dear. So did you start hating her when she was a kid?
Now, hate is a very strong
You hate
word.
her. She does.
Not
She
in this
can't-
room.
No.
That's like the in this room.
But I really don't like her.
But I really, she goes, but I really don't like her.
You see the way the venom that she has
Yeah.
for everything in life that she can't express
Yeah,
comes out
yeah.
through Brooke Shields?
Is there anyone else in Hollywood or anywhere that you don't like a lot?
Well, not as much as Brooke Shields.
Oh, my God.
You know who she...
I'm also, for some reason, and this is really inexplicable, because I do think she has some talent, but I really also don't like Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones also. She just picks.
They're both really hot, long-haired brunettes. Is there a thing with that?
It's not that she's just randomly picking. She really has thought this over
They're
the years.
vehicles for her hatred.
You think you think she's got that rolling pin and she just angrily rolls it thinking of Brooke Shields?
It's just all misdirected.
Shields. She's like kneading the dough and smashing it down on the counter.
And Bobby, I got to tell you that Brooke Shields was just lovely when she was in here.
Couldn't
on
have been
Friday.
nicer.
Couldn't have been nicer.
Beautiful.
She was hanging like she was one of the guys. She was drinking that cheap wine from Uncle Nino.
Yeah, she was great.
Well, Well, I don't know. Sam told me she was very nice.
Yeah.
Maybe if I met her, I would like her, but her impression to me, the persona she presents is something I don't like.
God, I knew I loved
Wow.
Bobby for a reason.
When we were kids,
Some venom.
and Full House was on the air,
Yeah.
my mom used to talk shit about the Olsen twins nonstop when they were kids.
When they were kids?
Bobby, they were
How
kids.
awful,
They didn't even know they were acting.
Bobby, comment, Bobby?
You know, I mean, I'm fairly neutral on the Olsens. I don't.
No, I know what the Olsen twins is all about. You wanted to be a stage mom, and Sam let you down.
Oh.
Because we've seen Sam's old tapes when he was a little kid on TV.
Has always been a star.
That's a mom. Coming to well, he was on some Nickelodeon show once.
Don't discredit
He
my.
flipped a quarter off his dumb ankle.
It's not. It's still a credit.
It was fabulous.
It was very
fabulous. What are you doing,
True.
Anthony?
I know.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Everything Sam does is just perfect.
I can't
Fucking,
make fun of
she
Sam.
hates Brooke Shields.
Hates.
What would you say to her, Bobby, if you could?
I can't explain.
Okay, you're stuck on an island with her and Catherine Zeta.
But perhaps say a lagoon.
Who do you bake a cake for?
Yeah, who do you hate more, Catherine Zeta-Jones or Brooke Shields?
Brooke Shields, I'd say.
It's Brooke Shields. I don't know.
She didn't even hesitate.
But it's not like I spend a lot of time, figuring it out or anything. I don't. It's not a big deal. I just really don't like.
Well,
her.
Bobby, when you see her on TV, do you make a sound? Do you go like, ugh?
Yeah.
So there is a sound that you
That's
make.
the sound I make when I crawl into bed.
Oh God, poor Bonnie.
When I told her Brooke Shields, was coming in,
yeah,
she said, "What's she peddling another book about having a baby and going wacko?" I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, she suffered from postpartum depression.
It's a horrible thing to say.
Oh, Bobby. Just because Bobby, not
Bobby had
everyone.
she had the perfect pregnancy when Sam was born,
can
right?
have a wonderful child like Sam and just be so happy afterwards. She suffered through postpartum depression and went public with it.
Yeah,
as you put it,
courageously.
Have a baby and go nuts. Is that it?
Wacko.
Go wacko.
Yeah. And she said peddling.
Peddling.
Yeah. You had the perfect pregnancy with Sam, didn't you? There,
and
Bobby.
the perfect child.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sam was born, and the afterbirth looked like cotton candy. Everything was just wonderful, just
Smelled
beautiful.
good, too.
Everything smelled like
You had postpartum glee,
right?
Just happiness.
Yes. Within an hour, she was probably baking.
Oh yeah. What does he want?
Some placenta pie.
Right.
Don't forget there are also like those.
Somewhat.
Pie.
No kind. Just say it.
Wait,
Don't cut her off.
What did he say?
With the big, all the white cat teeth and everything.
Oh wow.
Really?
Bobby, can you hold on 1 second? Can you please just play back what Voss just said at Iraq? I have to just hear it again.
Okay. We have to listen closely.
He has 3 children.
Is Iraq? What is he doing?
He's just chilling.
He's getting it. I think he's getting what I...
He's thinking about the pie.
There was a dream, and you could see it above his head.
Yeah, the bubble over his head.
He's trying to figure out how to get through the glass.
Wait, how is he getting it when he's leaning back like he was?
Iraq, are you getting my thing? He is, right?
Well, now
he
he
is.
He's hanging out.
He was hanging. What was he doing?
Chilling.
Was I the only one? He was
chilling.
way back on his chair as Jimmy was asking for that.
He's
early. Let the guy relax.
drooling like Pavlov's nagel.
He doesn't like when you use that.
Out of nowhere, a nagel appears.
Yeah.
The show swerves to avoid it, but there's no hope. The nagel is just too big and has made too many mistakes. The hosts scramble to get a hold of the situation.
He's not happy.
Is the situation gotten a hold of?
Wait, when did he realize Jimmy needed something from him? I'm telling you, he was way leaned back in his chair.
Oh,
There's a huge database for the show that records. That's what I was sorting through. I got
you
the
call your
file
stomach
open, then I went to
database?
edit it.
No, you only started
Said it was
sorting
huge.
when you moved forward to push.
No, I was
buttons.
leaning back doing it.
Uh-oh, fight.
Oh boy.
Our guest today is the very obese and clumsy Eric Nagel. Eric, please tell the audience what you did wrong now.
He took his headphones off.
Getting celebrities to.
Those are great clips.
To record.
Stacy Keach and Springer, that was.
Oh yeah.
You're a fucking liar.
All right, what do you got?
Iraq, my habit. It's Voss's line.
Yes, within an hour she was probably baking.
Oh yeah. What does he want?
Some placenta pie.
Placento pie. I love that. I got it down in Little Italy once. It's wonderful.
Placenta.
You have the placento. Placento pie. Did you say placento?
You say tomato, I say tomato.
I say dumb.
Placento.
How much fucking juice do you have?
That's great.
Kathleen Bates, placento pie.
Placento.
It's the end of an era.
End of era.
The greatest. Placento is.
Placento. I love that guy.
All right, so
the opera singer, Placento Domingo.
Placento Domingo.
So
Placento Domingo.
All right, so we learned Bobby hates Brooke Shields. I guess we let her go now. So
Yeah.
go back to bed for a while.
Go back to hating, Bobby.
Thank you.
And baking.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, there goes Bobby, Sam's
Baking,
mom.
great at baking and hating just random celebrities for no real apparent reason.
Yeah, she didn't even have a reason,
But she
Sam.
channels
Well,
her,
she sort of had a reason, I guess.
She channels her negative energy for people and things through celebrities.
And that keeps her happy around the people she loves.
Right. She
like
just
Sam.
masks everything.
Yeah. Is there anything she hates that she's pushed down and you like know about it? And it's like, oh boy.
Not off the top of my head.
Does she get on your dad's case about anything? Does she yell at him?
She hates his cheapness.
Well, that used to be a big sticking point. It's better now because
She can't possibly like his mustache.
No, the mustache's been around forever.
But does she like it?
I think at this point
She accepts it.
How long have they been
She deals
married?
with it.
over 30 years.
They're like married 30 years?
Married 30 years. She's big. It's
40 years.
It's a TV show from the 50s. Family.
It's insane.
What's going on there?
How
Except
does it-
one of the children is a mulatto. You'd never see back then.
They've been together 40 years.
40, yeah.
Holy shit.
After 5 years, I'm telling you, this little thing. You know when a relationship is going fucking like when my wife eats an apple, it's really loud. And it fucking drives me nuts that she's so fucking loud.
Does she put it in the palm of her hand and try to feed it to you?
Why did you pick an apple?
Why do you pick an
Sorry. Actually, his caps are great
I don't
now.
have to, they're
so
not
he
caps,
doesn't.
they're implants.
Whatever they are, they look fantastic now. They really don't. But I had to go old school.
So, her eating an apple drives you
That
nuts.
annoys
It's just
you?
little things.
Little
It's
things?
loud. You know, it's
Loud apple eating should not really annoy somebody.
Yeah,
That's
if you're
trouble.
watching TV. No, we're getting along great.
Yeah?
But just little things. Like she hates.
Like breathing.
She hates when I pick my toenails, you know.
That is disgusting.
Not when you get a big one.
Oh, no, stop.
What are you doing?
Come stop it. You don't do that.
What do you mean pick?
You know, like, because after you take your socks off, if you wear them like for a day or two and somehow your toenails are real soft, you know, and from your boot, because I don't know, the sweater or whatever in your boot or foot.
I would think
gets
it would
your
probably soak in and make your.
And you can they're almost like you can get some really good ones.
Did you say the sweater in your boot?
The sweat in your boot.
Wait,
That sound like sweater.
good strips of nail itself, or are you picking shit underneath?
No,
your...
the toenail. I've picked toenails where I've taken the whole toenail off.
You're fucking you're Brundlefly.
Like,
Wait, don't you have a toe that doesn't move?
yeah.
He has a toe that's dead, remember?
It doesn't move.
He has a dead toe.
Yeah, he's got a dead toe.
It's in our movie. I try to explain it to people,
The
but
dead
it
toe?
just died.
Now, I will pit a loud apple eating against toe picking any day of the week, and I'll take the loud apple. That is disgusting.
Yeah, really. You have nothing
but
to
see,
complain
you
about.
could turn your head and not see the toe picking.
No, but you know it's there.
Right.
You know it's going on behind you. And like a car wreck, you gotta look. Vaughn's picking his toenail. What do you pick it? Do you go, oh, look? Do you?
Oh, and you bitch about her apple eating.
Sometimes I'll get a bunch of them and put them on the table and build up a pile.
Oh, yeah, that's just as bad.
Oh, God.
You're the worst.
You don't use a nail clip like to shower, and then they get soft kind of in the shower, whatever, and then you just clip them in the
What
bathroom.
am I, 3 years old? You don't clip your toenails. You fucking
Yes,
rip them
you
off.
do.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yes.
Your
clip 'em
toenails,
nice
you
and-
fucking... You
don't rip 'em off.
You pick them,
No,
and then
because-
you get big ones, and you play with it a little
You'll
or
leave
whatever.
jagged fucking saw blade edges on him. Bonnie's legs must be just chopped apart from your toenails in bed.
Plus, if you rip it off too far down, man, that
Yeah,
fucking
it's gonna
hurts.
hurt.
When you
Oh, no,
walk.
I know. Sometimes you'll draw
You gotta
blood.
be careful. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I got gotta grab my foot. I gotta grab my foot just saying the pain.
Calm down.
Didn't you used to bite your nails?
I'm imagining it. It's horrible.
Dude, what the
Didn't you
fuck?
used to
That's
bite
the
your
worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst feeling when you cut them down too far.
No, but he used to bite his nails too. He has a thing
I used to
with
be
nails.
a biter, but I'm done with that.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I don't do that.
I don't
much.
bite the nails anymore.
I don't bite them. Once in a while, they'll get big, but it's there's some kind of feeling you get. I don't know when you just fucking. I know I've yanked it and then the blood comes out.
I've yanked it and the blood comes out.
And like it hurts. And then for the next 2 days, when you put your fucking shoe on, you can't bump it. But
I have
you know,
I'm freaking out at the sound of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why do you do that?
Huh?
Why do you do that?
Because his mom sucked. Figure it out.
Because he can't do drugs or booze.
Right. His mom
so he's got to
sucked.
get some pain or something somewhere.
What did your mom do that was so awful?
Oh my! What
Give
did
birth to me? No, she didn't. No, she just. She was a good mom. She was a struggling mom with 3 kids, you know, on her own. What the fuck?
Did she berate you a lot?
No. Well, I don't know. It's
Rich, we all love you very much, but if you continue this toenail pulling, we will not allow you back in this house. See, toenail intervention, get it? I even had a prop.
It was good. Oh, God. Sometimes you really kill them.
About hack bit fucking intervention. Ooh, that sucked.
That was all right.
I tried.
I
can only throw them out so much.
That was not a bad one. I just didn't have anything to add to it. I wish I did.
I don't know, you know, but I can't get over. I can't get over how good looking.
What?
Rich Voss is?
No, she is.
Oh, yeah.
It's really.
It's pointing at Sam.
She's amazing.
That's Melissa. Yeah.
Very good looking girl.
She's got a job. She got a job today.
She got a job?
No, she's had a job for like a week, right? About a week? Yeah. She goes out and models. She
Really?
models.
Oh, she booked something?
Yeah. She's got an agency now, and she's booking
Yeah.
jobs. She's doing modeling.
I did that for a while. It's kind
Did
of
you,
hard.
Chip? How was it?
It's good. It was mostly like for muscle and fitness and stuff.
Muscle and fitness?
Before I hurt my back.
How's that working out?
That's all right.
That's all right. All right, why don't we break? We did the pie thing.
Break.
I'm bringing some of this pie to fucking Poughkeepsie this weekend at Bananas.
Oh, Bananas.
I'm bringing the pie there.
Dude,
Yeah.
we could get Bobby to bake a banana cream pie for you.
Oh, for Bananas.
Could you bake a banana cream pie in honor of Rich Voss playing Bananas in Poughkeepsie?
Yeah,
Sam.
right.
1 show Friday, 2 shows Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Go
Very
see
good.
Rich. He's hysterical.
We all know that.
Very funny man.
The virus. Sirius XM. You're listening to Opie and Anthony.
Well, we got Rich Voss in the studio today. Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Rich is going to be at Bananas in Poughkeepsie. 1 show Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Make sure you check out Rich Voss. What else is going on?
Oh, maybe. Did I tell you? Oh, yeah. We talked about our portrait. I'm waiting for our portrait to come back.
Oh, the portrait,
the
right?
famous
Big,
portrait, right.
The big portrait.
Yeah, and the baby.
It's a photo?
Well, it's not a it's a portrait. Well, yeah, I mean, they.
Painting or photo?
It's a photo first that they paint over it, some kind of weird type
Oh, you didn't
of
hear about
portrait.
No, this is fantastic.
Yeah,
It was a
weird
barter.
portrait.
It was a barter.
It's not a barter, it was a gift.
Yeah, it was kind of a barter thing. You did a little work for them. They gave you a portrait.
From fucking, we did a benefit at the Ritz-Carlton in Miami.
So they got you a photo?
What?
Did they give you a nice room down there?
Oh, we were at the Ritz-Carlton, and we did a benefit for the blind. That they tried to get a hold of you, but it never got to you. But that's all right.
They couldn't find his number.
No,
They fly you down first?
Yeah, they flew. Yeah, we had to get there first before the benefit.
No, did they fly you first class or no? You had to get down there.
They flew us after the benefit. We were bumped up, and they didn't fly us first because they flew my kid too. But the fucking Ritz-Carlton in South Beach is unbelievable.
That explains why they didn't get me.
Why?
No, I'm kidding. I would have actually.
They would have flown you.
Shit. No,
They had Brewer, but he had to cancel the last minute because his dad was sick.
Oh.
So, whatever. And then we got this, we bid, we won it, we paid money, we bid on, they had an auction there, not the kind that we like, but they had an auction and we bid on it and paid, a lot of money.
How much?
Oh,
yeah.
So, the bid that we won came this portrait and a night's stay at the St. Regis in New York at the hotel, with a butler. He knocked on my door and said, I'm your butler. And
We know about the St. Regis butlers from many years ago, ironing heavy metal shirts.
He goes, is there anything I could do for you? And I go, she's in there.
God.
Was it a suite?
The St. Regis? I get no, I don't know. The room was just beautiful.
Because he's my butler.
It was beautiful. The room at the St. Regis.
Is it nice?
Except the last Arab sheiks must stay there because the last 10 channels on the TV, the last 10 channels were all Arabic.
Yeah.
It's sort of obviously they're catering, and so we had a portrait done at this place. And they take pictures and stuff, and then they paint over it. But these are $5,000 fucking dollars.
How big is the painting when it's done? Is it like one of these big,
how big is
ostentatious kind of fucking hang over your fireplace?
Some people get the ones that are as big as
Tony Montana.
Like you would see like at your house,
right? Hanging over the
with some tacky frame.
They paint over a photo.
Yeah, I don't.
What the fuck is that? They're tracing it?
I think here's what they do.
What? Maybe the guy can put his hand down and make you a Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, well, that's what Andy Warhol made famous.
Well, here's what I think happens, knowing a little bit about modern-day digital technology.
Oh, no.
You take a picture, right? And then you're able to digitally make it look like a painting. You could do that in Photoshop. Yeah. There's a lot of programs you could do that with. And then they take a giant printer and print it out on a canvasy material. Your regular type printer, and then they frame it, and it looks like a painting. Meanwhile, no one's ever touched it with a brush.
No, this is brush. Go look at their stuff online. Kramer Studios or something. Kramer.
The Kramer? I love the Kramer. That painting was awesome.
Exactly.
Yes. Their paintings are cool.
My God, he's buying the Kramer.
Their paintings are cool.
Yeah?
The
Kramer Studio.
Okay. See, here's a prime example of what I was talking about.
It's not like this.
That's a photo they took of me and Opie, and then they run it through
and make it look like it's a painting.
And make it look like it's a painting.
They really paint. You can see the oil coming up.
Photo fiddle, I think it was called.
If you don't tell me the name of this site, I'm going to bite your dick.
I just said Kramer. I have to that has nothing to do with you biting my dick.
Kramer Studio. Hold on.
Okay. That is not what they do. That's horrible. That's some low budget shit that you got from it.
This is a rental studio.
No. Kramer Galleries or something. The St. Regis. I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ, you're so technical about
Kramer
things.
Why you're doing business with the
go
fucking
to Google.
company?
Yeah. I'm on Google, Richard.
Has Rich ever been able to do anything with us that involves the internet in any way, shape, or
form?
It's constantly screwing up, Rich.
Okay, here's the one right here. The one that specializes in 19th and 20th century artworks.
Did he just go, huh?
Well, that's not an answer. No, they're portraits.
But that's not an answer.
Because you know what?
Oh, it'd be 21st century portraits.
Red Bank, New Jersey.
Yeah, they have one, I think, in New York.
Red Bank.
Look there. Look at that.
Red Bank, New Jersey is the art capital of the country.
Yeah, it's a pictures of a dumb white family.
Oh, no. That's fucking...
That's Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters 2.
What do they do?
See, that is not what that is.
That's just a photo.
That's painted.
That's a photo.
It's nice. It's painted over.
Oh,
it's
my
fucking
God.
They're not
I'm telling you, they're painted.
It's the same shit that they did with our picture.
Take a look at that.
Jesus.
Yeah, how the definition...
That doesn't look painted. That looks like... It looks like a photo that they just kind of framed.
It's painted.
It does not look like paint.
It doesn't look like paint.
Huh?
At all.
It's painted.
Are you sure you didn't think portrait meant a painting? Because a portrait could be a photograph. If it's a portrait.
It's a photograph that they paint over. Call them and say, hey, I'm interested in having a portrait.
I couldn't even fake that. Ew.
You know, you'd have to bring a fucking note in.
Why?
Nothing. Nothing.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm telling you, it's cool stuff. So
It's
I'm
not
gonna
cool stuff.
It is cool
No,
stuff.
I don't-
Why? Because they have chins.
He does get vicious.
It just has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
No. He's a badger backed into a corner.
Yes. My genetic malformations
from toe to forehead.
Yeah. At least my toe's not. You should probably call tow truck for your toe.
Ooh, you're bombing in character.
Wonderful tip. Justin Bieber is the Bieber fever on the Today Show. I guess
right down the block. Anthony.
That's fantastic.
I'm here 2 blocks away. Is Bieber fever.
That can only mean when I go to leave here, there's going to be another intense traffic jam up the street, and I'll probably you'll hear me beeping my horn.
You probably should leave now.
Camera.
You probably should leave now.
I probably should, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Stay ahead of Bieber fever. It's always
he's playing
a smart
outside.
thing to do. I don't know. Hey, what? I don't know what he's doing.
He's just there. I don't think he's doing anything.
Wow,
he's
who's
just there.
playing there? Oh, that's the riot.
Oh, that's Egypt.
Cairo.
That is a wreck.
Matt Lauer interviews everybody.
Yeah,
he's kind of got a big show.
He used to be on MTV.
Matt Lauer.
Yeah, look at his fucking.
What did he do for MTV?
Hold on,
He was an
everybody.
MTV guy from the beginning, or MTV
Hold on.
or some.
I know who
Oh,
he
yeah.
means. Wait a minute.
Do you really?
Yeah.
He was on
Was he-
something that was something.
With J.J. Johnson?
No.
He wasn't a VJ, was he?
Yeah, I think so. He was on one of those type shows early.
This is going to end badly.
Oh, yeah, of course.
This is going to end really badly. Who are you thinking? Are you thinking Alan Hunter? You idiot?
No, he's thinking the MTV news guy.
Danny, can you get on your computer?
Kurt Loder?
Kurt Loder.
Oh,
What
no
is that?
way.
Are you thinking
No.
Kurt Loder?
No.
Are you confident? You
I
have
think
confidence.
I think he's thinking Kurt Loder and Matt Lauer.
Let me see, what is that page?
It's an L.
That's my spyware popping up.
Oh yeah, that
Why do you have
computer's
so much
got to go.
spyware?
Because other people use this machine, so it's a shared machine. So when I leave here, if someone else jumps on it, I have no idea what they're doing.
And they're going to porn sites
I don't
and
know.
sites that just
I don't
dump
know.
spyware and malware all
Don't you
over
hate
your
it?
computer.
Who does spyware ever worked? Like, who uses it and goes like, "Wow, this is great. Let's go with this pop-up."
Boss. Yeah, I know. It just annoys you. It doesn't make me want to go, "Ooh, I want to click on that and pursue this further."
Yeah, I think that's the one I have, the spyware or something. And then I kept getting like these fucking all these notes. It was just a lot of
You get a
weird
lot of
shit.
pop-ups of shit that you would never fucking buy.
If I knew that I wouldn't get in extreme amounts of trouble and have disciplinary action come my way, I would just fucking destroy the goddamn thing.
Oh, I know. Believe
I
me,
would
but
just
they
destroy
would
it.
probably see that as aggression and.
I want to, so I think about it every
You
day.
could plea it down to a kick in the balls, though, I think, and just take a couple of weeks off.
Damn.
Hilarious.
Here he comes. Here he comes. We were just making fun of him.
Just bringing some information.
About Matt Lauer?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, no,
Travis?
I'm not giving it to you.
Oh.
Travis, please.
I'm rubber, you're glue.
Oh.
We need the Matt Lauer.
I'm rubber. I'm Jew.
Well, Matt Lauer has held a bunch of on-air positions in the past before the Today Show. He was in Boston, Philadelphia, Providence, Richmond.
Wow.
He was the host of PM Magazine from 1980 to 1986.
Ah.
He worked for ESPN. Everywhere
There
for
is
MTV.
not one MTV credit in Matt Lauer's history.
Could've been
What made
someone
you
else.
just blurt that out?
He just said could have been someone
because
else.
a lot of times when you blurt things out, people don't call you on it and look it up. Like when you're on stage or somewhere,
Well-
it's it's called propaganda. Okay.
As long as your propaganda just entails Matt Lauer and
doesn't matter,
MTV.
you just throw
Yours
something-
is very innocent.
If you throw something out, one of them might stick.
Yeah. One of them.
He had a weird job before this.
Would you guys hate me if I was obsessed with Matt Lauer?
Yeah, that.
And he's all I talked about?
Like if it was Ozzy, but only Matt Lauer. Like you felt about Matt Lauer, like you do Ozzy. Yeah, that would be creepy. What is his? Oh, Justin Bieber was just wearing these purple glasses.
He loves purple.
What is Matt Lauer? What could he possibly be talking to him about?
So what's it like to have all that pussy screaming for you?
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. Can you really call it pussy when there's no hair on it? Doesn't there have to be? But he is just like. Do you think? How old is he? First of all,
17.
How old is the Beeb? 16. So he's fucking. He looks like he's 13 though. So you think he's fucking?
Is he really only 16? Jesus.
Bieber love child. You think you see that in the future? Think that's going to happen?
Yeah,
Justin Bieber got me pregnant.
Fall like Leif Garrett.
Yeah. You can only hope. I hate when fucking kids do well and they look good and they fucking make a lot of money and they get a lot of girls. Fucking pisses me off. Because it never happened with me when I was a kid. Jesus.
He gave his glasses to the
Later
girl.
in life. Oh, is she just freaking? Why do they have to bring an ethnic in? What's wrong with white people? Can a white girl just get in there and enjoy the company of Justin Bieber?
Maybe he doesn't like that.
It's got to be the melting pot of... What? Who brings that up? I bring it up.
But what's the big deal?
I had hair like him when I was in high school.
Everything's got to be politically correct and all-inclusive. White people! Why not just white people? A room full of white people.
Like here.
Then it's your basement and it's a meeting.
I saw a show, I Survived. You ever see that? Oh, it's so good. It's a show about people that have been in life-threatening situations where they absolutely should have died.
That's
but
the one we talked
lived
about
through it.
last week.
So on last night, though, and this woman, and it's a prime example. This woman is coming home from, I guess she had an acting gig at some small theater. Redhead, very pale, voluptuous bosoms she was showing. She had a neck brace on. I was like, what the fuck? And she's talking about what happened. She goes, she was driving home, and she stops to get some gas. And she's pumping her own gas, and in between the gas pumps, there's this kid, looks to be about 14 years old, and asks for a ride. Looks very dejected, down on his luck, kind of sad. And she's thinking to herself, this isn't good. I should not do this. But then she says, she goes, but then I started thinking, if it was just some well-dressed white boy standing there, I would probably give him a ride. So why am I letting my prejudice get in the way? So then I instantly, my fucking head, I just go like this. Okay, bring on the fucking nightmare. She's wearing a neck brace, for fuck's sake. And she decides to give him a ride. She said he directed her to this house, and she goes, is this it? And he pulled a gun on her, points it to her head, and she said that his voice went from that poor, innocent, childlike guy that was standing there kicking the ground, asking for a ride, to a psychotic man, just in a split second. And robbed her of her bank cards and whatever money she had, and then started talking about, you like being fucked? You like being fucked? That I'm going to fuck you? And she said, this ain't going to happen. So when he made her take a turn, she just said no and floored the gas and aimed the car at a tree. And before she hit the tree, he fucking shot her right in the head.
Jesus.
Shot her right in the fucking head. Went through behind her ear and lodged in her head, but she was still alive. He ran out. Or took off in the car. She ran out of the car, ran to a house.
He didn't hit the tree or anything?
No. He wound up taking off in the car. She wound up getting help, and she's fucked up now. She's got some fucked up shit, bullet in her head. And they found him later on just driving around town in her car.
It's just fucking...
And it was like, just why didn't she just listen to herself? Like, why would you do that? And I even mean to a just white guy too. You don't pick up fucking some stranger if you're some chick.
No. Unless you're in a booth.
She and listening to her, you could tell she talked herself into doing this out of white guilt. It was pure white guilt, because she even said, "Oh, if it was a well-dressed white boy, I would have given him a ride. So why don't I, put my prejudice aside and do that?" Yeah. See what you get? A bullet in your head.
And she was an actress, but when he went from the kid's voice to the man voice. So she said, "Look, I can get you an agent."
Like, that is amazing. You can play such a variety of roles.
You're a character actor.
He's a character, all right.
Oh, Chip.
You're right. It is the white guy, but there's such hypocrites too. There's such hypocrites.
Oh yeah.
They're down for the cause until like when they move in their neighborhood. Well, hold on here. That's why we give you low housing to keep you over there.
I just felt it was one of those situations where it was like she didn't listen to her instincts, and she let this PC bullshit override her natural instinct to self-preservation.
Do you know when I fucking snap? I mean, I really get upset on stage. if I'm like trashing doing a black thing, like no, listen, if I say a black joke or this and that, and you see a white girl look over at the black person to see if he's laughing.
Oh, really?
I
Then she
fucking
could laugh?
You fucking. First of all, you're the first one to lock your car door when he walks in front of you, okay? So don't act like you care or is it okay if the black guy is not upset? Because black people don't give a fuck. If you fuck with them in a comedy club, they love
comedy
it.
club, they're laughing their balls
They're
off,
just
right?
happy to be in a building with fucking heat and electricity, okay? So that's the last thing they care about what you're saying about them.
But what about where you gig? Light your candles, people, for Rich Boss.
Pass out flashlights at the door.
Oh, Rich.
Yeah.
You're doing a little better than that.
Light bulbs.
Oh, Chip.
Just a little better.
And that I Shouldn't Be Alive show, I should be on that. All the crack and
Yes, you
places I've
should be.
been. Okay, they never show good crack stories, you know.
There's I Shouldn't Be Alive, and then I Survived are the two different ones. There was another one with a guy that had a bear attack him. Jesus. He was doing some. Yes, hello, I love you. He was doing some geological survey or some bullshit in the middle of nowhere, and he walked out into an open field, and he said about 40 feet away was a giant grizzly bear just staring at him, and it charged at him. So you just saw this giant bear charging at him. He pulled out. He had a .357 Magnum on him.
That didn't knock it down.
Pulled it out, took two shots at it, hit him with one. And the fucking bear
just made him more angry,
down.
right?
Didn't even slow down.
And they
just grabbed him, started shaking him like a rag
And you know
doll.
they can run real fast when they have to, right?
40 miles an hour.
Fuck yeah.
Is it 40 miles an hour?
The guy said he was being mauled, but he laid down on his stomach, and the bear went away.
Right.
So he waited for a little while and said, like, oh, man, how fucked up am I? All his training told him just lay there. So he figured he had to see if he was wounded very badly. So he waited, and then he was like, all right. He sat up and went to look at his wounds. He looked, the bear was about 80 feet away, turned and looked at him, and just charged back at him again. He said the thing moved like a cat. It was just giant paws digging at the ground with his head low and his teeth showing, charging at you. He said he got his gun again, fired off. He got two shots off before the thing was from 80 feet to on top of him. He was only able to squeeze two shots off at him.
Jesus.
And those two shots still did nothing.
No,
to this bear.
you'd have to hit him right in the face.
Yeah, right in the brain pan. And he didn't have his .44 Magnum that he usually has. He had his .357, which is a little less powerful. But a .357 Magnum into a bear, and the bear still just, and then he's just going like being shook around again, just going, oh shit.
You should have laid longer.
Yeah. Well, after the bear went away the second time, he lay there for like 5 minutes, wondering if he was just going to die.
They say you gotta make believe you're dead, but who the fuck has the nerve to make believe they're dead when there's a bear
That's what he
around?
said. He said this training is the only thing. He goes, your first instinct is to fight back. He goes, but you cannot
or
fight
try to run,
or
which is going to be bad
He
as
goes,
well.
if you lay prone, no matter what the bear is doing to you, it will only last a few seconds, he says.
But that's almost impossible
I know,
for anyone
it's
to do.
Wait,
think about
self-control.
On your you can't curl up.
You go on your stomach, you put your hands, you try to interlace them over the back of your neck.
'Cause he's gonna
put your
take a
elbows
bite.
out and leave your knees spread apart a little, so because he's going to try to roll you over and take a bite out of your side. It's very hard for him to bite your flat surfaces.
But what if you go in that position and he just fucks you in the ass?
Well, you'd probably rather be fucked in the ass than eaten by him. So,
But wait a second.
yes.
If there's a tree there, at least you can keep running around the tree.
Oh, really?
What are you, a cartoon character?
Right.
That's
And I
great.
guess they could climb too, so you can't even climb up into a tree.
Yeah,
Well,
there's-
fucked either way.
Grizzlies don't climb, but there's a.
Oh, they don't? Which
there's
ones
that old-
climb?
Black bears climb.
Oh, all right.
There's that old joke: if you're being chased by a black bear, if you're being chased by a bear and you don't know what it is, climb a tree. If it's a black bear, he'll come up after you. If it's a grizzly, he'll knock the tree down.
Oh, okay.
Because they're very strong.
I thought we were going racist there. Look,
No.
What a nice pleasant surprise you to go racist there.
At the hunting and gun club?
Yeah, it's down at the lodge. That's a big hit down at the lodge.
They all tell that with their raccoon hats.
Woo-woo.
Guys, unbelievable. We got to take a break because our guest is here.
Good.
Poundstone Power is here,
No one
Rich.
else clapping?
Who?
Poundstone Power.
Poundstone Power.
He's
You know
playing
who this guy
Carolines
is?
this weekend while you play
No, he's
Bananas.
not.
You're going to arm wrestle him.
Who is he?
He's a comedian playing Carolines.
Oh, cool.
He's a new guy on the scene.
You can actually see Poundstone Powers February 11th. He'll be at Club Madrid in Las Vegas. Oh, wait, that would be me.
Oh, that's Jim Norton.
And then the 12th, I'm doing the Melrose Improv.
Maybe have Poundstone Power open up for you. Poundstone Power is a power lifter, Rich.
He lifts things.
Exactly.
He's very strong.
Yeah, so we're going to watch him and go, wow, you're real strong.
Poundstone's
Really?
America's Strongest Man 3 years running. And the Arnold Schwarzenegger Strongman Classic Champion 2 years running.
Damn.
So there. He's also the world's strongest cop. Do you know that?
Is he really a cop?
What does that mean?
He works as a cop Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. Goes to the gym 5 days a week for 3 hours a day. He's weighs 330 pounds, eats about 8,000 calories a day. This is just off the top of my head. I know a lot about this guy.
See, I've just been doing a little bit of cardio. I did eat pie and carrot cake this morning.
Yes, we did.
Cardio is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
Dr. Voss.
What the fuck is...
Dr. Voss to surgery. Dr. Voss to surgery.
Yes, it's
Cardio is bullshit.
You can't just say that.
No, it is.
Why is
for
it bullshit?
Fucking, listen, if you're trying to lose weight, it's all fucking diet. Cardio is good if
But
you're
I
trying to
don't-
work on your heart or on your.
Hold on, let me. But you're saying things like that I didn't not say. Like I didn't I do eat much better normally.
Yeah,
except today was bad. And cardio I am doing for my heart.
Yeah.
But it's also
You
good
have
for
no
weight
heart.
loss to keep you fucking.
You don't think you burn calories? You don't think burning
Of course you
calories
burn.
contributes
let
to
me
weight
tell you-
loss?
You tell me
Listen,
joggers don't lose weight?
Fucking
also
faggots.
drop dead.
First of all, I saw a
Jim,
jogger
fix
this
anyone?
morning when I was coming here in his tight pants. It was 2 degrees. All right, really, is it worth it? You can go
Why
on
are
a
you
fucking
looking?
treadmill for an hour
How'd
and
you know
lose
he had tight
300
pants?
calories. Okay, you lick a little jizz off your chest. That's the whole fucking. 300 calories is nothing.
Cardio isn't
It's
just treadmill. That's where you make a
well,
mistake.
whatever. Stairmaster
You could get like
or
some
fucking-
real severe fucking cardio going and burn a lot of calories.
300 or I usually do 500 calories during workout. But that is something because if you're eating 2,000 calories a day or whatever, that's fucking 25% of your daily intake. What are you talking about?
Ugh. Lift weights.
Well, that's a good comeback.
If you lift weights, you're going to burn calories.
That's
You'll
also
build
very
muscle.
good, but
You'll
that's
build
not what I'm
muscle.
doing.
I mean, it's maybe too late for you, but still, okay, you'll build muscle, which will
But you can't say cardio is bullshit because you
It's
don't
not
good at
bull-
cardio.
It's not bullshit.
He's just
but-
not good at cardio.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
Because he
good at
smoked
it.
since 1958. And cardio is
listen to
bad.
Brenda Vaccaro voice over here. Okay.
Hey, see,
Brenda Vaccaro.
exactly.
Brenda of a carrot cake.
Did he get that one right? That was a close one.
Yeah,
I guess we'll
no,
give it.
it's
We'll
good,
give it
but
to him.
it's
We'll give it to him.
Pronunciation.
I don't know. I think it's overrated.
I'm just lucky I'm in the gym at all. I've been doing almost an hour every other day or every day.
That's great.
I'm lucky I'm
Are you
going at all.
lifting?
No.
You're going to burn calories that way and build muscle at the same time.
I understand that.
You know.
But I like doing the fucking. I'm lucky I can get myself to the gym.
Carrying you this show.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Whatever.
Not bad, right?
Now put on
Okay.
your fucking Miss Meanie glasses, fucking old lady.
Miss me.
You know what it is? It's like two pals will laugh at each other. It doesn't matter. But it was funny. But cardio stinks.
I don't know.
Cardio's good for your heart, man. I'm worried about my heart.
All right, listen. Why don't we ask Poundstone Power, the power lifter?
That's true.
We're gonna take a break.
I
We'll
think
have him
Poundstone
in,
Power,
and you could talk to him about cardio. All right?
Looking at him. Can he hear this?
No.
Yes, he can.
I swear to God, he
I guarantee
can't.
without
He's in the
looking
green
at him,
room.
He's probably strong as fuck. Obviously, if he's the strongest
Yeah.
cop on the
Right.
planet.
Right.
But he's not ripped. He'll be big, but he won't be ripped.
Well, he's probably a
don't think so?
powerlifter. Powerlifters usually not ripped.
Well, see, I bet his arms are pretty fucking defined.
Don't get me wrong. I mean,
you think he's intelligent, or you think he's dumb because he's?
I can't call anybody dumb. I'm not in
I'm
that
just
position.
asking.
That's true.
What do you think? What do you think of this
I'm
guy?
sure he's smart because he's a.
Lay it
he's a
out
cop,
for everyone
and
because
most
he's
cops-
not listening right now.
I'm
gonna pull
sure
a
he's
fire
smart
engine.
guy. Huh?
Smart
gonna pull
guy,
a fire engine.
smart guy, but a little soft.
No, I don't think. No, that's you're saying that. He's got to be a smart guy if he fucking
No,
got onto this
you
show.
said his
I
body
mean.
isn't ripped, though, right?
No, I don't think he's not like a bodybuilder. Like when you see those bodybuilders, you know, late at night, you're online looking at bodybuilders. And they're fucking, they're ripped, man. Oh, they got muscles where you don't even
he just
know.
say,
You don't even know where the muscles come from. They're just muscles. I go, just a muscle there? You know, usually you're
you just see,
concentrating on one.
I never even knew there was a muscle there.
Can you give us another?
I said to Bonnie, I go, I'm working on my traps. I want to get my traps. And her line was, there's never been anybody funny with traps.
Why isn't Bonnie
She is
here?
good, man.
God, is she great?
That's
I wish she
perfect.
was here.
Funny with traps.
Poundstone Power next.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony on the Virus, Sirius XM.
Oh, coming back hard and heavy. Rah, yeah. Rah. Opie and Anthony Show. There he is. Were you going wee-wees
I
or
was going-
poopies?
I wish I could go poopies.
I know. You know what? If you don't poo when you're supposed to, then it, like when I do radio here, or like it screws up my whole cycle and shit.
Why you're supposed to be shitting during
Well,
this
when
time?
I get up, it takes me about an hour.
Yeah.
You know, some coffee or whatever.
How old are you now, Rich?
Huh? How old am I now? Compared to the last break?
It's very good, because why do people just say that?
Yeah.
How old are you now? It's like, how old are you? How old were you last week?
You're not old. You
I'm
should still
50
be regular.
I'm 53.
Shouldn't you be regular still?
I don't know.
Shouldn't you just wake up and shit?
Just right when you get up?
Yes.
Right before.
No. I know, Bonnie.
I don't shit before. Right when I
She
get
sits like at will, but she just in and out. Like she forgot. You know, don't you?
Will you spit it out?
She forgot to unlight it, or do you want to?
You can't even make a good cum swallow joke. I'll do it for you.
I didn't
Or
wanna
maybe
do-
I should swallow like you.
I didn't do that because it would have been too easy. That's why I stopped. I opened the toilet by mistake. I was pissing in her bathroom and left a log. But it was like a man's log. It was so big, and I go, it's like for another week I couldn't fuck her. Because,
She left it there on purpose.
You couldn't fuck her for a week?
Like you know, I mean,
You just were thinking of that log?
You just kept eating her ass.
I know. It was so big, and you know, you look at it, you go, such a sweet little timid girl. Nothing that big should come out of her ass. You know, it's just
It intimidated you?
Nothing that big ever goes into it. See, that's a rich. That's a small dick joke. Not a Bonnie takes it in the ass joke. I don't know Bonnie that well.
Why don't we ever see logs from women, though?
Why don't we see them?
What town are you living in?
Happy Town.
Please. In this city, you can get all kinds of logs. You don't know living until you've laid and had a Russian drop a glop of shit on your chest and a suppository bounce off your chest and hit the floor. You don't know what life is.
What the? That's fantastic, Jimmy. You have the best stories.
There's nothing. Like, I'm a sex freak and this and that, but how can you get hard from that?
There's nothing sexual about that.
Is that a sexual
I don't know
thing?
how that is
But
considered
maybe it is a
sexual.
sexual thing.
No, I personally don't see anything sexual about it.
Me neither.
Jimmy's got this smug smile on his face, like,
Is there-
whatever, rookie.
Is it connected to some kind of sexual
No,
feeling?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it's a degradation thing that might somehow eke over into sexuality based on being degraded, like it would be for a cholera.
And the
or
Russians
something
are the
like that.
best?
No, Russians are the worst.
No, as far as the
No.
consistency of the log.
It was a fucking paintball. It was like I was bombing on stage, and a tomato had been thrown at me.
That's all the beats they eat.
A lot of beats.
Oh,
Yeah, was it
right.
red?
Right, the Russians like their
Stringy.
beats.
It was like a paintball.
Yeah.
Just a nugget came out, like a milk dud.
A milk dud. Picture something like
Oh, a splatter. Oh,
Splatter.
I thought you meant a paintball that didn't explode.
No.
Oh, okay. Wow. Did it leave a welt?
Oh,
Those paintballs hurt. Wow.
Oh, God.
whoa, that's too solid.
See, that's, look at.
Picture a
Look at that.
meatball.
Was it warm?
Yeah.
Was
Of course.
it hot?
Yeah, it's always right in the body. The body's holding it.
Jeez.
Where's I guess?
Hold on. So, Rich, you think, what's his name again? Poundstone Power is a little soft, right?
I don't think he's soft.
You don't think he's ripped?
I guarantee he's built. He's got muscles like a maniac, but he's not a bodybuilder. That's my opinion, but he might be.
Opinion based on what? You need
The powerlifters I've
that's a
seen.
guess.
The powerlifters I've seen
That's a
on TV.
guess you're
It's
making, not
a
an
guess.
opinion.
Listen to me, fucking wafflehead. From the powerlifters I've seen on TV.
A waffle head.
From the powerlifters I've seen on TV, they're not compared to the bodybuilders. That's I could be 100% wrong.
Okay, so that's what you're basing it on. Okay,
Yes.
I didn't know what you were basing it on.
Yeah.
Because you never met the guy. I thought it was
No,
just
I know the guy
Right.
can rip me in the pieces.
Where
I
is
know
he?
he's a fucking.
Let's
you
get
know.
him in.
All right, bring in Poundstone Power.
Let's get Poundstone Power in here and see if Rich is just talking out his ass. Yeah, there you
Jesus
go.
Christ, the guy's
Holy shit.
ripped.
Guy's
I told
big.
you he'd be fucking ripped.
This guy's a big gentleman.
These guys are going that you're not ripped. I'm going fucking ripped.
Really?
All right, the one back there.
This is where every skell thanks God there's cameras everywhere.
You're the one.
I think Rich was the one that didn't think you were ripped.
No, I didn't say he was.
Every fucking skell out there looks at this guy and goes, thank God there's fucking cameras everywhere. Because you look like the kind of guy that would really like just pounding someone's face in after they make you chase him a little too far.
Look at his hands.
Well, compared to you, Rich, come on, really?
I don't get like a chair or nothing. You guys make me
Yeah, I
stand.
know. What the fuck?
What type of hosts are you guys?
Get the guy. I know shitty ones apparently.
I just stand on the train. Now I got to stand up here.
You get anything you want. Believe me. Get him a chair. What the fuck?
I'm kidding. It's all right. It's all right.
Jesus.
Get our guest a chair. He's just standing there. Sam, please.
You want to take your coat off or anything? Are you a little cold?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, I had to walk over from the station. I was freezing my ass off.
Rich wants to see your muscles.
Holy shit.
Hey, by the way,
what the hell is going on?
It's not Poundstone Power. It's Derrick.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not like Shakira with just one name or something.
I figured it's your stage name, though. We'll get your stage name out there.
Look at his traps.
His arms are ridiculous. They're giant.
His arms are as big as my thighs.
Dude, how often are you in the gym?
About 15 hours a week.
15 hours a week.
But you have nothing else to work on.
Well, the interesting thing.
It's all.
I do like the World's Strongest Man competitions.
Yeah. Those things are sick.
So what I do is mostly not trying to get stronger. I mean, I'm a byproduct of just lifting heavy shit, So like I'm pulling stuff and lifting Atlas stones and all that good stuff. So
I love that when they grab those giant fucking round rocks and they got to lift them up to certain level platforms and it's ever increasing.
What was the most? What was the most ridiculous thing you guys had to do for Strongman?
Do anything like that.
Back in 2009, we were in Malta. We did. We pulled Airbus A310. It's like a 727, the big passenger airplanes.
Right.
About 110,000 pounds. So you see that's probably the
Yeah, but did you
hardest
get
thing.
it in the air?
Yeah, no.
That's pulling it fast.
Was it on wheels?
Was it on wheels?
Fucking downhill. No, but I mean, what the?
No, it was chalked up on bricks. Like a fucking hillbillies.
What the wheels?
I see someone's watching it there.
Wow, yeah.
That's insane.
That's you.
God damn. That's you.
That's you.
Rich is all.
You think he could swing a golf club, though, Rich?
Huh?
I would imagine
shit.
he pushes everything right, doesn't he?
That is crazy.
Huh?
I never understand how you overcome the lack of friction. Like, you could pull heavy shit, but really the only contact point are your feet.
Yeah.
And if you're not as heavy as what you're pulling, how the fuck do you do that?
Well, it's actually a really good question. I guess something I get asked a lot.
Of course it is.
But, if you look at any of the videos of me pulling stuff, I'm wearing these purple shoes. They're rock climbing shoes. So there's a whole technique with the second rope that you're actually hooked to either another vehicle or something. You're pulling that and you're generating a lot of torque on your feet, on your toes, just like a rock climber. You know what I mean? So you're really digging in the ground. So
How many cardio? Hold on.
Yes, yeah.
You do cardio?
Hold on,
Cardio is
Rich.
bullshit, but for losing weight. But I do cardio first.
Don't you think it's bullshit for losing weight?
Not if you eat healthy.
Well, it depends. I think
You got it's
now
more diet than the cardio, right?
No, actually, see, this is where it gets kind of interesting because most people do cardio. They're keeping their heart rate between 140, 160 plus beats a minute. Fat burning is about 120 beats a minute, so it's actually just like a fast walk. So you'll burn more fat in 40 minutes of let's say a moderate pace walk on a slight incline than you will running. Like that's why look at a marathon runner, for instance. They're not really ripped. Most of them aren't. There's a few that are compared to like a sprinter.
Yeah, they're not like us, like me and you, like ripped guys.
Rich, show him. You're laughing, Derrick. Show him.
I don't have abs.
So if I just kind of keep it in a stupid slower pace, I'll lose more weight.
Oh,
I'm serious. 120 beats a minute.
Look at that, Derrick.
Not bad
Come
for an
on.
old guy. Holy crap.
Not bad for an old guy.
What, are you kidding me? Look.
Oh, now we get. Come on,
I didn't
Rich.
think it was
show
that type of show. I don't know. I was going to think.
Stop showing your thorax.
See naked guys in here.
Hold on.
Pull the curtain.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're looking at YouTube videos of Derrick working out, man.
That's a lot of weight on that bar, I'd say.
How much is that you're going to lift here in this video?
It's 500.
500 bench pressing 500.
But the significant thing is that was about a year
half.
after I tore my pec. I tore my pec in early 2008.
Oh, how did that feel?
Oh, geez, I'm going for an epidural tomorrow on my upper back. I've got 2 herniated discs, 2 bulging discs, torn left quad.
Now this is
torn right
obviously
pec.
a directly caused by what you do.
Lifting heavy shit.
Lifting heavy shit.
Oh, really? You didn't think it was because he was on the internet, you fucking idiot? Really? He's lifted 500 pounds and he fucked his pec up. You know, I think that's from lifting weights.
I didn't ask if the plane wheels were down, okay?
Yeah, you should really be
wasn't
quiet.
flying when you pulled it. Listen to me. You want to concentrate when he asks the questions, okay? Not this fucking idiot.
When you rip a pec, though, does it roll up?
It depends. There's 2 types of muscle tears. There's a detachment.
One of the sickest things we ever heard. Triple H came in here and he said how his
quad, he tore his
quad, and he said it rolled up like a shade.
Well, there's
Can
two
you
type,
imagine?
there's 2 type of tears. There's a muscle tear. There's a detachment, and the muscle tear is what I suffered. Every tear I've had has been a muscle tear because I lift so much heavy stuff. My tendons are very strong. So unlike Triple H, he's obviously doing wrestling, so he's more athletic. I'm not gonna say more athletic; it's just different. I guess you could say.
Sure.
Like I mean, I have bigger joints and stuff. So, so his muscle detached from the bone. Where mine, it's like take a chicken breast and sort of bend it, and it tears in the center.
So that's what happened.
So what happens is like when I tore my quad and I tore my pec, they didn't detach. It's just a divot.
Thank God, right?
But the detachment's actually less painful. They detach because once it detaches, that's it. You know.
They unroll it and then
they reattach it.
What do you have to do for a tear in the middle like that?
Nothing.
You just got to let it heal.
Yeah, it's I'd say about my quad was 4 months of rehab.
Now, does it take you out of working out? I mean, obviously you can't do a lot of.
He probably just works on his legs or something.
No, you can work legs and stuff. I'm asking what type of things he normally would do that he can't.
You
do.
asked if the plane had wheels. You got to shut up.
You're just sitting there like
You
a
blew it a long
vulture
time
waiting to
ago.
swoop down on my shit lines and bad questions.
You blew it a long time ago. Did the planes have wheels?
When you had a cast on your arm, did you have to stop playing golf, or do you?
I didn't mean that he stopped. Obviously, he didn't just
can
stop
work out
working
another
out.
body part, but he's not going to fucking. If his chest is fucked up, he's not going to just build his legs up to be.
But
like,
you can't just stop working out.
I bet you he
your upper
continued
body.
working out. Rich.
Exactly.
How about we let him answer?
To solve the argument, in 2008 when I tore my pec, I actually competed 6 days later.
See, Rich, that's why that question was worth asking.
It's not for the faint of heart. No brain, no pain, I guess, is what I was telling myself.
Well, no pain for Rich.
The receptors don't know where to go because he's not. You really a cop?
Yeah, full time. I actually worked. I worked 16 hours yesterday. So
Jesus,
it's definitely it's a tough schedule.
In the city?
Holy shit!
No, in Connecticut, in Naugatuck.
And you said you're getting an epidural tomorrow. So what are they going to do for you?
Well, it's epidural in the upper back. They're going to put cortisone. I've got 2 bulging discs in my thoracic spine, so I've got a competition in a month. So I'm having a hard time training because of the pain.
Do you have pain that shoots out? I got pain shooting out to my hip because I got a herniated disc.
Yeah, you probably have a lumbar herniation. I've got 2 lumbar herniations or bulge. That's sciatica. So mine's similar.
So what does that mean? Do I have to get an operation?
No. If it's still bothering you, I mean, you can do what I'm doing.
How many of your vertebrae are still good?
Do
you have like a couple
12.
of good ones left in there?
Do you have a herniated disc for real?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I've had one for a while. It sucks.
Here's the thing about herniated disc in your lower back. Is when you lose weight in your stomach and you build up your stomach muscles, it'll take the pain away from your herniated disc because your whole back is connected.
I'd rather listen to Derrick. Derrick, what can I do for my herniated disc that's real low?
Derrick, true or complete asshole? What is it? What is it with Rich?
Can you throw it through that double glass?
It's partially true.
Yeah, just pick him up and throw it through the window.
I mean, you're not like a heavy guy, so I would say
cool.
it's not so much. Listen, if you have a bad back, especially herniated discs, the best thing to do is train it because you want to know what it's going to help stabilize that area.
Do you do yoga?
What if you have a bad neighbor?
No, I heard about the toe. What was this thing with the toe? Yeah, I guess
it's bad. I'm still surprised it's not broken, but it's bad. I fucking fell down the stairs.
You fell down the stairs?
So was it
after
actually
yoga?
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Can't get any more fat.
Yeah, he's carrying his tampons.
Right.
Bye, madam.
You take yoga?
Have fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my back back. It sucks. I've tried everything. So I'm doing a little yoga, and then I fell down the stairs. It doesn't get any worse than that. I know.
Fell down the stairs after yoga.
Right. Hey, could you lift Rich Voss in the air?
No. I
bench press Rich
back
Voss?
53. Of course he can.
It's a little low in here, but yeah.
Yeah.
or you want to go for
E-Rock
the
is
real?
the
You want to
big
go for the challenge and bench press E-Rock?
Sure. Where is he?
He weighs about.
He's in the aquarium.
He weighs about 320 pounds.
Why'd you bring baseball bats? Can you really break a bat?
Yeah, I don't do it the.
What?
Are they fake?
The Bo Jackson. No, I'll let you guys try it.
Are they
I heard
fake
you guys talking
bats?
about my pans. I want you to try to bend my pan if it's so easy.
That wasn't me.
No.
That was
How about this? I think I can
Derrick.
fit it through his watch
Derrick,
after I roll it out.
Did you see the guy in America's Got Talent?
Yeah, he's a amateur competitor.
I know, but those pans are made to be bent by guys like you. Is all I'm saying.
How are they made to be bent?
No,
they're
mine are. I'll show you. They're
Let me see how that. Look, you could prove me wrong. And you look at this.
Look
thing.
at that. It's a fucking frying pan.
That's a
It's
legit.
a frying pan everyone would use. T-foul.
Rich, try to bend that.
Frying pan.
Huh?
Try to bend the.
From where? Here?
I start on the edges.
Should I take this off first? Yeah. This is why I can't bend it.
Yeah, because the cardboard wrapper is
It
still
makes
on
it more rigid.
Are you really going to try that?
Yes.
Oh,
He does it sideways, like from the side.
I know, I'm
Yeah,
just feeling it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, go ahead, bend it.
No, it's
You
heavy.
gotta try.
That's like a really...
like kind of like this, sort of.
This?
Yeah, try more like that. There you go.
Yeah, Jimmy's trying. Is it moving at all,
So I
Jimmy?
could probably do it, but my back's messed up.
Let me say.
And try to bend the pan.
Wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, this isn't one of those thin aluminum ones.
God! No fucking way!
It doesn't even move in. Doesn't even move.
No way. Rich,
All right, you're proving me wrong today,
Rich,
Derrick.
Give it a try. It doesn't
Rich,
budge.
use your teeth.
Do that one again.
Go ahead.
How way you bend it this way?
This way, yeah.
How funny it would be if Voss just folded it up like paper, and we realized he's really strong.
I'd
I
leave.
couldn't bend this.
Nothing?
Who would want to break a good pan?
All right.
Oh,
Give it
here
to
it goes.
Derrick. I want to see him do this.
Here it goes. It hasn't.
I don't know, Opie, you were talking. I think you ought to try.
You really
I
were.
believe- I believe you.
fold up.
He's like, nah, I
You
believe
could,
you.
you could
believe
fucking
you.
blow out a disc doing that.
I can admit when I'm wrong. Here goes Derrick. He's gonna bend
Look
this
at those-
fucking pan
see,
that we all just tried to
His
bend.
arms are a little different than all of ours.
A little bit.
Put all of ours together and it's one arm.
Oh.
Holy Jesus. He's all right. It's rolling.
He's
He is rolling
rolling
up a fucking frying pan. Look at yeah,
right,
there you
you know
go. Holy
Now hit
shit.
Rich Voss over the head with that. Please.
That's fucking. Look at that. Oh,
God damn, how do you do that? That's just pure power.
These are a
Pure
little thicker.
power.
Poundstone Power.
That's right.
You should bring it back and say it's defective.
I was cooking and it just curled up on me.
One political argument with my wife, and all of a sudden this thing's not good anymore.
She was getting what I call lippy.
No, you bring it back to the
Look at
store.
that.
So you put it on the oven. You put it on the stove, and it curled up.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
You should
wrong.
get a refund. You all right, Jimmy? You all right, Nana?
Yeah.
I kind of thought it was a Carney thing, to be honest with you. A little bit of a Carney thing.
You know, the
but-
funny thing is, I brought stuff like handcuffs and crap, but I didn't really realize they don't fit in my wrists. But you know, there's a lot of stuff that we like. I'm not one of those circus sideshows. I just pick up random things and I just try to do it. Like the baseball bat, there's the whole Bo Jackson used to do it and snap it.
Yeah.
You're right.
I don't do that. I just more like a hydraulic press, put it on my leg and push it.
Slowly, kind of not using
yeah.
momentum.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, we do things a little differently.
I dare you to break Voss's neck.
Can we see the baseball bat?
Yeah, why not?
Man.
this is fucking insane. That
This
fucking
guy-
pan.
But once again, let's have Rich try to break the bat.
I can't break the bat. What are you kidding me?
Can we try to break it on the side of the counter even?
No.
It's got the.
Oh, is that one help? No, we're not breaking on the end anyways.
What's that?
That's so you can cork it.
Yeah.
What is it?
Let's not. Slowly.
I'm doing it slow. I'm trying to see something.
All right.
I'm just feeling this.
If someone accidentally breaks it, I'm leaving.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's, heavy. No, I won't even give that
I
a
mean,
whirl.
the end's hollow. This end's a little hollow, but I'm going to be breaking right around here.
Well, hold on. This is gonna fly.
All right. I hope so. Hope you got a splinter in your eye, Voss. Oh, shit. That wasn't even like when you break a stick over your knee and kind of really hit it hard, he just slowly pushed down.
Yeah, but it's down by the fucking handle. I'm not.
Oh, yeah, Rich. There you go. Down by the handle.
What the
By
hell?
the fucking handle.
Yeah.
Come on. Wow. Jesus Christ.
Break Rich's neck by the skinniest part of that. Could you just slowly over your knee?
By the way, Derrick, why are you here?
I don't know.
No, aren't you promoting something? Are you promoting stuff?
Yeah,
Or are you just hanging out?
What happens is I have a show on Sirius XM on Wednesdays, and they don't promote it, so I gotta come down here at 5 o'clock in the morning, take a train to fucking New York.
What's the show about? What's the show about?
It's about just sort of
embroidery.
We call it, it's about
remember
knitting.
wheels on a plane, asshole. I bet you it's not about breaking stuff. How about that?
It's actually it's funny because it's the first show of its kind. It's really it's more about high performance living, sort of doing what I do, which is being a professional athlete and managing home life. Because I'm getting married in 6 months, so it's managing things like planning for a wedding, and I work full time. I mean, I'm a real guy. I'm no different than got your listeners. You know, I work 9 to 5.
You're no different, really. Obviously, you have no mirrors in your house. You're a fucking mutant. You're no different. You're nuclear waste with feet.
Derrick,
the only thing our listeners would do with that frying pan is fill it with bacon.
No, what I'm saying is what they do. Like, let's say most of your listeners, okay, they're not breaking shit, but
just floorboards.
Is your fiance?
Our listeners are fat.
Is your fiance a bodybuilder?
No. She's
Derrick, I got to ask you about the steroids.
Oh, it's a question I get a lot.
Well, I would imagine. That's why I want to ask it. Did you ever do?
No. I'm actually tested by my department and also one of my big sponsors. It's
where are you at with steroids as far as what do you think about athletes? Doing.
Here's the problem with the whole steroid conversation is how are you going to legitimately test everyone? I mean, it seems like there's a lot better things you could spend. The government could spend, literally hundreds of millions of dollars on these grand jury indictments and stuff for really because of listen. I think we're at fault. First off, the people that watch baseball or football, we paid these guys $10 million plus a year. Listen, if I told you that if someone told me, hey, listen, I'm going to pay you $10 million. I mean, 90% chance you can get better at your sport. You just have to take this risk. Come on, we're Americans. We're not dumb.
And we love seeing fucking home runs that are smashed out of the park.
Yeah, we don't care. Come on, we love as fans. That's what I want to see. I don't care.
But now the problem comes is now there's also more dilemma too. Like it's a fine line, and it has to be weighed properly. And the problem is I don't think it's something that our government should get involved in. It's something that the sport should be getting involved in. Because listen, do you honestly think that the NFL cares or Major League Baseball really care if the government didn't care?
No,
so
really.
so I think you're seeing piss poor attempts to.
No, because when the government wasn't involved, Major League Baseball knew what was going on and didn't care.
But look at the difference. Look at since steroids became illegal, it's more rampant now than it was prior to 1990. So and that's the issue.
I don't know about that. It seems like the home runs were down the last couple of years.
Well, last couple of years since they've really.
I think too. Think about it, if you're like even take a guy like myself. Don't you think I'd even be worried just? Because there's that negative connotation. Trust me, everywhere I walk, there's sort of that whispering over the ear, sort of, pss, pss, what's this guy taking? But the issue is, if you saw my brother and saw my father, I mean, my father was over 300 pounds. He passed away in a car accident 10 years ago, but he was over 300 pounds, and my brother's 260 pounds. He lives in Florida.
Is he a weightlifter?
Yeah. But he's a family man. He trains 2-3 times a week, and he's just a big guy. So
do you literally hear holy shit when you get out of the car when you pull somebody over? Do you like, if I looked in my mirror and just saw him walking up to the car, I'd just be like, oh my God.
Everybody wants to be his partner. Nobody wants the chick. They're all trying to fucking buddy up with him.
The comments have been they're funny. Well, it depends. I worked during the day shift, and for a while I worked in the high school, which is probably one of the cooler gigs.
Oh,
all the kids just sort of love me, And
yeah, I bet.
The biggest thing is I'm not
Speaking of high school, have you seen his girl?
She just had to leave.
What do you call it?
How do I get rid of my tits and that? Let's get to the fucking meat of the issue.
Yeah.
How do I get rid of my tits and my side fat?
Bullet.
You got to listen to my radio show Wednesday nights.
Tell her to leave.
That's what the show's about.
No, it's most just diet and exercise. The thing is, it's not that difficult, and that's sort of what I preach. That's why look, I'm traveling. I got my cooler with my water, my food. So it's all about planning ahead. The biggest thing is I think that most Americans that are suffering from weight issues, they don't eat enough. Believe it or not, most people don't eat enough, and that you could. The biggest byproduct of that is drinking cups of coffee and stimulants, stuff that has caffeine in it to try to give yourself energy because you're not eating. You are what you eat. So, and no one eats breakfast nowadays. It seems like no one's eating. They have a small lunch, they go home and then they binge. And that's the biggest issue. If you calculate most people, the most obese people I've ever dealt with, they're only eating 3,000 calories a day. I'm eating 8,000 calories a day.
I thought you were going to say they were in the studio.
There's nobody obese in here, really.
That's a joke. Jesus.
And that's like saying if he says black people, they're all in the studio. No, there's none here.
No.
Really? Really? Denial? You're on the board. You're teetering.
Is what?
Obese.
No, I'm not.
If you did listen, you don't have to be gigantic to be obese.
No, I'm not going to lift my shirt. But look,
them are fighting words.
You look good now.
Thank you.
You do.
Don't try to compliment me.
You do. You look good.
How do you figure out, like you said, people that don't eat enough will gain weight? I've heard that.
Yeah, because what happens is your metabolism just slows down.
So how do you figure out what's eating too much and what's eating enough?
Take a look in there.
Trial and error.
He just pointed at E-Rock.
Travis.
Because he's fat. Oh.
E-Rock's coming in.
It's trial and error. It's
for a landing?
The problem is eating late at night. Is that a big problem, eating late at night and going to bed?
Absolutely, and it's what you eat, obviously. But no, if you're a healthy guy, like I eat right before bed, and obviously I'm a heavy guy, so my body needs it for recovery because I'm training, hours and hours in the evening. So, but absolutely, I say that one of the biggest things you can do is even if the number one tip I can give to your listeners and anyone that's out there just driving around and having issues with weight
is find a tree.
Yeah. is you gotta take a look at what you're eating, and then if you just take that we're eating in 2 meals or 3 meals a day, separate into 5 or 6 small meals. That's the first thing you do, and I guarantee you'll feel better.
It's so hard to do that though if you're living a life trying to do something. It's hard to find time to eat 5 times a day.
That's the whole point. This is why I come out and I do this. This is why I have the show. Listen, I don't have the show because I feel like taking 5 hours of my day once a week. It's great promotion, but the big thing is I really have an overwhelming urge just to help people, and I do it. And listen, I'm telling you, if I do it, then anyone else can do it. It's not that difficult. People look at me like, oh, you're a freak, but it's a byproduct of 15 years of really keep my nose to the grindstone. And that's the thing is once you get so good at it, it becomes second nature. It's not that difficult. You break it down. You start with small steps. Your first goal would be to take what you're eating, your crappy your diet for the day, and separate into 5 smaller meals. That's your first goal. Then from there, you try to take those 5 meals, make them slightly healthier. Then you go say, you want to know what? I'm going to park farther away from the mall, and I'm going to walk a little bit more. And from there, you say, I'm going to start joining a gym, and then you change your diet slightly. And so small steps. Over the course of 2-3 months, they're not going to be huge.
I know they're two different things, obviously, but what do you feel is more important for being healthy, diet or exercise?
You can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
If I would say you're going to sacrifice a little bit on both and give an honest attempt at both. But now, mind you, exercise doesn't have to be an hour of cardio sweating on the treadmill like you see those chicks with the tight spandex and running like
walking a golf course.
Absolutely, playing 9
driving
holes of
golf.
But even like golf is a great example. So instead of driving the cart, you're going to walk the holes.
Let's not get crazy.
I caddied for a 9-hole charity golf tournament for women against domestic violence, and
it was only 9 holes. What kind of low budget?
How many looked at you and just started screaming?
That was a hit with the ladies.
They don't like that
though. Someone was telling me about a workout. Does this make any sense? They go, you only have to do one set to failure. Like that seems insane.
That's more advanced training. That's something Mike Metzer came up with, a big bodybuilder from the 70s. It's called high intensity training. The whole point, his whole philosophy was that, making muscle growth, stimulating muscle is like turning a light switch. Instead of turning it on 15 million times with sets, just turn it on once. So he'd say for each body part, you'd warm up properly, so you'd spend about a set or two warming up with lighter weight, and you do one set to absolute failure, and you extend that set as long as possible.
Is that failure with weight or with reps?
No, it's going to be failure with reps, always repetitions. So you're going to be shooting for, over more than 8 reps, somewhere thereabouts. But let's say when you hit failure at 5, so you're done, like with that bench video you saw. You'd rack it and you'd do something called rest pause, or you'd have someone assist you with a couple more repetitions. So
could you drop the weight too?
Yeah, you could.
I cycle through and just keep dropping the weight until literally I can't lift 10 pounds.
Have you
ever tried that? It's ridiculous.
And that's the thing is there's more than one way to skin a cat, so to speak. You could try different things, but the high intensity is actually very popular among some of the bigger bodybuilders. But
so that's not a regular guy in the gym.
You want to know if that's all you have time for? If you have 20 minutes to train, Hell, go in the gym and do 2 body parts and warm up and do 1 set. It's better than nothing. I tell you, you'll get a pretty good result from it.
I mean, like guys like you and I would probably do something. But but here's one last question.
Now,
and I've been working out in the gym forever, but you can't get your like. There's certain body parts that don't grow because genetically they just don't get as big.
Well, that's because you're Jewish, Rich.
Oh,
sorry about that.
I was thinking the brain.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I think I got a decent chest. It's okay, but I can't get my arms big.
It's all depends on your skeletal structure, where the muscles routed. I have really short connective tissue, so I don't really have an issue with it. Like, for instance, my calves are smaller than.
How do you find that out? I have short connective tissue.
It's. I've been in the gym for so long lifting stuff, and I never really tore a tendon. And you can just tell by looking. If I put my arm out, the muscle extends all the way up to the joint.
Oh, so instead of getting those tendony line things,
most guys, if you see their biceps start right here, like if you hold your arm out, if you hold your arm all the way out, you see that the bicep will start a little higher up.
And you can also see the fucking track marks.
Scary.
Also, too. People don't know, like, black people look so ripped, but isn't their skin thinner than white people? That's why they're so ripped.
Hey,
what?
Jimmy the Greek.
What?
The fuck are you talking about?
I read
their
that in the
skin is thinner.
And that's why they look ripped.
Figuratively and literally.
That's why, maybe it's not true, but that's what I read or heard, that black people, because they look so ripped without even working out, because their muscles show, because their skin is thinner.
I have no idea.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that was Rich Voss.
That's not
said
racist.
That. And send your comments and letters to
That's not
Rich
racist.
Voss.
That's not a bad question, though. Black people, if black skin is physically thinner, someone would look more ripped. I mean, that's a fair question.
It might have something to do with just contrast.
The opposite's too. Swimming. If you swim a lot, your skin will get thicker.
Well, no, black people don't swim, so that defeats
there you go.
There you go. You figured out your own question.
Your own letters.
Hey, with that, can we get him to lift E-Rock? That would be like.
Yeah, I would love that.
How do we do this?
I could probably do it out in the hall. Maybe you could do it here. Perhaps.
Oh, you're going to lift him right over your head sitting?
No, I could do it standing, but I don't know where the ceiling's high enough.
Nah, it's. I thought you could bench press him somehow.
That'd be too easy. You got to stand up somewhere. We could do it out in the hallway.
Eroy.
No, the hallway.
Eroy.
It's the same ceiling.
His boy Eroy. Damn it.
Can you do it with.
Let me see stand up here.
Oh, my God.
And I'll be a little.
Just smash him into the ceiling.
We could do it. I did someone over by the studio that I usually use. It's way in the corner, though.
Just keep smashing him into the ceiling. How great would that be? Great. Oh, and I'd be laughing my balls off.
Well, we got to do something.
E-Rock's got a body. If he did light weights and just cut up, you can tell he's got the kind of body that's already looks like he works out. He does.
He totes around his own weight and he cuts up ham.
I'm telling you, you guys trash him. He's not that. He's in good shape, if you ask me.
He's skinny fat.
No one asked you. What? Really?
He's like skinny fat. He's not really. He's not really a fat guy.
He's not. He's a fucking.
Yeah, we know that.
You know, he's fucking.
But it's still fun.
Good shape.
It wouldn't say he's in good shape. But
it's not in good shape, Rich.
Well, I mean, it's not like he. You act like he's like fucking Bobby or something.
He's 70% fucking fat.
No, Sam's fucking Bobby.
Oh,
get it?
Jesus.
Because you're gay?
Right. Boy. Right, that scared me because his mom's name is Bobby, too.
Oh, no.
I didn't know where you were going,
Bob
man.
Kelly. That didn't even cross my mind.
After the apple pie we had this morning.
That was a wonderful pie, by the way. Your mom is
How do you lose
crazy.
weight? Well, maybe apple pie and carrot cake.
apple pie was the worst thing.
We had
to
apple
have,
pie and carrot cake
for
for breakfast today, Derrick.
But
Awesome.
but there's so much self-control involved too. I mean, there's so many people that just can't stop eating shitty food or drinking wonderful beer. Now, I got to ask you something.
I'm a beer man.
I know I have unbelievable abs underneath some beer byproduct that seems to form right about here. Short of not drinking beer, what could I do? Because that isn't an option.
But that's what we all ask.
But don't.
We want the shortcut.
That's not
Still
an
want to eat my
option.
ice cream and drink my beer.
We had a guy.
How do I get abs?
We had a guy that called in. Was it last week? He stopped drinking beer. He lost 37 pounds in 6 weeks.
Wow.
Holy
Just to give you an idea. So now, if you're drinking beer, let's say 3 times a week, I say that's about average for a guy who enjoys a few
Keep
beers.
going.
For a guy.
Average, I said.
What about for a racist?
So about 3 times a week. Now, if you're doing 4 beers, that's 600 calories plus 600 if you're drinking just a crappy beer. Now, if you're drinking a better beer, it's close to 1,000 calories, I'd say.
And how many beers did you have on Friday night? I want to do the calories on this.
Wow, Friday night was Kalamazoo Girl karaoke night, right?
How many calories
Holy
per
shit.
beer? We'll do the
that
math.
was a lot of Captain
On
Morgan
low
and
end's
Coke.
150, the high end's about 180.
That was a lot of
beer.
Captain Morgan and Cokes.
How many?
I don't think I had any beer.
When you go beer, how many beers?
Beers?
In a Friday or Saturday night?
Fuck, let me think.
Danny, help us out. How many beers is it?
Danny, it's such a...
I'm on the same pace. You think I'm going to remember the number of beers?
So it's not bottles. I have a tap, which is really... I have a tap at my house. Ooh. But it's Bud Light. And Pilsner glass, regular Pilsner glass.
Safe to say 20 beers?
I'll probably drink
in a run?
From a Saturday afternoon when we start until early Sunday morning when we stop.
12 to 15 pints.
Easily, yeah.
All right, let's call it 15 pints.
But that's a weekend. That's a fucking weekend.
How many calories in a pint?
I'd say, 12 ounces is just over about 120 calories. So 16 ounces is about 150. So 12. So I would say about 2,000 calories.
Yeah.
But mind you, 3,000 calories equals a pound of fat, too. So that's...
But I don't eat. I just drink beer.
No, and that's the worst thing.
No, it's the worst thing.
That's the worst thing.
Wait, when you say 3,000 calories...
it's 3,000 calories.
2,500 calories, right? Is it whatever? It doesn't go right to fat.
No,
though.
but
Some of it goes to.
What I'm saying is excess calories. So if you're trying to lose weight, for instance, you need about a pound a week is about the most you really should have. Now I'm talking about fat. Now when you first start a diet, you lose like 10 or 15 pounds the first couple weeks. Usually guys do. A lot of that's water weight. They're just holding for whatever reason for a high salt diet or whatever you're eating or consuming. But now when it comes to burning calories, understand that about a 3,000 calorie deficit a week. So just beer alone will do that. I'd say if you were to quit drinking beer for 2 weeks, I'd be almost willing to bet you'd lose 10
I gotta say, he makes a really good point, because I cut down severely. Not from any like moral standpoint. I would love to I'm lazy. I just don't have the time to sit there and get drunk anymore. So I stopped drinking a lot of beer. I still drink a little bit, but I'm not nearly at the frequency that I was at, and I've lost a considerable amount of weight.
Beer is probably one of the worst things because it's sugar alcohol. So it's basically it's like drinking soda.
No, it's one of the best things.
You think if you're trying to? You think? I mean, obviously it's moderation, like you say, but what do you think is worse, sugar or fat? Like if you look at fat content, sugar because it turns into fat.
Because sugar, what happens with sugar? It's imagine like it's basically there's two things that sugar does. Not only does it excess calories, but it also forces your body to release insulin. Because when you eat sugar, your body uses your body can't just take the sugar and absorb it. It has to have insulin to unlock every cell, and that's how the sugar gets absorbed in the cells. Now, insulin is basically like a drug, and just like a heroin addict, when the first time they do a heroin, they're gonna get really high. Then like the second, third, fourth, fifth, and 60th time they do it, they're gonna have to do more and more and more.
Is that true, Rich?
You're getting less of a
freebase,
less of an effect. Insulin's the exact same idea. So when you're eating tons and tons of sugar, especially stuff like beer, sugar, alcohol, it really affects your sugar. That's why you get starving afterwards.
See, that's what it is. It's the insulin, not the alcohol. I'm addicted to the insulin.
I tried to quit sugar for 3 months. Obviously, it's going to be in everything, but I mean, if you're not eating,
you understand the high. Why I say sugar is so bad because the high sugar diet is going to cause your body to release more and more insulin. It's going to cause. That's what type 2 diabetes. That's what it's all about. That's why you see it so prevalent. And then once that starts happening, you're resting. You're just sedentary blood sugar levels instead of being 70 or 80. Maybe even 90 most, you're going to be running around 120. Now, the sugar, when it runs through the body, it's kind of like little shards of glass. See, so it's not bad for you on a chemical standpoint. It's bad for you because you have this sugar, a little, overabundance, maybe 15 to 20% more sugar in your blood. When it's going through the arteries and blood vessels and kidneys and liver, it's actually cutting it up.
So it's a physical... It's mechanical.
It's mechanical, so that's why
slicing.
That's why the first organ to go. You'll see. Well, actually, the first issue with diabetics is their eyes, because the blood vessels in the eyes are so sensitive. Because the eyes are the first place that are the only place in the body where you can actually see blood flow with a naked eye.
I'm never having sugar again.
Oh my God! And we just had that apple pie.
But so we're a diet that's so obsessed with low fat. Yeah, right. But when you're decreasing the fat on something, a lot of things you don't realize. Even if you're not increasing the sugar, your body has to release more insulin to control that sugar you're eating. So it's all about sugar, carbohydrates.
Hey, Sam, tell your mom thanks for killing us.
Sugar free.
It was sugar free. Yeah, that's
sure it was.
Hey, so sugar free is better than
it's
fat
all natural,
free.
pal.
If you see that sugar free isn't either, because you're talking about artificial sweeteners. So it's all about balance. Listen, you can't eat coffee cakes and ring dings and stuff like that and have them be low sugar, low fat.
What did you eat? Like, what do you eat to snack?
I brought actually with me. I do stuff.
A live buffalo.
Yeah, I have actually blended chicken in my bag. I think I'm supposed to have E-Rock try drinking.
Wait, blended chicken? Can we see what that looks like?
Yeah, I gotta.
Do you really drink that?
Is it cooked?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's cooked at least, right?
Yeah.
Like when I
that sounds terrible.
When I quit eating sugar, I was eating a lot of like nuts and shit. But that's the worst thing for you too, isn't it? Because of the fat. Oh, look at that.
That's chicken.
It's chicken and water. Yeah, and
Here's a little sample.
You mix it up.
Wait,
Come on, I'm not touching that. What is it? What is it?
I would throw up.
Let me smell it.
What it is, it's I boil about 2 pounds of chicken
Boiled
last night.
chicken.
And chicken breast.
God.
And I stick it in a blender and I
Can't you
blend
at least
it.
blacken it?
Yeah, but isn't that like just?
Can I see
That's
that?
how Brock Lesnar got diverticulitis, right? Do you eat? Do you eat vegetables?
Absolutely.
Why is anyone smelling this shit?
It's smells like baby food.
Wait, but see,
it's not bad.
that's just protein
What is
from
that?
lifting weights. I'm not smelling it.
Just smell it. It's
No.
I
Grab a
smelled it
stick.
when it went by. It just smells like chickeny stuff
Wait,
or
what you say?
something.
Can
It
you
just
catch
tastes-
what?
Diverticulitis is when
From
you
what?
eat too much protein and not enough like vegetables and stuff,
I
right?
believe diverticulitis is more of a virus, so it's associated with eating meat.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily from eating too much protein. Just if you eat too much gamey meat or something to that extent. The guy I work with got diverticulitis.
Jimmy, smell it. It's really not bad. It just smells like chicken. It's just liquid
But
chicken.
that's not your sign. I mean, you got to have some kind of like something.
Well, I mean, I'm eating
peanut butter.
Yeah, I've got peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I've got yogurt. I've got.
But do you enjoy that chicken?
Absolutely not. It's just all byproduct. Listen, if I'm working, for instance, or if I'm here, I'm driving, traveling to New York. I'm not going to have time sometimes to sit down and have a pound of chicken, so I blend it up into a shake and I drink it. So it'll take me 30 seconds to drink this as opposed to eat it.
When you get a vegetable drink, I do beets, carrots, orange, and spinach. Are you getting the nutritional value?
If you're getting a drink like you're purchasing one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best bet, but I mean, it's better than...
The best
better
is to chew up your own vegetables.
Well, but even if you grab a juicer or blend up your own, with one of those big power
But are you
blenders.
getting the nutrition out of it?
Again, when you're buying a product, it's slightly processed. So you're
No,
losing
this is fresh vegetables.
You absolutely are getting that.
Okay.
If you're,
just as much as eating them?
Yeah, there's no difference. blending it. I mean, think about it. Most people don't chew their food.
Well, no, because there's a lot of shit that's left in the blender. I'm wondering if that's where the good stuff is.
The pulp. I mean, look at potato skins, for instance, have the most nutritional value as opposed to the actual inside portion. So everything's different. I mean, but you're losing a little bit. But listen,
with the cheese and bacon bits inside them. Potato skins.
Wait, potatoes. The skin is good, right?
The skin is the best part of the potato. Actually,
I'm looking at your traps. You don't make people laugh a lot, do you?
When's the last time you belted somebody in the face?
It's been a couple weeks.
Couple weeks. Do you do it on the job once in a while if you have to?
No. I hurt my thumb. July, I tackled some little Spanish guy, and look at it.
Jesus, all fucked up.
Mars, what was he doing?
Poor Mars.
You been in any really good slobber knockers, as they call them, on the job?
The worst thing, I tell you the truth, I worked midnights for a couple years, and guys were actually pretty cool. Sometimes they'd get a drunk guy and he's sort of getting your face a little bit. And you're like, oh, come on, man, really?
What drunk guy's getting in your face? That is the dumbest thing to do.
It was rare, but the worst were drunk women. Constantly, I'd say I'd have about one good fight a week where some chick would just go at me and just start swearing. I'm like, what do you do though?
You can't.
You think you can't him back? That's why.
Well, I just can imagine. I sent some chick to the hospital. I got to testify in court, and they're like,
"There's a picture of you."
And, I'm standing up, saying,
throw your shit in
"I
the
felt
fireplace.
my life was being threatened, sir." And here's this little chick.
So you probably have to take it easier than some guys do because
No, that's actually a good point because you understand that. Like, for instance, I compete. I've got a lot of stuff going on for me. So I'm a target because now if I hurt someone, they're absolutely sue me. So it's definitely. And plus, listen. I'm not a douche. I don't want to go out and break people's arms and stuff. The guy I hurt myself on.
Obviously, you don't work the clubs I do. I'd love to see him and Rogan go at it.
Yeah, why be this big and not take advantage of it and crack some skulls?
Just start beating people up.
Just walking down the sidewalk, just fucking like Falcon punching everyone you see.
Tree, just land and
hey, hold on. We got Kevin Smith calling in minutes, and we definitely got to get him to lift D-Rock somehow. We'll
find some place. Yeah.
Well,
I could probably do it sitting on a chair. I'm not sure what I can hold though.
Do it down by our office.
We're on the radio.
It's the radio.
Why not just go to the gym and do it?
Yeah, really. Can you do it sitting down and maybe we get a couple guys to make sure that the chair is stable enough?
How about on the floor? If he's just on the floor.
Can you do it on the floor? I don't know. I don't know how.
I would lose my balance on the floor. I could try it sitting down somewhere.
On here?
Yeah, I think I do it there. Yeah, I'll try it. Maybe we'll set up or something.
E-Rock, you ready for this? How much you weigh, E-Rock?
600. Don't like 230.
230?
Like 230, a little more than that. I want to see what's off. 230.
Looks like foreplay. I don't know what they're doing over there.
230 is not hard. How East Debate is like 620.
Yeah, you're gonna lift him straight up?
So I'm gonna just put you on my shoulder, and then I actually need someone to help. Probably, if you can, Sam, right?
Yeah.
Sam, yeah.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'm gonna need this arm right here, this armpit. I'm gonna get on this side. The other one, my other arm's gonna be grabbing from right around the knee area. Okay. So I'm gonna pick you up. You're gonna be facing me. So he's just gonna help get your torso. You have to put that a little farther away though. Okay. He's gonna help get your torso. What
do you need me to do?
You're just gonna stand right there, and he'll just sort of figure.
Then
it out.
climb a building.
Just you're gonna face me. Ready? I'm gonna just pick you up like a sack potato. Okay, now help get his torso on my arm.
Oh my God! All right.
Just grab his neck.
Yeah, just grab his neck. Oh my God!
There we go.
Okay, and
you drop him now? Is this where you do it?
Nah. Oh damn! He just slipped an E-Rock right over his head. Just right over his head.
Do a couple reps.
He could literally just throw him, which you should if there was a dumpster nearby. Holy shit!
Incredible.
That is.
Could you push?
My God!
Could you push Eric through the window?
I'd love to see that.
I just want to see someone go through the window.
God damn it, that's pretty impressive.
Damn, man.
That's also impressive.
Why'd you tackle the Spanish guy?
Exactly.
He tried
Wow. Hey, Derrick,
motorcycle.
we got to take a break before we get Kevin Smith on the radio. You certainly can stick around and answer more questions. That would be great.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys want to have me,
Do you have a Twitter or we got
at Derrick Poundstone, or go to my website, Poundstone Power.
At Derrick Poundstone on Twitter, and then the show on Sirius XM Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on XM 241, Sirius 125. I'm going to check out your show, man.
We're live.
Yeah.
We broadcast live right from a couple of studios down in Studio 2.
Very
cool.
All right, Derrick sticking around, and then we got Kevin Smith next.
Opie and Anthony. You're listening to Opie and Anthony on the Virus. Sirius XM.
Back with the Opie and Anthony show. Derrick Poundstone in studio. And right now we got our pal Kevin Smith on the line. Very cool. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, guys.
What's going on, buddy?
Number one, I'm going to be in there, I think, next week if you guys are around. Can I come in?
Of course you can. You don't even have to ask.
Number two, I'm bringing my movie to Radio City Music Hall on March 5th.
Oh, damn.
How cool is that?
Now this,
we went up to Sundance last week with our new little horror movie, Red State, and I announced that I'm going to take the movie out myself. I just couldn't sit there and think of, it costs us $4 million to make, and then when people distribute movies, they have to spend money to market them, to make people aware of them, posters, TV spots, billboards, stuff like that. My movies, the work that I do, just can't hold up in this economic climate. I make rarefied stuff that just plays to my audience, and generally speaking, whenever I've made movies, the people who make them then spend a lot of money trying to reach people beyond my audience, make other people aware of the movie. And that's been great for years and years and years, but that was when there was a lot of money to go around. This economy can't do it. They can't, it's so wasteful to spend money on a Kevin Smith movie to make people aware of it, because the only people who want to go are people that like Kevin Smith. And Kevin Smith pretty much talks to them every morning on Twitter or does all those podcasts or gets on the radio with them. So for me, I was like, let's try to take this little $4 million movie out ourselves without spending $10 million to make to market it, or $20 million to market it, and get our money back and have fun with it. Take it out. Like, me, I'm out on stage all the time when I'm not making movies. So for me, I was like, between movies, I'm on a stage anyway. I'm between this movie, we finished Red State, and then I don't have another movie to start until Hit Somebody at the end of the year. So I was like, I'm going out on the road anyway to do Q&A. Why don't I take the movie out and show people the movie months before it comes out?
Oh, my God. How smart is that? Now they go to Radio City Music Hall on March 5th. They see the whole movie, and it also says here you got, the people that are in the movie as well.
Yeah, well, we're using, for us, March 5th, that show at Radio City Music Hall, that kind of kicks off the tour. We're using that as our de facto premiere, so we're trying to bring as much of the cast as possible out for it. It sounds like everybody's coming. Michael Parks, who plays the Reverend Aben Cooper in the movie, the Pastor Aben Cooper, the bad guy.
Great.
He's so phenomenal. He's probably going to sing while we're out there, because he sings a lot in the movie. And, he used to have 3 albums out or something like that. He's a recording artist from back in the day as well.
Then came Bronson.
Then came Bronson, exactly.
That's it, with his motorcycle and his backpack roll.
Long, lonesome highway.
Yes.
Hey, Kevin.
Did you guys see the teaser yet?
Actually, yep.
Go to coopersdell.com, COOPERSDELL.com, and look at the teaser. It just don't look like anything else I've ever
It's got
done.
a good buzz, man. Like,
Yeah.
people are fucking
People are
talking. About
talking.
it, yep.
I love this, dude. This is like the combination of the things that I'm good at. I'm not good at making mainstream movies. I'm good at making movies that, like, are offbeat, and that's kind of where I'm at my best, you know what I'm saying? You know, I make Cop Out. I enjoy Cop Out. It's funny, I didn't write it, but I just kind of made it. But to me, the work always shines when I'm personally invested, when I'm like, oh, my God, I love this, and I have to show you guys the movie. This is the combination, a movie where I'm like, oh, my God, I can't wait to show you what I've done, as if I made a dookie in my pants that was large, and I'm like, look, which a lot of critics says it is a dookie in my pants. But it's more than that. Like, now I get to show the movie and then do the other thing that I dig doing, like Q&A and just sit there and kick it back. So we're kind of doing it, taking the approach of like an indie rock show or a punk show, where it's like there's 15, 16 dates in a row throughout all of March. Like, I leave Radio City the next night, I'm in Boston at the Wilbur Theater. After that, I go to the State Theater, the Harris Theater in Chicago, then Minneapolis, then Michigan, then Indianapolis, and it's bang, 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 bang. So we're treating it like a road show, man. It's like one show per night. Go to your town, throw it up, show the movie, kick back, do Q&A, and then we're out of town the next night someplace else. And
That's cool, man.
You can hear how much I love talking.
Yeah, man, the excitement is great.
I know, yeah.
You can hear the excitement in your voice, Kevin.
Oh, it's good. It's good. I'm so not putting down, the previous years, but here's the way I've been looking at it lately. I said on Sundance, I want to make that movie hit somebody, and that's it for me as a director. I don't have any more movies I want to direct, because I've always been a writer-director, not just like Steven Spielberg is a director. That man was born to make film. He'll go out of this life toes up from a movie set, no doubt. It's in his blood. It's who he is. I wasn't always a director. I was a writer. I'm a storyteller first and foremost, but I'm a writer-director, and the engine that drove my train for nearly 17 years now has been screenwriting, has been like, it's what do you think about when you think about a Kevin Smith movie? It's not like what it looks like, it's what it sounds like.
It's the dialogue, yeah.
Saying. So those scripts, most of them, all of them, as a matter of fact, came from a original place inside me, but some of them, particularly the first 4 or 5, came from pure unadulterated passion. Those were the movies that was written by the guy who lived in his parents' house, who was just like, man, I'd love to make a movie. I would kill or die to make a movie. I just have to tell the story or something like that. And then you do that 5 times. I get to Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and that's like kind of the ultimate fan film to oneself. After that, Jersey Girl, it's like, I'm not pissing on Jersey Girl. I love Jersey Girl, but that's like when I was 23 or 22, I wasn't like, I got to make this movie about a guy whose wife dies. And he has to raise a kid by himself.
Yeah.
Isn't that going to be amazing? Like, that's when you start going, okay, now I'm a part of this business, so it's my job. I should just keep doing it. And it was never planned for. When we made Clerks, man, I made that movie hoping somebody would see it and be like, oh, these guys know how to make a movie. We'll give them some money, and they can make the next one, and that way I wouldn't have to make it on credit cards. I had a plan for maybe 2 movies max. And then Clerks happened, and everything changed. And I got welcomed in, and I had this beautiful 12-year stretch where they're like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I'd like to tell this story. They're like, go ahead, here's a bunch of money. It was every dream coming true. But beyond that, dreams you didn't even know you had. And then you're just sitting there one day going, like, I'm doing it again and again and again just because now that's what I'm supposed to. When you win something that's wonderful, you don't go like, thank you, I've had enough. You're just supposed to milk it to death until you're dead. But yeah. I can't. Like, I only have a certain amount of screenplays in me. I always said that from the beginning. I said, I always felt like I have 10 movies in me. And Hit Somebody is the 10th flick. And once that's done, once I don't have any stories that I'm, like, pressing to tell that are coming from inside me, playing from the heart directly, there's no point in doing it anymore. Then it's just empty rhetoric. Like, there are plenty of filmmakers out there who could take material and execute it or elevate it insanely well. I'm not one of those guys. I could do my stuff, but if I'm not doing my stuff, I shouldn't be doing that stuff. Particularly when I can do stuff like I can talk to you guys. I obviously like the Smodcast stuff a lot.
Yeah, Smodcast is
writing
fucking
comics,
great.
all these other things that film has afforded me. So for me, like, I feel like this is it. I know this is it. After Hit Somebody, I'm done directing film.
Wow. Holy shit.
At that point, I feel like I want to go out the way I came in. Like Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, fire, passion. Like, if I don't make these movies, I'll just die, and that's the way I want to end. I want to end my game as strong as I started. I don't want to be complacent. I don't want to be a guy that's just like, oh, yeah, he used to make movies like Clerks. Like, it's me and the Wayne Gretzky thing. We've talked about it before. Wayne Gretzky's dad gave him a lesson when he was a kid, very important, that I've kind of taken into my own life and I use all the time now. And he goes, don't go where the puck's been. Go where it's going to be. And in the beginning, I was where the puck was going to be. You know what I'm saying? I was up there. And, you know, you get to a certain point, you can't be the fresh new thing constantly all the time. Unless you're an artist and you're doing, you know, you're not.
That's got to be hard to live up to. I mean, you know, because obviously,
when you start, when that's your first movie, like if Clerks had been my third, great, but first movie, they're like, you're in, you're a genius. Now what? And you're like, I hadn't even thought that far.
Yeah, because you know, obviously, indie, regular guy making a movie. And then you kind of got sucked up into what? The Hollywood, not that you were Hollywood, but like...
It's not even that, like, oh, I've been co-opted. It's just, at a certain point, anything you love to do, if your dream comes true, like, basically, we watch movies all the time. And we watch people's dreams come true in the movie, and then credits happen. And you never really find out what happens. Like, your dream comes true, and suddenly it's like, all right, keep having your dream come true. And if you don't have enough to fuel it, it's suddenly emptier work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never in the beginning of my career thought I would direct a script that I didn't write. But I eventually got to a point where I was like, yeah, I'll try it. Why not? Just because I'd done everything I thought I would do. I'd outlived my dreams in this career. So suddenly I was like, all right, well, let's try new territory. But that's not who I am. I'm not that filmmaker. I'm not the guy that's like, I was born to make movies. Obviously, I was born to tell stories and eat food. And I can tell, I can eat food anywhere, and I can tell stories now in a bunch of different mediums, and I feel like leave film for the young bucks. Like Quentin Tarantino a long time ago was like, film is for the young, like the directing game is for young. It's a young man's game, and I was like, nah, what are you kidding me? I'll be directing till I'm dead. And then I realized, like, he's right. It belongs to those who are most passionate for it, and I just want to end my career as passionately as I started. I don't want to become one of these guys that's like, we're doing season 12 of the sitcom, even though it stopped being good. Because we're all making money.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go out like at what I feel is the top of my game. Doesn't matter whether people, you know, a bunch of people tell you you're not at the top of your game. You haven't been good since Chasing Amy. But I know who I am, and I got to deal with me for the rest of my life. So I want to go out at what I feel like is the top of my game, and that's now. That's Red State and hit somebody.
Yeah, you're very excited, Kevin. I'm just thinking, after you retire, though, what if you get the itch? And people are begging you. They're like, come on, Kevin, one more for us.
The other day on Twitter, they're like, hey, man, what about a Clerks 3? And I was like, I don't have a Clerks 3 in me right now, but I'll tell you right now, I'm thinking if I want to extend the universe, never tell those stories again, if that comes up, I can just go do like a cable show. Now everybody curses on cable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in a world where people can curse on cable, then I can go do TV if I really want to. But
when people talk about retiring that are kind of creative people, I always think The Who. The Who has tried to retire 3 or 4 times.
Right.
But you think you got in you to really walk away?
Is, I mean, look, I love The Who and I respect The Who, but The Who does one thing: they're a band.
Yeah,
I used
you get
to
do other
thing.
things.
Yeah,
I got you.
I started doing one thing; it was directing. But directing has led to so many other opportunities. So it's like it's not like if I put that down, I'm literally going to be sitting in my house.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Hey, Kevin, Rich wants to ask you a question, but he's too shy. Go ahead, boss.
Go ahead, Rich. Hey, it's Rich Voss. We met. Anyhow, we got this comedy documentary.
Notice
that
he
we're
didn't
making.
say, "Oh yeah," by
no, it doesn't matter. I would love, you know, and we have. It's really funny. A lot of major comics in it. Do we have a shot? Realistically of selling it before anything, you know what I mean, when it's done?
Yeah, I mean, well, it depends. That's the thing. The marketplace has changed drastically since when I made Clerks, which is one of the reasons I decided to kind of take Red State out myself. Back in the go-go 90s, man, people would like overspend on a movie. Even beyond the go-go 90s, like Happy Texas sold for $10 million there. Hustle and Flow, $13 million at Sundance. You know, Clerks back in the day, we sold for $227,000. 2 years later, Careless Spitfire Girl, I believe, sold for 10. So back then, they were spending lots of money. Now, the prices have come down. They're not overpaying for movies at all anymore. But there are also other avenues, way more revenue streams than there had ever been before. So you can break your movie up and sell it even more piecemeal. If the dream is to get it onto movie screens, that's, of course, every filmmaker. We don't make movies and go like, we want to put them on iPods. We want to see them first in movie theaters. We know we'll see them on iPods from now until the end of time, but like first and foremost, we want to see it born in a movie theater. So that's always the trickiest because there are a bunch of screens, but it's pricey to get onto them. And a lot of people who are buying films are like, okay, if I buy this movie, let's say they buy your movie for, let's say $1 million. I don't know what it costs, but let's say $1 million. Then they're like, we got to spend about 4 or 5 to sell it. is it worth it? Are we going to make back 6? And again, we don't have to make back 6. The box office has to be higher because we have to split that with an exhibitor. So are we going to make back, say, 10 on this $1 million film? And that's where they start doing the math, and that's where a lot of people are just like, it's just not worth it.
But,
like for me, I looked at my flick and I was like, it's $4 million, add on all that marketing. It's not worth it anymore. Nobody will ever see another dime, and it's a waste of everybody's time. We'll have the movie when all is said and done, and that's great. But in terms of why spend money on people that are never going to come see it, hold on to that and just kind of reinvest time in the movie instead of money. That's the thing. Like in this business, people will just be like, spend on it. That's how you cure the problem.
Yeah.
And that's true. You can always cure any, money will cure almost any problem. But if you put in a little time, effort, ingenuity, a little hard work, elbow grease, you could kind of find maybe not the same, cosmic results in terms of like you're making $100 million, but you could do some serious business, man. Like there's something to be said for passion. People pick up on passion, and it's different when you're like, oh, I've seen a commercial for Red State on TV. I think it looks good. And it's different when you hear me talk about it, and people go like, I got to see this, man. This is kind of excited, you know?
And when people are, word of mouth.
It did. You know, because this isn't our game. You know, I mean, my wife really.
By that he means entertainment.
No, but I would think besides it being funny and a good movie, there's a lot of names in it.
Absolutely, like something like The Aristocrats. Remember, funny and lots of recognizable people in it. I mean, that to me kind of like. If I'm somebody who buys for that market, I'm like, all right, that's a no-brainer. He's got a wide, varied cast. I could sell that to a bunch of people. But you sit there going, how many screens am I going to put this on? Is this like a 2,000-screen release? No, it doesn't feel like it. But does it feel like a multi-city platform release? Yeah, like New York, L.A., and then take it out on the road by there, city by city from there? Absolutely.
Cool.
And that, at the end of the day, like, what I'm trying to do with my flick is rather than just sell it and let somebody try to figure out how to make money off of it, I'm trying to keep mine and figure out how to make money off it myself, like within my own community, within the people that kind of like my stuff. And I'm doing that, like, some people have taken a bunch of heat, dude. Some cats, like, can't understand it, and they think I'm crazy or arrogant or something, and I'm like, I guess these are the cats that don't realize I spend so much time touring between movies, I guess. Like, they don't realize that I'm on stage all the time. Mm-hmm. But they've kind of taken me to task for it, and I'm just like, no, this is fun. Calling me arrogant for this is ridiculous. It's arrogant if I'm like, here's my $4 million movie that took me 3 years to find money for because nobody wanted to make it. Now, put $20 million on top of it to make people like it. That's arrogant.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like I'd rather schlep my stuff from theater to theater myself because I love my movie, and I love listening to people hear it and react to it and afterwards talk to them about it. So for me, I'm like, all right, rather than sell it and see them do it, let me see if I can do it myself. Now, I can only do that here. I live in the United States. I barely know how to release a movie where I live, let alone abroad. So there, of course, we follow, like, the Miramax model that I was raised under with all the movies I made. Like Harvey and Bob would sell the movie off abroad. So naturally, we're going to sell the movie off to every international territory, and they can release the movie any way they want. Of course, I'll be there to do interviews and stuff. But here, like, and also we can sell our DVD. We got a really sweet DVD offer. We got a really sweet TV offer, pay TV offer. So right now, we've done the math long before we ever made this decision. Like, this is day 4 of the movie we're shooting. Me and John Gordon, my producer, start having this conversation. We figure with all these different places, we've got the $4 million investment covered. We sell forum, we sell TV, we sell DVD. We've got that $4 million covered. That just leaves the domestic. And at that point, we turn to our investors. We're like, can we be a little experimental? Can you let us take it out on the road and try like this kind of social media release where because we did, it was beautiful. We had these 2 investors who were not from the movie business. And when you put a spreadsheet in front of people who are not from the movie business, who are businessmen or business people, they immediately start going like, what's this? Like, they point to the marketing number all the time because I showed them, like, here's our budget, $4 million. Here's projected marketing costs when it's picked up, 10 to 20. And those cats are like, what is this figure? And I'm like, well, that's how they make people aware of the movie. And they're like, this is ridiculous. What business do they spend 4 or 5 times the amount of the movie to market the movie? And I was like,
the movie business.
Yeah. So by having investors who weren't from the movie business, we got some play because those cats were like, look, it makes no sense. We sell it here, and it seems like we might never get a dime based on all these marketing costs. The way you're talking about, why not? Let's take a risk. Like, they already threw $2 million apiece into the movie. They're gambling that much. they felt like, let's take it a few more months. Why not see what happens?
This
Like,
is
the boys
cool.
have a plan.
It sounds like you're kind of breaking new ground with the level that you've been at.
Trent Reznor, dude. This is the Trent Reznor model.
Yeah.
Reznor, or even reaching further back, Andy DeFranco. People that figured out early, like, I don't have to spend inordinate marketing costs. And
Right. You had a revelation.
Well, you know,
you had a fucking revelation.
Pearl Jam did that too. When everyone else was making, music videos for millions and millions of dollars, they're like, we don't need to do that. They made the one, obviously, but, they had at least another 10 in them, and they just walked away from that whole thing. They thought it was a waste of time and money.
Waste of time, an absolute waste of money.
Right.
For everybody involved, and it's ego money. It's like, look, in the beginning, of course I wanted to see commercials for my movie on TV. I was a 23-year-old kid, and I was like, oh my God, they're going to make a Clerks commercial?
Yeah, you do get caught up in that stuff.
Of course, but it's been 17 years. I've seen commercials for my movie, good or bad. I've seen commercials where I'm like, I don't even like that movie, and I like that movie.
Well, Kevin, the excitement is very obvious, or you just stopped smoking pot. I don't know which one it is.
No, man, it's all one and the same.
No,
It's all one world.
we're very happy for you, and I'm sure.
Are you guys going to come out? Here's the thing. I hate to say
Are we
this,
coming out? I'll be there.
Unfortunately, you got to buy tickets. I'm making my mother buy tickets this time because every penny counts. We are the studio on this one. You know what I'm saying?
This is a grassroots thing. Yeah, I would love to buy a ticket. I just hope it doesn't sell out before I buy mine.
Well, here's the problem. 6,000 seats. I'm never going to fill that. Yeah, I sold.
Get the fuck out of here. We'll sell that out for you.
I can never sell out. If you guys can help me out, that'd be great. But we were never like, we're going to fill Radio City.
You want to make a bet that you sell out?
Yeah.
You want to make a bet?
Yeah, I'll make a bet.
You're selling this out.
I'm never going to sell out.
You're absolutely selling it out. 6,000 seats.
Dude, I'll bet you $1,000.
Because there's a buzz on this whole thing, and people are talking, and Kevin Smith's trying something different. I'm telling you. How many tickets do you think you're going to sell?
If I got halfway, I'd be happy. Because look, honestly, like Carnegie Hall, I sold out, and that was 2,600 seats. So I figure in New York, I might be good for about 2,600 seats. So if I can get Radio City, that's like 6,000 seats. If I get it halfway, I'm a happy camper.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's paid for. But half of that means it's paid for. Like there's no, like it's all the event venue costs and whatnot are covered by the ticket sales, and beyond that just becomes kind of profit. So if I ever got to half, I'd be a happy man. If you think I'm getting to 6,000, I love you so much.
I think you have a shot. We'll have to wait and see.
I want to get to 6,000 for the whole year.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin, the Westboro church there.
Yeah, they came out protest us.
Yeah, man, and man, your pictures went everywhere, and your signs were hilarious.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I can't even say it was an original idea. The kids at the San Diego Comic-Con this year, the Westboro Baptist Church came out to protest Comic-Con for some reason because we're all going to hell for liking Superman. Kids came out in costume holding up the most ridiculous signs, and I always loved that. I was like, that's great, man. Way to fight hate with just absolute stupidity.
With ridiculousness,
yes. And so it's like, if they can hold up a horseshit sign, I can hold up a horseshit sign.
What were some of the signs again?
We went out there. We held up signs that were like, John Gordon's my producer. He's Jewish. His sign said, I'm a happy Jew. Malcolm, my friend Malcolm, you guys met him, big game Malcolm.
Yeah.
His sign said, Dick tastes yummy.
Yeah, that was it. Dick tastes yummy. Saw that one.
Stuff like that.
That one was, what was that, TMZ or something?
Yeah, that one went.
So you're like, Dick tastes
that one. That's right. That one went everywhere.
It was funny because it was cut off, the picture that I had seen from the news, whatever website it was.
Yeah.
It was cut off, and they had cropped Kevin so that at the very corner of the sign, it just said D. There was a D, and then a T, and then under it a Y. And so you don't even think about it. And then Travis had to alert me that if I found the full picture, it was a sign that said Dick tastes yummy. So I had to go and find the original.
It's like that moment in 12 Monkeys where you could actually see.
God bless Malcolm for doing that, man. Right on.
It was great. We had a bunch of people with us. We had about 30, 40 signs, and we all had them. We kept switching them out and stuff like that.
Did you get them to laugh?
They smiled. Shirley was smiling at me, but I think she was smiling at me because she knows I'm going to hell or something.
Oh yeah, probably. She smiles for different reasons, right?
Aside from our protest, like they put out this press release. Their press releases are amazing. They sound like they're written by Voldemort or something, or Darth Vader. They're just so evil. We put out a press release, kind of making fun of theirs, and we were like, anybody who wants to join us can. About 100 kids, maybe 200. I forget what the exact number was, but there were a bunch of them. Came out from the school. That I guess we were screening. The Eccles is in a high school. The theater where we were screening at Sundance is in a high school. So the kids from that high school came out to protest the Westboro Baptist Church, and they were holding signs as well, and they're screaming Lady Gaga lyrics at them.
Oh, great.
It did your heart good. Man, I'm a 40-year-old man trouncing around in the snow with ridiculous signs like Thor hates straights. And look over and see those kids, those fresh-faced kids fighting like evil, flat-out ridiculous, cartoonish evil. It just did my heart so good.
That's awesome. Hey, a lot of people on the phones. I don't think we have time. A bunch of them saw the movie at Sundance and just loving Red State.
They digging it?
Yeah, love this movie. Saw it. You want to talk to just one?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, one guy. We got Brian in Salt Lake City representing a bunch of people on the phone. Brian, you're on with Kevin Smith.
Brent?
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah.
Are you there? Is it Brent?
Yeah, Brent, go ahead, man.
Hey, sorry. Hey, Kevin, movie was fantastic. I'm not going to say anything about it. People need to see it. You have to see it. See it in an atmosphere like I did at Sundance. It is, to see it in a big theater with a bunch of people is really, really cool. It's unlike any other Kevin Smith film you've ever seen. Kevin, I waited in the cold for 4 hours that day just to get in on waitlist tickets. It was awesome. I really appreciate the opportunity to get to see it at Sundance, and I hope to get to see it somewhere else on the road. And I know you guys want to get the hell out of here, so have a good one.
All right, there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was my father. You couldn't ask for a better review.
Well, there's a bunch of them just like that, so...
Oh, and that's the thing, you can't, basically you don't hear those cats. Were it not for Twitter, I'd never hear those cats.
I know.
That's what I love about social media, dude. Like for years, the only way I knew what people were thinking was, well, I'd read a newspaper, and that one person would think for everybody.
Yeah,
and now you can get in touch with the people that buy tickets. Like you guys have been able to do it for years. People call in and tell you, like, I love you. So even if somebody's saying over here, they suck and nobody likes them, you're like, it doesn't match up. I have all these people that are listening or watching. So moments like that where that dude's just like, I waited 4 hours in the snow and it still rocked. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a review to me. That's better than thumb up, thumb down.
And look what this Twitter and social networking is doing over there in Egypt. Holy shit. Getting things done. Yeah.
I saw some of the pictures you put up, and then I saw Jimmy. Jimmy, did you chastise Opie for a picture? Were you saying that was an old photo from a different incident?
No, that was
on OPI.
Yeah, that was mine. That was the.
What happened?
Was that you? Was Anthony?
I was like, the peace talks have finally begun, and it was a picture of Charlton Heston as Moses.
Yeah. I scolded Anthony. I said, that's from another picture. Sometimes I like to tweet very literally just to make sure everybody is in line.
That literal Jim got me on that one. And then I did Angry Egyptians. I made one Egyptian's head flying into, Photoshop.
I thought you found that somewhere else. God,
I'm an original.
That was funny, man.
I do all original work on Photoshop. I never plagiarized Photoshop.
I had no idea. Yeah, he did Angry Egyptian, like the Angry Birds thing. It was very funny.
It's their number one download over there.
Kevin, I hate to do this to you because it's a hack question, but you got the Oscars right around the corner, so I got to ask. What was your favorite movie of the year?
I'll tell you, but you guys can't make fun of me.
Wait, can we guess then?
Go ahead.
Say Toy Story 3 and we're hanging up.
No, but I did like that movie a lot.
I like Toy Story 3.
I call that movie Schindler's Toy Box.
Was it a rom-com?
No.
Winter's Bone.
Wait, what movie would...
I did like Winter's Bone a lot.
I'm going to guess Inception.
I love The King's Speech.
Oh, that's the one?
Yeah, I love it.
No, everyone's talking about this movie.
I thought Inception was better, though.
You guys watch, you know what's good about it? Here's the thing. It's about... Colin Firth plays a guy who eventually winds up being the king of England, doesn't want to be. But it's during that period where, remember, there was a dude who was going to be king, and he's like, I want to marry this divorced American. And they're like, you can't do that. And he's like, fine, then I won't be king anymore. And he steps away. So his brother winds up having to be king, and this is the guy who was the father of Queen Elizabeth, the one who's currently the queen. So this dude, from childhood, from youth, had a terrible stutter. He can't speak well. He's just constantly doing that sort of thing. And, if you're king, you've got to stand up and talk in front of people and whatnot. So he's terrified. He has to, movie begins with him early on, long before he's, the king, trying to do a speech on his father's behalf, and he just can't. He sounds really bad at it. So his wife finds the speech therapist for him, and that's Jeffrey Rush. And they kind of teach him how to speak fluently, how to get rid of the stutter. And it's, of course, about way more than that. But the beauty of using the stutter as a kind of storytelling device is it is something that's we can all identify with it on some level. I may not have a stutter, but I know what it feels like to be fat in public, and that's like having a stutter. And I may not have or some chick may not have a stutter, but she knows what it feels like to have small tits, and that's noticeable, and that's her thing. It has this identifiable kind of hurdle for the main character to get over that really resonates with the entire audience. And it's so well acted. It's insanely well acted, really charming. And it's just great movie making.
Finally,
like
a description
Inception
makes
is a
sense.
mind fuck of a movie, Inception.
Yeah.
And I love that. That was probably the most original film I saw all year. But the one that sticks with me the most is King's Speech.
God, now I'm going now.
I
wasn't gonna go see this movie.
It's like a real pussy flick, but it's so worth your
Not
time.
how you just described it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but you'll sit there halfway through, you're going to be like, what the hell was he talking about? They're all British. It's really good.
That means it's well acted.
It'll move you, it'll touch you, it'll make you feel like you could do stuff. And maybe it's just because I'm like 40 years old, but when I sit down and put 2 hours of my life into anything, I want to take something out of it from now on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like watching stuff where I'm like, oh man, that made me feel good. It makes me want to do something in my own life.
Ew, Kevin's growing up.
I know.
That's what it is.
Creepy.
Ew. Like, we're all going to die one day.
Yay!
Shit.
Hey,
damn it.
you must have loved the fighter, or at least Christian Bale's.
Totally. Well, it's got Melissa Leo in it, and she's in Red State. The chick who won the Golden Globe for being in The Fighter for playing his mom. She's in our movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, she's awesome in it. In our movie, we got her, Michael Parks, as I said, John Goodman. He's awesome in the movie. Kevin Pollak, Kevin Alejandro from True Blood, Kyle Gallner, Michael Angarano, Nick Braun, Carrie Bechet. They play the kids in the movie. But it's a pretty big cast. But in any event, Melissa Leo was in The Fighter, man. She won a Golden Globe. We were all like, woo! Because it looks like, and she got the Oscar nod, too. And it looks like she may win Best Supporting Actress for Oscar. That would be awesome for us.
Hell yeah.
I think
next movie is our dopey flick.
I think she won a SAG last night, too, I think.
Yeah, she won the SAG Award.
She did,
I
okay.
mean, she's amazing.
She looked so
She's
different on
such a
stage, I
really-
wasn't sure.
And she's a committed hardcore actress. Like she does stuff like our movies. You know what I'm saying? She can get paid almost anything to be in our movie, but she just kind of loved the indie spirit of it all and whatnot. She's good people.
And the hockey movie, when do you start filming that?
Hoping to shoot it by the end of the year once we're done with the Red State release. And we all, as I said before, Jimmy's going to play a Glenn Hall-like goalie in the movie.
Nice.
Oh, good.
If you ever, I want you to watch some Glenn Hall interviews, Jimmy.
Okay.
He's the dude. He was a great goalie, a wonderful sense of humor, but a man who, before every game, would just go over to the side and throw up. He was so nervous.
It's perfect for Jimmy.
That's totally
perfect
Jimmy.
for you, Jimmy.
It's almost. I almost want Jimmy to do Jimmy's poo voice as the character. Whenever Jimmy does poo, I just want him to sound cute.
Okay.
And with the hockey movie, are you trying to get the great one for the movie?
No, not him. As I've said many times, I'm a huge fan of Wayne Gretzky. He's my idol. He's the man I look up to now, and the guy that's kind of responsible for like anything I've done for the last 2 years has been very Gretzky inspired. My feeling is if I met Gretzky, I'd realize he's just a dude who played sports once. And suddenly, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need Gretzky to be a god, and if I meet him, he's no longer that. He's just a guy I met. So I like to keep as far away from him as possible. I know his dad, and I've helped his dad out. I got his dad into the Guinness Book of World Records with the tournament last year, that hockey tournament. But meeting Wayne Gretzky himself, I always feel would kind of like ruin the vibe I got going on right now.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. There's some guys you just never want to meet. You want to
totally.
just...
I mean, and it's like, and also because the things that inspire me about Gretzky, I mean, he's a fine human being even now, but like were things that he did 25, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that have to do with who he is at the moment? So, and it's more about like a dude who just kind of kept his head up, stick down, and just worked at it. Just kept working and working, and enjoyed what he worked at, and showed in his work. So for me, meeting Wayne Gretzky, probably not a good idea until after I'm done with the hockey movie. But there is a Wayne Gretzky-like character in the third act of our movie because it's about the WHA to some degree. It's not literally the WHA, but it's that type of league, the rebel league that sprouts up and kind of takes on the NHL for a little while. And we follow one character for 30 years of his life, and the lion's share of the movie takes place in the 70s during that. So it's a bunch of goon hockey in that era.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be good fights, dude. I mean,
I can't wait. Old school.
We acknowledge the NHL, but we just don't, they're not in the movie because I don't want to license all those teams and stuff like that. But we live in a hockey universe, so there are going to be parallels constantly. And this Gretzky character that comes in the third act represents kind of the end of goon hockey, the end of that WHA kind of era, and the beginning of what we know today as professional NHL hockey. Fast games, all, puck up and down.
Right.
Just not thuggery as much.
Are you gonna have a classic bench clearing brawl?
Oh, have to, dude.
All right, good.
Especially
where the goalies go at it at center ice. It's like they were on the opposite side of the ice. Why are they mad at each other?
Yeah, exactly.
They never even touched each other.
It brings it out in them.
Do I need to take skating lessons, Kevin?
Yes. Start now.
Do I need to take skating lessons?
Well, here's the thing. Your goalies mostly just kind of, they're stationary. I mean, you're going to have to be able to stand up on skates, but you're not going to be able to execute anything, except getting on skates and going from, like, the bench all the way out to the net. But when it comes to, I mean, the fact of the matter is you sometimes you will be wearing a mask and sometimes not. So that's more something to think about. We'll be using very soft, rubbery pucks. Because in that era, they didn't always have goalie masks, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, like Glenn Hall didn't play with one for a long, long time.
Oh, fucking pucks in the face, man.
You just have to be able to stand there believably on skates.
Crazy.
But I tend to become the role, so I want to know.
Yes, you do, Jim.
Yes, I do.
He does the work, man. The dude who got tattooed in Cop Out, he put in some work.
That's right.
Hey, when you were talking about Gretzky and meeting him and not meeting him for certain reasons, is that a little bit inspired by the Bruce Willis situation? Because I remember you saying...
Yes, hands down. Sure. But, I mean, it goes even further back. I met Chevy Chase once, and I guess it was just not a good time for either of us because I was like, wow, I really like that guy. What happened? That was strange. He took some shots at me in the press after that, and I was like, wow, what the... So for me, I'm like I've always loved Bill Murray, man. Bill Murray, one of my favorite performers of all time. And, I make movies, and so I could conceivably get Bill Murray in a movie if he wanted to do my stuff, but I never wanted to reach out because I'm like, I like him so much. I would hate to work with him and have that ruined if he wasn't like who I thought he was. Some people, you just want to appreciate what they do. I don't need to be their friend or their best friend.
Yeah.
I need to know them. I just like what they do.
What sticks in my head is when early on during your Cop Out, I think before you even started filming, you were just talking about the fact that Bruce Willis was in the movie, and you were so excited that here's the guy from Die Hard. This is so cool. This is that. And then when we started hearing little news dripping out about like how uncomfortable, let's say, things were on set, it was kind of like, oh fuck, that sucks for Kevin because here's a guy that he fucking really just wanted to meet, and he turned out to kind of be I guess a dick and
a disappointment.
Yeah,
we have two very different ways of working, I guess, is what it came down to, and ultimately, it was a very important learning experience across the boards. Like, not just on the how do you deal with somebody who doesn't want to deal with you level, but also how do you make a movie around that? You know what I'm saying?
Did you feel anything was personal? Did you feel like he's like this anyway, or that he personally had a problem with you?
I don't know. I don't know if it was like me personally. I just don't. I don't think he respected me as a director, and why would he? Like, he's worked with legends. And I've made, I made stuff like Mallrats. So I think there was probably that disconnect. But at the end of the day, it's like, even that, like, to me in the moment, I was like, oh man, like, I took a huge pay cut to be here to work with a guy that I guess was a guy that was in my imagination. You have to grow up in that moment and go like, what do? You're committed. You're pot committed. And so you put in everything. You do everything you can anyway.
Ken, when did you realize? I just want to ask. When did you realize? Like, this might be a difficult experience. Was it like the first day, the first read, or
day two? He kind of he felt kind of free to just it was. I'd never worked with somebody like that who was just kind of like no. We were like, oh, okay.
Wait, you would suggest something and he would say no?
Yeah, or just wants to do it his way. He wanted to be in charge of his own performance, which is totally fine. I've worked with actors like that before who were like, "Hey, man, I got this," and you just kind of stay out of their kitchen. He's like, here. I'll give you an example of the extremely great side of that equation.
Okay.
We made Red State. John Goodman's in it. Mm-hmm. John Goodman, is the dude who, and this ain't a slam on any actor, but this is meant to praise John. Every actor in this business has a stand-in, or not their own, but there's always somebody standing in for them while they light the shot and get the camera ready and everything set up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, when it's time to actually shoot, the stand-in steps away and the actor takes the stand-in's place, and then we do the scene. And that's so that the actor's not standing there for an hour, 2 hours while we light the scene.
Yeah.
They got a lot of important things to do, like text. Every large and small budget film, this is the standard. Even when I was an actor, I had a stand-in. Even on my flicks as Silent Bob, there was always a Silent Bob stand-in so they can light. And, you know, but I was off trying to set up the next shot. I was also directing at the same time. So, you know, idea of the stand-in, totally acceptable concept. Having one doesn't mean anything except you're, you know, part of, that's what the industry is. We're shooting Red State, and, you know, we're getting ready to shoot something with John Goodman. He's already shot something. We're about to shoot the next thing. So we're like, John, you got 15 minutes. You can step off. And he goes, I'm cool. I'll just stay. John Goodman stands in for himself.
Wow.
Like, he just literally will hang out there for the 10, 15 minutes as they light, man. And he's not mean about it or anything. He's just hanging out. He's chit-chatting. He's thinking.
All right, I'll stay here.
On his work, yeah. He's just like, why go away? I'm just going to stay here on the vibe, on the set. And, you know, that's awesome. You sit there going like, wow, man, I wish if I was ever going to act again, I would totally do that. Like, you meet people like that, and it makes you want to up your game. Like, if I could grow up to be John Goodman, I'd be the happiest man in the world. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. It'll take me a few years to learn the stuff that he's learned, but I'm just happy I've learned the stuff I've learned where I am now, because you can kind of catch yourself. Like, if I didn't realize where my heart was and what I wanted to do with film, it could be another 5, 10 years of me just kind of grinding it out. Films that don't mean as much to me because, well, I'm expected to keep directing. That's what I do. And I've already missed, you know, most of the first 10 years of my kid's life. Well, she's 11 now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had a great job where I'm in the house and I'm around my kid more than most fathers are around their kids, to be honest. But when you go shoot the movie, you're gone for like 2 months, you know, even when the family's with you, you're gone. You know, you're gone 18 hours a day. And my kid's now 11. She's getting really interesting. Like, she has her own thought process, and she's having her own, like, her skate is just beginning now, and I want to be around to watch that, not sitting on some set.
You know,
again, like, there's a great, Steven Soderbergh made this great quote, because he's talking about going to paint and stuff like that, because he, too, has been doing it for, like, over 20 years. And his quote was this: I just can't get it up for another over-the-shoulder shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you've done it a bunch of times, it's like, look, I can't give you the same passion I gave you on Chasing Amy because I can't tell that story anymore. Like, that story came from pure passion. If you want me to just sit around and keep making movies, it's gonna be, the product's gonna be less and less what you want it to be. It ain't gonna be a Kevin Smith movie anymore. It's just gonna be a movie Kevin Smith was involved with.
This sounds exactly like a lot of shit came together at one time for you, and it's in a time in history when the technology is right, and the vibe is right, and you know, you're growing up. You've had some, I guess, less than stellar experiences with a couple of films as far as people you've had to work with and things like that, and then all that kind of brings you right back to the beginning of going, you know something, I have passion for this movie. The technology is there for me, and bring it out yourself. That's fucking. It's fantastic.
It sounds kind of ridiculous, and I've been saying it a lot, but bear with me, and I'll try to do it quickly. 17 years ago, I went to Sundance and kind of lived that poem, that Robert Frost poem, like two roads diverged in the yellow woods, and I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. In life, I took the road less traveled by. I made a movie, it got picked up, and boom, suddenly a dude who lived in Jersey, was born to a postal worker father and a mom who didn't work, lived in a low-income, government cheese-eating house family, wound up in the movie business. That is the path less traveled by, and it has made all the difference. It's been amazing. 17 years later, God, the universe, the Sundance Film Festival, a long career, whatever, gave me the opportunity to bring me right back to the exact same spot, like in Sundance, in Park City, Utah, 17 years later, and gave me the same opportunity to choose. Do you go down this path or this path? And first time I went, the road less traveled by was kind of more universal. Like, I chose to make a movie. Not everybody does that. But now I'm looking at two roads that are within my art form, within my career, within my grasp. And the road that I took before is really the road that's most traveled by in my work. You make movies and you put them out. You make movies, you put them out. This time, you let other people put them out, pay for them, market them. This time I'm looking at the other road going, okay, all the experience that I have from taking the other road last time, 17 years of experience, and having released a movie 9 times in the same way, Do I want to go down the same exact path, knowing exactly what's there, or do I want to try this one, man, just to see what it would be like? And I don't know. It felt cool to, like, make that choice and be like, I felt young. I felt reinvigorated to make the harder choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been easy to be like, we'll sell the movie, somebody will put commercials up, and we'll take our chances at the box office as we always do, because that's what we do. But to take the other chance, like, you know, and just be like, hey, man, let's see if this could work. If this is, and it's not even really a tough experiment. You know, it's like, I go out on the road anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
It did a lot for me. It did more for me than, like, I don't do heroin, but I heard that it has that effect. Like Muse goes, like, you just sound like you're on heroin all the time. It feels good, right? I was like, yes, the idea of, like, captaining your own destiny again, taking a chance, going out there, bringing your movie out yourself, doing something a little unconventionally, though, doing it in a way that's comfortable for you via Twitter, the podcast, talking to you guys, blah, blah, blah. It just makes you feel like a kid again, dude. Somebody on Twitter said it was punk rock filmmaking, and I almost cried.
There's plenty of ways of getting the word out now, is what it is. Also, you don't have to depend on a distributor.
Yeah. I could just reach to the people that, like, hey, man, I like what you do anyway, so I'm kind of halfway in, but the way you're talking about this, I'll definitely give it a shot. Like, that's who I'm going after. There's no point going after people who are like, I hate him and everything he does. And let's see if he does better this time. Nope, he didn't. I still hate him. There's no point. And then there's a bunch of people who are indifferent, dude. They're not even like, I hate Kevin Smith. They're like, who? And they're like, hey, man, Clerks, Mallrats. Like, what movies are those? I haven't been heard of by the entire world. And in the film world, yeah, I'm definitely a known quantity. But in the real world, you know, you really have to push hard. I'm just sitting there. You know, somebody will like, hey, can I get your autograph in a food store? And he signs something for him. And they leave, and the other person who's standing near you is like, what was that all about? And it's like, oh, I make movies sometimes. Like, oh, yeah, which ones? And you list them all, and they're like, never heard of those. And you realize, you're like, hey, man, you're not as cool as you think you are. You're still always playing to your audience. And if you're playing to your audience, respect them. For years, these cats in marketing have always been like, don't worry, your audience is already coming. The money we're spending is to reach people that aren't your audience.
Right, yeah.
And it always bugged me where I'm like, let's spend all the money on the people that are coming because they are the audience. Like, let's not treat them like they're coming, so don't respect that. Respect the people, you know, go hat in hand to the people that have no interest in your stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of that. Like, I'd rather just talk to the people that are enthused about it. And some people have said, like, oh, he just doesn't want to get criticized. Like, I get criticized within my audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they're sitting there going, this is brilliant. I get a lot of people going, it's crap. It's not, this crap, this isn't crap. I've liked this, I haven't liked this. But they're just not all like haterade from the beginning, like, from hell's heart I stab at these, man. I got a lot of that. I'm the white whale for a lot of Ahabs on the internet, man.
Oh, I thought you were going con. I went a little. I didn't go classic literature. I went Star Trek too.
Well, we should get the plug out. So
shit.
Kevin's taking the movie Red State to Radio City Music Hall March 5th. Tickets are $60. You can get them through Ticketmaster, I'm assuming.
Ticketmaster. You can go to coopersdell.com is our website where we have all the cities listed on the tour, because it's like New York, Boston, Chicago, Minneapolis, Ann Arbor, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Springfield, Ohio, Washington, D.C., Denver, Colorado, Madison, Wisconsin, New Orleans, Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Seattle, and then we end in Los Angeles on April 9th.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a nice long,
awesome.
month-long tour, man. But, yeah, we start Radio City Music Hall. That's the toughest one to fill. If you guys want to help us out at all.
Hell yeah.
Look, I know there's some people like, I ain't paying $60 to see no movie. That's fine. I get it. Like, I'm not telling you to.
Well, it's more than a movie. You're going to be talking, and you're going to have a lot of the people in the movie, on that stage,
but,
too.
But
so
here's the thing, like,
it's not just a movie. I don't want people to think that. You're going to get a hell of a lot more than that.
It is. It's more value. And the thing is, the audience is predisposed to come, and they already kind of come out and pay the same price to see me by myself, stand up there, sweat, be fat, and go, like, one time I made a script for Superman. Now, for the same exact price, like, I'm bringing the movie. It's almost as if the movie's coming along for free. Yeah. But if that's too much, and I respect that, especially in this economy, some people are like, I can't pay $60 to go see you and a movie. Forget it. Don't worry about it. The movie will come out in October, and you'll be able to pay normal price to see it. It's just we got done early. Like, we didn't expect to be finished this early. We started shooting September 21st. So we didn't think we'd even make Sundance, but I was cutting the movie the whole way. And I felt like, all right, we're done. When we're done shooting, we're actually done with the cut. Maybe we can submit. So we wound up getting into Sundance, and it was way ahead of our schedule. We didn't expect to come out until October. Wow. So rather than just kind of sit around with, post Sundance for 10 months, we were like, let's take it out and show people.
Yeah, let's have some fun with this. Sure.
Yeah, it'll be fun, man. It'll be a really good time. But if you can't afford it, wait till October. You'll see it for $10, or steal it from the internet.
And with that, Kevin, thanks for calling. We're going to see you in studio next week, I guess, right?
I'm going to come in, and if you can help me sell this barn out, 6,000 seats is a lot. Radio City Music
Let's
Hall.
rock it. Let's see what we got. All right.
Cool, man.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks,
we'll see you
Kevin.
next week.
Guys.
Thanks for your help,
cool, man.
I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Bye, Jimmy. Bye, Anthony.
Take care, Kev.
All right. And
Later,
Jimmy,
man.
you got to start your skating lessons.
And well, you know where I'm going to be skating?
Where?
This is not about gigs either, believe it or not. First, let me mention the gigs. February 11th, I'll be in Las Vegas. It's almost sold out. Club Madrid, Sunset Station. That will be sold out. It's almost. And I'm doing my first headline gigs at the Melrose Improv February 12th. And just one more. Montclair, New Jersey, March 5th. Wilbur Theater, Boston, March 18th. I lied. That was 2 more.
All right. And Rich is going to be at Bananas?
Friday and Saturday, Poughkeepsie.
And Poughkeepsie?
Friday and Saturday.
All right. Rich Voss on Twitter. And, of course, let's not forget Derrick in the corner there. Derrick.
Yes,
Poundstone.
absolutely.
You're going to have to come
Strong
back
guy.
so we can spend more time with you.
Yeah, I'm still here. Listen.
Yeah.
Do you want
Kevin, very energetic.
I thought I talk a lot. Wow, that was impressive.
He can go, man.
Yeah, there's
when he's
some
into
passion
something.
behind Kevin
Yeah.
and what he's talking about. So it's,
yeah.
it's good to listen to. All right, I guess that's it. Derrick, you'll come back, right?
Yeah, why not? I'm always on here doing my show, so maybe I'll come.
Oh, yeah,
Cool,
let's
man,
get the plug in for Poundstone Power. It's Sirius XM Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on XM 241, Sirius 125.
Listen, call in. Yeah, if you listen, give us a call. You can break my stones on the radio there, too.
No worries.
Everyone else does.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Opie and Anthony Show on the virus. Sirius XM.
The Cultural Committee of Bratislava present latest government-approved compilation of super sexy sounds of modern music, presenting American superstar Club Soda Kenny, singing the fabulous music like Human League.
Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh!
Don't let genocide make you unhappy. We're all dancing safe with Men Without Hats.
We can dance if we want to. You can leave your friends behind. 'Cause if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine.
We are all selling our sisters to wealthy Americans and turning Japanese.
Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Call now, extra bonus disc from American superstar Roland.
She drives me crazy like no one else. She drives me crazy and I can help myself.
Roland sing fabulous song like Talking Heads and She's.
The world was moving, she was right here with it, and she was.
And we run so far away from the Serbians like the flock of seagulls.
I run so far away. I just run. I run both night and day. I couldn't get away.
Is super sexy sounds from America now in Bratislava. Call 888-888-8888.
On an all-new Jewish intervention.
Why are you always looking for a deal on everything?
That's what I do, okay? This is my friend. Comedian and Jew Rich Voss is confronted about his frugal spending habits.
You never buy yourself nice stuff. The car's always 2 years old. Nice other people's shit. There's always something going on with you.
Will this once semi-famous comedian be saved by his more famous friends?
You gotta go to this new website. Everything's on sale, like high-end shit.
See, it's always that. That's what bothers me.
You're wrong. You think you know everything about everything.
When was the last thing you actually bought something brand new and didn't go looking for a deal?
You don't get it.
Can the aging stand-up break the stereotype that Jews really are cheap?
There's no bartering. There's no, maybe a little, hey, do this, do that, take a couple.
You got a Dead Guy's Watch on you?
See this right here? See this shit right here?
Dead Guy's Watch.
Or is it simply too late?
It's too fucking late for him to change. Rich is what he is. He's gonna go to a fucking garage sale.
It's not the bargain, it's the fun of negotiating, man. It's not the bargain. I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
I don't believe it.
Find out on an all-new Jewish intervention.
Good morning. Thanks for calling Radio Shack. My name is Danny. How can I help you?
I used to have the thing on my TV where you can download shit from, like through, the air, satellite.
Like Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi, whatever. Here's the thing, but I mean, that's not working now because...
This is Radio Shack. Do you need, like, an AC adapter?
Maybe get somebody to come over and fix it.
Well, I mean, this is Radio Shack, so we don't really do that.
Oh.
We sell products.
Oh, I see.
Well, I mean, I'm not supposed to do this, but, did you get into your router settings and take a look in there?
Okay, so it's right here. So what are you saying?
Like, just look into your router settings.
Okay, so I log in. I find this shit right here.
Yeah, exactly, right. So get in there and then, make sure that your Wi-Fi is enabled.
But where do you fucking wire it into?
Well, I mean, it should just be wired right from your cable modem. It should just be right in there.
Yeah. Why? How do you know that?
Because that's just how it works.
Are you talking about the heavy, thick wire you're talking about?
You mean like a Cat5?
You're talking about
Ethernet cable?
Yeah, I think they call them hot wires.
Firewire?
Firewire.
Dude, do you need like a universal AC adapter or a soldering iron?
What's that?
Dude, let me just get back to work, man. Like, can you open a browser and get to the web?
So it's wireless. It's a wireless connection.
Yeah, it's wireless. It's a wireless connection. Are you on the web?
Okay, so now...
Can you go to a website? Can you do that?
You hook it up, okay?
Are you listening? Are you listening to me? Can you open a browser and go to your homepage?
Is it that easy?
Yes!
Click. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I see it.
Jeez.
Bingo. We have a winner. Is that it? Is that it for good? Am I set for life?
Yeah, that's it, dude. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you for helping me.
Yeah, man, no problem, dude.
There were some other tech questions I needed. Oh, Facebook.
No.
I'm up to my limit of friends.
No, if you want a cordless phone or some LEDs,
I'm up to my limit of friends, 5,000.
I'm not helping you.
I think somebody set up a fan page.
I'm hanging up.
How do I get people to go there instead of sending me friend requests?